Dun, dun, dun. Give me 2 seconds. Bro, the Kansas City Chiefs is getting their cheeks clapped. I mean, the absolute clap. This might have been the craziest Super Bowl clap up ever, dog. Like, I ain't never seen nobody get clapped like this in the Super Bowl. Like, and not the team that's supposed to be coming back and trying to three-peat. This ain't like a team that just lucked up and fluked up and got into the Super Bowl. Like, no, you supposed to be trying to repeat, and you got clapped by almost a 40 ball. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, like, yeah, this was the Commanders versus somebody, and they got blown out of this. Cool, you ain't even supposed to be here, but dog, you on your way, you trying to three-peat. You trying to three-peat, and you know for a fact that your tight end may be on the borderline of retirement, and you got a bunch of just 1 year contract wide receivers. Like, only person that's still gonna be there is Worthy. Like, all of them like that, Brown and I mean, I'm sure if they ask any of them to come back, they will come back. But I'm just sitting here saying you still gonna have to all of them not gonna come back just for the poop hut neither. You gonna have to pay him something. Like Hollywood Brown and D Hop both of them kind of bounced around a little bit. I'm sure I ain't saying you got paid them something crazy, like they did something, but you still like, oh, like, yeah, that's so, man. Patrick Mahomes had a rough night. I'm talking about this one of them Jones where everybody who be kind of be on his nuts any other time, like, man, ain't no way in hell, dog. Damn, they got smoked. Like, nigga, God.
Like if this was Pittsburgh, they probably would have been.
You would have benched any dog. No, it's no way you come into the Super Bowl, fumble this many times, throw that many interceptions, bro. The only reason why you ain't getting benched right now is because you Patrick Mahomes, and you ain't got nobody. Like nobody don't even know who the backup quarterback is. I think it's like one of them random white dudes who just be. It was the dude who used to play for the Eagles. Matter of fact, what's his Yeah, it might have been. It might be. They getting clapped. Yeah, they getting clapped. You ready? Let's get this part. Try to figure out how I wanted to start. I haven't listened to no sports shows for real for like 2 weeks. I cannot wait to hear the excuses niggas come up for Patrick Mahomes tomorrow. I'm gonna be tuned in nice, bright, and early, dog. I cannot believe this. Like, give me 1 second for everybody who already here on the YouTube, Joan. Give me like 2 seconds, or if you want to come back in 10, it don't matter. Just rock with me. Give me a few seconds. This game about to be over anyway. It's 13. What's 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. This Joan basically over. The score is 40-6. I'm just trying to get these levels up and get my clips together. Damn, they getting their cheeks clapped,
dog. I have put together a list of 40 films that will educate, empower, inspire, and entertain you. We got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get into it. John Lewis, Good Trouble. What's a must-watch list without Malcolm X? The Black Godfather, the Clarence Avant story. 42, the true story of Jackie Robinson. The classic film, The Great Debaters. Judas and the Black Messiah. Marshall, the story of Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American Supreme Court Justice. Hidden Figures. Red Tails. Black Barbie, a documentary about the origin of the first Black Barbie doll. Becoming, an intimate look at my forever FLOTUS, Michelle Obama. Self-Made, inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker. High on the Hog, how African-American cuisine transformed America. Barry, an original film about Barack Obama's junior year at Columbia University. A Ballerina's Tale, the incredible rise of Misty Copeland. Amazing Grace, the award-winning Aretha Franklin documentary. One Night in Miami, so good. Get up, get on up. The Banker, Southside with You. Black Panther, of course. Race, the story of Jesse Owens. Ailey, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Men of Honor, the story of Carl Brashear, the world's first Black master diver. Lee Daniels, The Butler. Queen of Catway. I had to include the classic film Coming to America. Concrete Cowboy. The Queen Latifah classic, Bessie. What Happened, Miss Simone, the documentary about the life and legend Nina Simone. Ray, What's Understood Doesn't Need to Be Explained. King Richard. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. The Black Boys documentary illuminates the spectrum of Black male humanity in America. Reston, The Burial, The 6888. Shirley tells the story of the first Black congresswoman and political icon, Shirley Chisholm. Last but certainly not least, Roxanne, the true story of Roxanne Shante, who will be receiving a Lifetime Achievement Grammy on Sunday. Congratulations. Okay, friends, all you have to do now is visit icecreamcombos.com, where I have all of these titles listed, as well as links where you can watch. Drop down in the comments below and let me know which titles you're adding to your Black History Month watch list, and share some of your recommendations with me. I welcome them.
So again, of course, y'all know we got to start it off Happy Black History Month, and I'm not going to hold you. Realistically, Happy Black History Month to everybody, but realistically, I'm going to sit here. I know this is out of pocket, but I'm going to give a first ballot Hall of Fame cookout invite to this year's cookout only. You will have to earn your runs for the rest of the summers moving forward. But 2025 Cooper Razing for the Philadelphia Eagles, you are my brother. You are my personal invite to any Black cookout you want to go to all summer long. All glizzies and hamburgers and whatever else is on me, because I'm not gonna lie, you definitely, and matter of fact, it's his birthday. Like, that's crazy for you to be a rookie. You talking about your rookie season, and of course, it's just one of those. I mean, let's be clear, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. That is, playing corner, any kind of, like, almost damn near almost any skill position outside of the quarterback position in football, realistically, is kind of almost quote unquote a Black position. So for him to be a white boy and kind of always been the joke, like he got this super Black last name and everything, for him to show up, get the first pick of the game, and really kind of set the tone. Matter of fact, a pick 6, and it's on his birthday, like, bro, to really set the tone. And it was literally right after Jalen Hurts threw one. So it was kind of, again, shout outs to him. Shout outs to the Philadelphia Eagles for absolutely destroying the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, that is, I'm sure nobody had that on a bingo card, even if you had, realistically, even if you had, and like even me, I had the Eagles winning, but I'm thinking, okay, cool, they're gonna kind of do the Saquon thing, it's gonna be that. And literally, man, Jalen Hurts held his nut. Like, all of that conversation that Jalen Hurts ain't this and he ain't that, Jalen Hurts did his big one on this one. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, they ain't even, that's not even up for debate realistically. Like, we keeping it a buck. Like, he literally threw all his wide receivers touchdowns. AJ Brown caught a touchdown. Devontae Smith caught a touchdown. Like, Saquon, the crazy thing is Saquon ain't even have a good game for her. Like, this is if we on paper, shit, Saquon Barkley had a bad game today. If we keeping it a buck, like, we just judging it off of how this season has went the whole entire season, this may be one of the worst games that Saquon Barkley had all season long. Like, bro, you gotta think about how gangster this is. Like, bro, you won the Super Bowl and you putting your backups in.
Fucking Kenny Pickett about to get a fucking Super Bowl. God damn it.
Bro, you're not, like, think about how like crazy that is, dog. They put their backups on you. They are literally already celebrating on the sidelines and put their backups in doing that's crazy, dog. Shout out to the Eagles. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's super disrespectful. Like, nobody, I'm talking about, I'm sure realistically, people, even if you did spreads, money lines, whatever, you ain't getting no real payday because you ain't think this was gonna be that. Like, I'm sure the people, if you really a gambler and you really an Eagles fan, I don't even think if you a diehard Eagles fan.
The money line. Wasn't the money line?
The money line was low, so you kind of had to bet some type of. If you really believe in the spread, yeah. Even the spread. I think the spread was only like a 1-point jump. So you could. It was like you could have bet. Safe.
The over under. That's what I meant. The over under.
I think it was 40 points. Shit, the Eagles got that by themselves.
No, I think it was more than 40.
I don't know. I haven't been on one of the gambling apps in a minute, so I honestly didn't look. I don't want to waste people's time and just sit here and making stuff up on top of my head. But I know for a fact you got to be a real gambler to sit here and say you came off the day, unless you just bet a bunch of bread on the money line. Because nobody's seen this score. Like, the score literally is almost 2 minutes left into the game. It's 40-14, bro. Like, this is absolutely. I don't even know what's more disrespectful, Kendrick Lamar or this Kendrick Lamar literally say Drake and literally just looked at the camera. I heard you like I'm young. I'm not gonna lie to you. That to me was like, bro. Matter of fact, we got to get right into that. Let's. I don't even waste the people no more time. If you're here on YouTube, you know what you're here for. Let's. I kind of just want just that little one part.
I want to make a move. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the suit.
Yeah, that song. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Like that, he linked into it. Like when you talking about super villain status, like it don't matter. I get what I'm saying. I understand. I've seen people with mixed reviews on it, and I think only way you can realistically have mixed reviews is if you really didn't like the whole the Jadakiss locks thing. Because what he basically did is what Jadakiss was claiming, like clowning Dipset for doing. Like we don't perform over studio tracks. So TV tracks. So he didn't do that. So like realistically, I'm listening to him. I'm like, damn. I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm like, well, I can't really hear, like, you can't really hear the music. Like, you can hear it, but it's not loud, like, when you're expecting for a TV performance. Like, you expect, like, if you kind of thinking about what we seen with Beyonce, or you just thinking of whatever else may be, but then kind of registered in my brain, I'm texting low, because he, like, you know, of course, some people, if you're not a Kendrick Lamar fan, you're going to find any reason to hate on this. Or if you just, like you said, if you kind of a casual music fan, and you really not even thinking about, oh, the TV track, or whatever the case may be, I'm sure you may be like, oh, it's boring, you didn't like it, or whatever the case may be. Cool. If that's your take, or that's all your opinion on it, I'm not mad at it. Cool. I'm not even going to knock you for it. But realistically, if we keeping it a beam, we talking about performance on just the level of blackness of what he did was just it was next level. Like you cannot sit here though to have Samuel L. Jackson literally narrate. You talking about, and this is one of the you talking about. He's hey, this is just like like that's his thing. Like Samuel L. Jackson, that is what he do. He narrates endless black, whatever the case may be, endless big TV shows, endless commercials. So for him to narrate your Super Bowl halftime performance, it kind of honestly don't get no more black than that. So just to start it off like that, to kind of just like I said, just the actual feeling of what he was doing to me was way cooler than what you actually, if you just listening for music. Like if I'm just looking, trying to turn up, I don't even think that to me going into a Kendrick Lamar performance, that was never on my mind anyway. I'm kind of happy that he didn't really lean into some of the craziest, like all the super woke songs that he could have. Like he didn't really go, oh, we can be all like, he ain't do all them. Like he could have went into that bag and he didn't. Like he kept it very new. Like he kept, for all the new Kendrick Lamar fans who are just here off brand new off the beef, I'm gonna keep it right here on the GNX jumps. And a lot of people didn't think that. Like, a lot of people were saying, oh, he gonna go super deep and he gonna go into all of these other different bags, and he didn't go into them bags. So I kind of respect that he didn't even go there. Like for him to just realistically just be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna just bang out what the new stuff.
Was more so the look.
What you mean when you say the look? Like
the performance wise, like the art, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole, you know, like the flags. No, like I feel like it's more of a visual.
Yeah, no, of course, it's more no, for sure.
Because like me personally, if I had to be in that stadium, I would be pissed.
What you mean?
Because how can you really see it unless they have it shown on a jumbotron?
If you came to the studio, if you came,
because like all that camera movement and how they was going in and out, like that shit was dope. Like art wise, that shit was definitely a good look.
No, of course. I think if you were going into the Kendrick, if you were going into the Super Bowl performance, and again, where I kind of see and say, like, all right, damn, it's gonna be, he got big shoes to fill compared to Beyonce. Like if I'm comparing it to the Beyonce joint, yeah, you kind of do still take an L just because Beyonce with the sound quality wise, she still lived up to the hype and she still met the artistic, especially even still riding for black people, she did it. But let's be clear, Kendrick Lamar smoked that, bro. Like that, just even how the coming, like keeping it still the American flag, but having all black people as the red, white, and blue. Like, bro, that was hard. Like, I don't give a care what you like, and I understand. And that's why I think again when we talking about hip hop, I think even just in general, I think we gotta realistically just stop thinking that everybody's palette is gonna be the same. Because I'm not gonna be mad at somebody be like, oh, that performance sucked. Cool. If it wasn't for you, you didn't like it, then knock yourself out. Like if you couldn't take nothing out of it and be like, oh, you couldn't find nothing about it that you like, then that means just 9 times out of 10, you just not really into the hip hop part of the culture. Like you're not really into the black culture thing, because even having Serena Williams come out on the Super Bowl and crip walk, I don't care what you talking about. Like that little one Snoop crip walk, that's Snoop. Who cares? No, we talking about Serena Williams is a absolute GOAT, a black legend, a historical sports legend, arguably the greatest female athlete ever. And for her to literally come out and do a crip walk to a Drake diss song, and to know the fact that the Drake last album, what was it? What that wasn't the last, whatever the last joint with him and 21 Savage, he dissed her husband. Like, let's be clear. Kendrick, and that's
why he shout her out on. Was it Not Like Us? What? Because Kendrick do shout her out.
Yeah, he do.
Is it on Not Like Us? We said about Serena. Don't.
Yeah, it's on Not Like Us. Yeah, he shouted out Serena on Not Like Us. Like, man, these points right here, just like, come on, bro. Like, get this game over. Like, y'all just being corny at this point. This will be the time where I will kind of.
Now, this is what I say. I don't like with that whole new NFL with it because they couldn't kick onside kick until the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
But even just like now, it's just like, all right, bro. Like y'all, like you just this will kind of be for the people who is thinking that sports is rigged. Like this will people be like, all right, now y'all sitting here just chasing the money line, or you chasing whatever the spread is, whatever the case may be. Like, come on, dog. Like
you don't want to just give up.
It's over.
Nah, you still got it.
How you gonna score 20? You gonna score 20
no, I mean,
points?
I'm just saying you're not gonna just be like,
seconds?
all right, fuck it, I'm done. I'm throwing.
Man, bro, this is over, dog. Like, come on.
You got to still keep competing.
Man, I guess. But anyway, but just like I said, going back into the Kendrick Lamar of it all, I just that whole him taunting him and saying, oh, he like to sue. Like, I'm like, dog, he linked into it. Like, he got the people hyped because we like, I want to perform y'all favorite song. And you get the whole crowd all geeked up. And then Samuel L. Jackson, again, the whole time just narrate, even when he was just like, hey, you going too outrageous, calm it down a little bit. And then they go into the scissor jump. Like, the way he walked through all of that, bro, that was fire, dog. Like, if we talking about screw, like, again, that's why I said, if you went into this and you trying to, like, listen, like.
Shake your ass.
No, if you're trying to shake your ass, then this is not for you. And even if you're trying to go into it, listen to it, like, again, I think when we talk about performance-wise, because so many people are not used to rappers actually performing. We're talking about actual putting on a stage performance where you have to watch it. Like, this wouldn't be something that I would go back and listen to. But if you're sitting here saying, I'm watching it, if you actually watching it, paying attention to the Super Bowl, it lived up to the hype. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, he did when you talking about when people sit here and say, oh, Kendrick Lamar is an amazing performer. Like, bro, he kind of did what he was supposed to do. Like, it ain't too much arguing to that. Like, he literally lived up to the hype. Even the parts when people kept, like, you see everybody online, like, I hope they perform Luther. They performed Luther. And you kind of got to see, like, when SZA came out and performed, they changed. Like, her jump was under a TV track. So you actually got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can hear her vocals with the music. It sound a lot louder than when Kendrick was doing it by himself. But again, just him, he put on a great performance, dog. Like, that's just my only thing. Like, I can't, like, and I'm not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. So this is not like, if this is your first time hearing me, this is not somebody off of some, ooh, I'm a super Kendrick Lamar stan. Like, no, I like Drake. And I'm even realistically later on in the show, I'm going to talk about, like, do I think he could come back when he drop his project this Friday with Party? He may, but this right here, what I just watched on that Super Bowl, bro, you can't whitewash that. Like, Kendrick Lamar came out with super black energy, and like, and it was so black where it's like you gotta actually know the history and be able to read between the lines, especially even when we talking about the Serena Williams stuff. Like, you gotta know that if you're just a casual football fan or you just watching this realistically, you may not even know that Drake and Serena Williams got any type of history. Like, if you a newer Drake fan, you don't know that because it ain't like sitting here like. I don't even necessarily know how public their dating thing is outside of rap. Like, for people who like rap music, then you absolutely know, okay, that's how Drake and what's my man, Common, that's how they started beefing. So you kind of know those things, but if you don't realistically know just that whole real ins and outs and back and forth between rappers in the hip hop community, you may not even know how important or how cool that was for Serena Williams to absolutely just come out here and hit a whole crip walk. Like, bro, that was crazy. Like, that, to me, that crip walk was just like, I don't know what was more crazy. Was it the crip walk or was actually just him sitting here saying, they like to sue?
But my thing,
like, bro, that's a hell of a thought right there.
But then the A chain, that's what I want to know. What was the A chain for? They saying the A chain stand for the A minor. Why would he have an A on?
I don't know.
Like that.
But listen, again, but I even said it last week after the Grammys on. Like I said, what Drake gonna have to realize is this was kind of like the watered down version of the Super Bowl, because you're gonna have to deal with that A minor all summer long.
Because he would have ran that back. He would have ran that part back.
Of course he was going to run it back.
He would have ran that part back. Well, there's your Super Bowl champs.
Shout out to Fly, Eagles, Fly. No, yeah, I think, but real quick, let's finish the Kendrick Lamar thing, then we get into the Eagles later, because I mean, like in a few seconds, because I do want to give, bro, he was on the hot seat the way the season started. Remember the second game, because game one of the season, it started off shaky, because that was the first game they ever played with a brand new center, and it was in Brazil. That first game started off shaky, and then the next game, they got their boots smoked by the Tampa Bay Bucks. And you gotta think about it, the Bucks was the ones who beat them out last year. So moving like that, he was on the hot seat. People talking about him losing his job, and now you're talking about the fact they just won a Super Bowl by a dub. And this final score really don't really get. Well, let's keep it a buck. This score, I mean, realistically, the real feel of this game was really 40 to damn near 46. Like this final score to be 40-22, that ain't the real score. The real feel of this game was damn near basically 40-0, and we keeping it a bean. Like, let's be for real. Like the Eagles took their foot off the gas at the end for these last 2 touchdowns. Like, let's keep it a buck. But anyway, like I said, standing just to the Kendrick Lamar part of this whole situation, like, yeah, you got to get that man his flowers, though. Like, that to me was, like I said, I'm not talking about just off of the sound. Like, was I kind of a little bit, like, wish me personally, because I knew those songs and you wanted to hear the beat a lot more. Yeah, of course, I would have rather the sound been up so you can actually just kind of vibe out to it watching it on TV. But, I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm still, man, he brought out Mustard and that still people went crazy, just like you knew people would to the Mustard, turn the TV off. Like, you knew what the vibe was going to be. Like, you kind of knew what the fans was going to bug out to, and that's what they did.
And I'm pretty sure they're probably going to fix the sound once on the playback, like when you watch it on Apple Music.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure they will.
Yeah,
of course they will. Of course they will. Yeah, of course they will. I'm sure they will add the extra stuff to it to make the sound quality a little bit better. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought my TV at first was, I'm like, damn, is my TV messing up? Like, what's going on? But again, like I said, he delivered. And just the whole suing part, leaning into it, it was kind of like, it's like, all of this was still fresh. Like, this wasn't just like, and even how he changed the words up a little bit on Not Like Us. Like, I liked how he even played around with it. Like, man, he did what he was.
Yeah, because I thought he wasn't gonna say their names.
He said all of them. Like, he literally said, like, dog, he did. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. You can't, like, if you still got some type of hate, I mean, I get it. If you're a real Drake fan, I'm not mad at you. If that's you gonna continuously ride with your guy and you're gonna find some type of way to kind of throw salt on this junk, like, cool. Like I said, if you want to sit here and try to downplay what Kendrick Lamar did, then cool. You can easily see and say, oh, I'm comparing it to the Beyonce John that didn't live up to Beyonce, bro. It's not too. It ain't nobody else probably besides Chris Brown that you're gonna be able to compare a Beyonce performance to. But if you sit here talking about just the whole,
and it was a rap performance. I mean, you can't take that. It wasn't like he was singing, or it was a rap performance. You got it. Like, what more do you want?
Yeah, man, it was hard though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That just the suing part and the Serena Williams part was the 2 hardest things out of all of it. Like that, his saying, they like to sue. Like, I was like, bro, that's crazy. Because like realistically, our minds is so, like, just think about it. Before the Super Bowl, I mean, of course, we kind of knew going into the Super Bowl, and I knew when we was going to record, the conversation was going to be different. But just think about how the week went from 50 Cent, oh, damn, 50 went crazy. And then it's like the weeks go by so fast, like in topics, especially in just pop culture, move so fast. It's like no story really don't got too much life to it, because it's just going to be like, literally, it's going to be one day it's going to be this, and the next day it's going to be that. And then it's like, all right, boom, we on to the next. And shout, man, oh my God. Like I said, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Let's kind of really get into this Eagles situation. If you are here and you upset about the week, bro, it's the Super Bowl. Like, I feel like this is, and you know what's so crazy? One thing I do kind of hate about people, like people in general, like you just be like, people will tweet or people will posting it Instagram, like, am I the only person not watching the Super Bowl? Like, yes, you are, and you're weird for posting this. Like, bro, nobody don't care that you're not watching the Super Bowl. You're being a loser. Like, just like, come on, dog. Like, get on with the pro. Like, I hate people who do that. Like, people just like, am I the only person who don't care about this game? Like, all right, cool. If you don't, then don't get on here. Like, you think you about to get a brownie point because you're not watching the Super Bowl, dog? Like, no, you're just weird. Like, the rest of America is watching this thing and you just acting like you too cool for school. Like, all right, cool, move on then, loser. Like, beat it. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing right now? But again, like I said, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Jalen Hurts, because, bro, niggas play with Jalen Hurts a lot. Like, a lot of sports media people put a lot of salt and a lot of shade on Jalen Hurts. And this is his second Super Bowl that he outplayed Patrick Mahomes, if we're keeping it a bang. Of course, they lost the first one, so you don't really get to talk about it. But, dog, like this time, like, you know, he outplayed him again. He outplayed him on all levels. Like, it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, bro, man, shout out to Jalen Hurts. And it just shout out to him for never allowing just people to kind of talk him out of his game. Like, he got there, he did what he's supposed to. When it wasn't nothing to throw, he pulled it down and he ran with it. Like, of course, he threw that one interception, but he was trying to go to AJ early. Man, shout outs to him. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's just so much that you can. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout outs to the people who try to throw the monkey in the wrench with Saquon Barkley's wife when they said he was pulling up her old tweets. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them tweets was funny as hell, dog. Like, I'm not one of them people. I ain't one of the people who get offended by shit like super fast. Like, it got to be something real. And the tweets was super old. Like, bro, she was young as hell. Like, she was like 14 years old. But that cheated nigga jump, oh my nigga, that shit was funny. And watching other people,
we all have tweets, and that's why I'm just like, dog.
See, I never used Twitter like for those type of things. So I don't have those type of tweets.
Yeah, especially back then, and when Twitter was Twitter, a lot of people said some wild ass shit.
Replace a Disney movie using the N-word, bro. The cheetah niggas was hilarious, though. I don't care what you say. Like, the cheetah niggas was funny as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally read that like 19 different times, and every time I read it, I laughed. Like the gold digger part, I was like, all right, how you kind of like dragging it, but the cheetah niggas was hilarious. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like that was hilarious. But again, like I said, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, shout out to the fans in Philly. And then again, it's just one of those things where it's kind of just like, I think the Chiefs leaned into a lot of the whole little MAGA thing. Like even, oh, matter of fact, how did I even start this without even playing this? Oh my God, I'm tripping.
You're a football fan. Size up these two teams.
I'm a big fan of both teams. They're sort of different. In Philadelphia, you have one of the greatest running backs, Saquon. You know, Saquon had an uncle who was a great fighter, and Iran Barkley, his name was. So you have a great running back. You really have a great quarterback. The other team, the quarterback really knows how to win. He is a great, great quarterback.
So game prediction?
I hate to do it. I just say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan. She's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person. I watched her being interviewed. I said, boy, that's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great. I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. At the same time, Philadelphia has a fantastic game. It's going to be just a great game.
And you know how piped up Philly is. Like I got a homegirl of mine that I met on TikTok, and we were just DMing earlier, and we was talking about the game, and I was like, and she was just like, she was trying to hurry up, finish doing, her regular normal Sunday stuff, so she can go outside. Like that's just like what she kind of content she make. It's a lot of Philadelphia based content, like letting people know like what's the things to do in Philly. And she was like, bro, they were closing down streets already.
Yeah,
and me and her,
on that.
Yeah, and that's what I say. I said, okay, that kind of. But when I thought about it, I'm like, damn, the game not even in Philly, and they blocking all streets already.
Yeah,
but then
I mean, win or lose, they still gonna go.
Yeah, they gonna go and pipe up, of course. But it was just crazy to think about. Like I was literally DMing her, like you talking about 12 o'clock. I mean, in the middle of the day, I'm kind of like, damn, they got the streets blocked off already. Like I get it if you would have waited until like 6 or something, like after the game stopped, but you already got streets blocked off at the beginning, like the day literally just started. People ain't even made their way to the bar already, and you already kind of know what streets is already blocked off. So like, man, no, when you talk about sometimes we talk about sports cities, and we kind of even talked about this again last year when it was the Knicks fans that came down to Philly. Like, bro, Philly had one of those type of loyal fan bases that actually just like, you're not mad at it day one. Like you can't even, especially if you are somebody who actually from the DMV, I'm sure you drove up to Philly maybe once or twice, maybe a couple different. You may make it a random trip off the regular if you really indulge in the cheesecakes and just pop up. I know endless people I follow and people I personally know who just make that trip up Philly all the time just for whatever purposes they may be going up there. So you can't realistically, like, those is our distance cousins, where it's like literally ain't nothing but an hour drive to make that move. So again, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, and just shout out to that whole team, because it's just so much. Man, they get so much slander. Like if you really are one of those, like if you somebody like me and you watch like or listen to a lot of sports podcasts from whoever work at ESPN or people who work at Fox, especially if you're watching the main ones that's actually presented by ESPN or presented by Fox Sports, bro, they go so crazy. They talk about Jalen Hurts like he is dog doodle. And for him to actually be able to realistically win the Super Bowl MVP and outplay Patrick Mahomes, and I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes, like this, I've never seen Patrick Mahomes look this bad. Like, bro, he looked horrible. Like, this was like the absolute worst game of you will probably ever see a Patrick Mahomes life. I'm not gonna hold you, dog. Like, he played so horrible, and I kind of like, I ain't gonna say I felt bad for what's my man Travis Kelce, but he kind of like, he looked like he just was out there. Like, he was real live, just out there running, doing cardio, because Patrick Mahomes didn't even get a chance to look at this nigga at all. And you got to think about it. You got to think about how crazy the Eagles is with this win, realistically, because the youngin, what's his name, Jalen Carter, that played on the defense, he was a rookie last year, but you got to think about how he got all the way to the Eagles because of his drunk driving stuff. And that's what, I mean, of course, that kind of like, that probably won't never hunt nobody from Georgia ever again, but a lot of that.
He will be back next year then.
Who?
Jay Carter? No, when we talking about the robbery, I was talking about the Kansas City. When you said I'm thinking about the one that was speeding.
Oh yeah. No,
and his mother was still in the package.
Yeah, not him. Not him. But just shout out to Slim. Like I said, for Carter, for Jalen Carter, for the Eagles, bro, he literally I forgot how far down he went in the draft, but bro, he dropped down a lot of spots because of his drinking and driving incident. So I'm sure there are so many GMs right now kicking themselves like, bro, We literally think about you let somebody go because of all the crazy stories of stuff you have heard from NFL players have done. For somebody to lose their draft stock because they was drinking and driving is absolutely ridiculous. And he has literally been balling all season, bro. He has been playing out of his mind the entire season. And let's be clear, like last year, he was a rookie. He really didn't hit his stride and really go crazy last season. But you could see the later the season got, the more aggressive he got, the harder he was playing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, shout out to the Eagles, though. And that's, y'all know me, I'm a huge black quarterback person. So Jalen Hurts been one of the guys that I've been talking about on this podcast for a minute now. So I'm super happy for Jalen Hurts. Damn, I'm really
shout out to what's his name, Smith. I didn't know he was the first Alabama wide receiver to any Alabama player to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Oh, see, I know that. Yeah, shout out to Devontae Smith. And that's again when we talk about that Philadelphia. And of course, women will find, especially black women will find all the cool reasons to root for players. And I like that to me because it's like, as men, we just like players for whatever the reason. And of course, I'm probably one of the most different people when it comes to why I like certain players, especially quarterbacks, because they are black. But to see women just like, oh, I'm rooting for the Eagles because Devontae Smith proposed to his girlfriend and he got a black girlfriend. Because let's be clear, especially if you're on black Twitter, like they be dragged, like they would really be upset. Like niggas give Saquon a different pass because, of course, most of the people with huge platforms on social media, most of them are from New York. So people got a different type of love for Saquon Barkley. And I don't care. I'm not gonna lie to you. I always like if I didn't never see Saquon start doing the kissing jump on the stage, I would have always thought the Saquon Barkley girlfriend was Taylor Rooks. I'm not gonna hold you. But anyway, I'm kind of bouncing all over the place. But that's just how people pick up certain things. And then you see so many people who love Jalen Hurts because his whole entire team, his management team is all women. I believe 2 of them may not be black women, but everybody else on his management team is black, and he's engaged to a black woman. So of course, black people, especially black women, fall in love with these type of stories because it becomes like, oh, this is our team because Kansas City Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes and his MAGA wife. So we gonna find our super OD black team and we gonna root for them. Oh, and you in a super OD black city. And let's be clear, I'm sure people who may be watching it, let's be clear, Philadelphia, the people who really go crazy and turn up and pipe up are not the black people or the Eagles fans. So I'm not making it seem like, oh, we can't bond and have a good time with the white people, because you need the white people for the crazy turn up that's gonna eat the horse poop and knock down the lights and flip the cars, because black people ain't gonna do that. You need your white friends that's gonna crash out and flip a car to or set something on fire. So realistically, you need that energy. I'm not disclosing them from it because that's still what makes Philadelphia Philadelphia. But I do want to, again, I gotta shout out to Jalen Hurts because when you sit here, I'm sure leading into the week because of the Super Bowl conversation week, you'll see certain people put up the picture of, oh, Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes, and people will use the picture. Of course, if you haven't seen it, they'll compare it to who they are dating. Let me see. I think I got it saved in my phone. I'm almost 100% positive that I do. Where's that picture at? I ain't gotta say it in my phone. Oh yeah, I do. Here you go, right here. This picture that everybody, of course, we'd all seen. So people, and that go just floating around on social media, Patrick Mahomes and his wife versus Jalen Hurts and his fiance, and people will just kind of lean into those storylines. People, because of course, if you got your own favorite football team, you need to find other ways to make the storylines a little bit more personal to you, and that's what people do. That's why people like certain music, because the way I can make it more personal to me, the same way you made your favorite basketball player or team may be this, because especially college players, oh, because I went to this college. You make those things more personal. So that little storyline, especially for black women, they linked into that one heavy. So I'm sure a lot of people right now can enjoy their Black History Month. And the fact that that Donald Trump was picking the Chiefs because they were super MAGA. And I'm not gonna lie, nothing was crazier than sitting here watching Taylor Swift get booed. And that's how you know it was a bunch of Eagles fans in the building, because they booed Taylor Swift. That's how you know Philly was real live, really in the building. Like, that's how you know that Philly was in the building, because there's nowhere else on planet Earth that you will sit here and see Taylor Swift get booed besides Eagles fans. And that's why, if you are actually a real sports fans, you gotta love Eagles fans, because they are real live crash dummies, and they gonna crash out behind their mob all the time. I can't wait to watch the videos of Kevin Hart and Gilly the Kid and all of them actually just turning up. So again, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts. And again, like I said, our white cousin for this summer is what's my man, Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean is definitely my white cousin. He get the invite to all the cookouts all summer long, all sodas and glizzies on me. Pause, no Diddy. I guess moving into just when we real quick, because we talking about kind of just age and how you like music or whatever you may like. Kanye West had a tweet where he was saying, I'm 47 years old and I don't like listening to rap music no more because it doesn't do any type of motivation or it doesn't serve me no purpose. It's just empty soul music. And I in a homegirl of mine, and she was like, facts. And I'm like, what are you saying facts to, right? So it started a little debate, and my thing to her was, bro, especially let's keep it on the age of Kanye, or even if maybe if you're, let's just say 40 or your late 30s. Why are you looking for 20? Most people are like, especially popular rap music right now, they in their 20s. Why are you looking for somebody in their 20s to be giving you some crazy, super woke, super religious or super outright type of music? Like, I'm not expecting that from a 20-year-old because I've been 20 before. I know when I was 20 years old, my brain didn't think like it think right now. Like, even for me to sit here and be able to come on here now and talk about like, oh, my favorite quarterbacks is whatever black quarterback is playing. Bro, in my 20s, I was a diehard Peyton Manning fan. Like, you couldn't move. Like, and let's be clear, I mean, of course, when Peyton Manning was in the NFL, there wasn't nothing probably but one or two black quarterbacks as period. Just like that. It wasn't even just it was probably like Dante Culpepper, Donovan McNabb, and that may be it. And that was early in his career. Towards the end, it wasn't nothing but Cam Newton and Russell Wilson. So just like I said, with all that being said, I'm not just looking for somebody. If I'm listening to rap music, I'm looking just to listen to rap music, though. I'm not trying to I want to be entertained. And I think that's why sometimes for people, you have to be okay. And I think for what they call millennials, I think millennials are having the hardest time realizing that you're just old, dog. Like, you can't sit here and be trying to dictate what young people, and I can kind of keep this on sports at the same time, because I was watching the flag football jump with all the streamers and the rappers in it, and I was kind of just like, oh damn, this was like when I was young and I got a chance to watch MTV where they had Rock and Jock and all those different, because that's realistically what it was. It was just a newer version of Rock and Jock. It's not on MTV, but it's on YouTube. But realistically, we're keeping it a buck. Most people watch YouTube. Like, real, even again, shout out to the NFL for putting the Super Bowl on Tubi. Like, people sit here, I seen Fox. I mean, it's owned by Fox, but still, we talking about, just because when we normally, a couple of weeks ago, when we were talking about the difference between the NBA and the NFL, think about how the NBA tried to whore and put everything behind the paywall. Tubi is the only free streaming app. Like, you don't have to.
No, but I'm saying, but that's behind Fox company doing this, because even like the wrestling's about to be on Tubi now. The SmackDown.
But what I'm saying is that's still smart on there. It don't matter who doing it, because the NBA would never do this. The NBA would never put the NBA championship on a free streaming platform. NBA be trying to hoard, but dog, if people gonna watch it, they gonna see the commercials. Get your money off the commercials. You can't try to get your money. You're trying to get your money twice. Are you trying to put it behind a paywall streaming platform, and you sit here trying to put commercials through it and put logos all through the jerseys and all that? I'm like, bro, you trying to get too much money. And that's why the NFL will always have the bigger product, bro. They met people where they at. That means I didn't have to have no TV. I mean, I didn't have to have no form of cable at all. This was literally free. This was damn near like they put it on YouTube. It was free. You didn't have to pay for this. You don't have to pay for Tubi. They actually sit here and gave you the Super Bowl for free, dog. Because they know if you're going to watch the whole entire Super Bowl, the halftime and everything else, bro, all these commercials and stuff are already paid for. What do I need to try to get the consumer to pay for it too? Why not just give it to them for free? Because they're going to watch all the commercials. They're going to talk about it. You're going to be on social media. You got to meet people where they at.
I think we might just be moving a little too ahead right now, because I feel like it's sooner or later it's going to go to that. Because you got to think about it, watching their games during the regular season. You got to pay for an app to watch a football game.
No, I mean, yeah, but that's for like the miscellaneous games. But that's
what I'm saying. But I'm going forward. I think it's all going to start being on those apps and these these platforms.
But listen, I don't necessarily. But listen, I'm not even if you put it behind platforms that people already use because they watching other stuff. Like, you put it on Netflix, cool. Nobody won't complain about that. Like, even if the Super Bowl was on Netflix, people wouldn't complain because so many people it's something that's more convenient. I'm talking about, like, with the NBA, you sit here and try to get people to pay for stuff that they don't have to watch already on the regular. Like, I'm not watching. You realistically think about it. If you pay for ESPN, realistically, you pay for ESPN just to watch a bunch of college games. Because 90% of the stuff to be on ESPN is all college sports. I'm not paying to watch college sports, dog. You know how crazy that sounds? To watch a college game? Like, if I really want it, if I'm a diehard women's college basketball fan, I have to pay hundreds of dollars to subscribe to ESPN. I'm not doing that, dog. It's not that deep. And that's for the average consumer. That's just how they feel. So that's why I'm sitting here saying, put it in on Tubi. Bro, that's probably one of the smartest things ever. I seen people trying to joke about it. And I seen the people, like, I seen somebody on Threads trying to make a joke, and niggas was cooking them for that. Because, oh, now you somebody special, like Tubi, you too good for Tubi. And that's how people be trying to, like, I mean, of course, because that's how Tubi got popular. And that, again, goes into, when we talk about the black community, how we make stuff popular. Because what got Tubi popular is the ghetto, the movies that were a super low budget that you felt like these would never make it on no other TV streams. Now that they got the Super Bowl. So think about how realistically, if you take 2 seconds and really think about what I'm saying is, Tubi got popular for their bootleg ghetto movies. And now they got the Super Bowl probably less than a year, maybe 2 years later. Think about how Tubi just started to heat up and it was literally a joke. And that's why I do understand for some people to be like, damn, the Super Bowl on Tubi, because literally, just realistically, every time you think about Tubi, it's always people just joking, or it's a clip of something that's just like, bro, this can't be on TV, but it's on Tubi. So it's just like, but they build it, and that's all realistically because I think black people don't give each other or give ourselves as a whole that much credit. Guess what? Fox seen it. Like, oh, cool. We ain't about to make people pay for this. We're going to keep allowing it to free. And then if you go in there, because I was looking for, I seen a clip of, because we kind of mentioned that show, especially when we was talking about LL Cool J about a month ago, and we was talking about his TV show. I seen a clip and it was going viral. As a matter of fact, it was Deion Sanders. It was the episode where Deion Sanders was knocking on LL Cool J door, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." That this is one we talked about it on here, but this is a show that people really don't mention like that. And then a girl wrote me back, was like, "Oh, it's on Tubi," but because now that you sit here reminding me, oh yeah, Fox do own that. That show was on Fox, so it makes sense. But just realistically, when you sit here saying, just think about how Tubi was built up. Think about the hype on it. I'm not saying, I don't know what was the first thing that was ever on it. We talking about what actually got people talking about Tubi was the super ghetto clips that we was like, bro, this can't be a real movie. Like this, nobody ain't really watching this. And people kept going. Like people were going to find the most outrageous movies that they could find to see, just to laugh at it, take it and use it for social media. And that's sometimes where you give people credit for being, they super hip. Even just like the NFL, you got to give them credit for allowing Kendrick Lamar to get off what he got off. Like I'm like, you can't deny what they let him get off. Like they just allowed this man to real live say Drake, I heard you like I'm young. Like he literally said this on national TV, though, and he looked directly in the camera and made eye contact with Drake. Like if Drake was watching the Super Bowl, he made eye contact with that man and said, "Say Drake, I heard you like I'm young." Like man, dog, if that was bro, listen to him say, I promise you, Drake went to go buy a new TV or whatever else after he was watching it, because no possibly way as a human being you could be watching the Super Bowl, or even if you just like. I would have had to watch it. Just your human nature, even if you feel like it and you know what it is, real smoke, you want to see, damn, is he gonna play with me on the Super Bowl? Because this ain't something I want to watch on the clip. I got to watch this in real time. And especially if Drake really a sports fan, like he act like he a sports fan, you had to watch this. And just your eager nature of just being a human being, you're going to want to see that. So for you to sit here and see your ex crip walking and to hear to a nigga sit here and say Drake, I heard you like I'm young. And he called out your whole entire crew. Why he, oh man, he didn't even really go crazy with the wop, 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 a dot. He didn't even go crazy with that. Like that's why I'm sitting here telling you it's gonna be a long summer for Drake. I hope Drake is ready to drop. He gonna have to drop some of the biggest songs of his career to be able to get off the mat right now, dog. Because you know, for you like me, just think about how many people going. This is Sunday, so people watching the game. Everybody not gonna be on social media dragging it now. They gonna drag it all day tomorrow.
They on it.
No, I know they on there now, but I mean, I'm just still saying all day tomorrow is gonna continuously get work. They're not gonna take their foot off of it. And people going to continuously talk about it. All the big radio shows, all the Sherry Shepherds and maybe, what's her name? Don't seem like she as messy. Jennifer Hudson not as messy, but Sherry Shepherd is messy, bro. I be seeing Sherry Shepherd jump like Sherry Shepherd is messy. Like she is the woman. She is literally old folks pop version of a podcast. She be doing that jump, like literally pulling up whatever's messy on social media. So I know for a fact tomorrow on Monday, Sherry Shepherd is going to bring up how Kendrick Lamar sit here and had Serena Williams crip walking to a Drake diss song. Like, bro, that was hard. Like, again, shout out to the NFL for meeting the people where they're actually at. Like I respect that, because even when we was talking about Amanda Seals, like sometimes like everybody kind of want to get paid. If the product is good enough, meet people where they at, and they gonna sit here, it's gonna be worth giving it to them for free. Like I respect the NFL. Like, bro, my hat's off for like, and I'm an NBA person, but the NFL continuously finds ways to win. And even again, we talking about getting them young. When I'm sitting here saying growing up watching whatever the junk the MTV used to have, whatever it was called, Rock and Jock, whatever the case may be, for them to have it now and it's on YouTube. And guess what? And I'm sitting here watching them, like I'm like, bro, I'm looking at the numbers of this junk. Like, what's my man, Asho Speedy, bro? He had his number, like, because I don't know how they do it on the streaming junk, but it showed a number of many people, bro. He was streaming. It was 30 million people have viewed this man channel today. I'm like, bro, do you know how crazy that number is? So for the internet, and I don't know how they said it. I'm sure whatever it is. I mean, of course, it's the NFL and the YouTube, they was doing it together. But just even the way they had the different camera angles, how everybody was mic'd up. I'm like, bro, this is so fire. Like, and I had to remind, like, I still liked it, and I'm 40, but I can only imagine if I'm a 20-year-old, how much more fire this is. Like, if this is really my age group, or if I'm even younger, if I'm a kid, if I'm like 15, 17, like, bro, I could imagine how much I'm eating this up. Like, this would be like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, because this is all my favorite streamers, and then this is all my favorite younger rappers. They got Quavo in there, they got Sitting Here Sexy Red, they got Glorilla, they got Lotto, they got Angel Reese, they got all the young people that they love right here on this field playing. And I'm like, damn, I remember when I was a kid watching MTV, and they give you that same feel, and they even allow when Glorilla was doing the commentating, bro. Like, just think about if I'm a kid and I'm a diehard Glorilla fan, and she literally did. I'm talking about the whole entire game. They had 4 quarters, and the quarters was like had some length to them, and she is literally doing. And the crazy thing is, if you know Glorilla, she really like football, and she talking shit to Cam Newton, like, bro, you ain't passing Quavo the ball. And literally after she called him out, Quavo came out in the middle of the game and put on a headset. Him and Glorilla was talking. He's like, she like, damn. Cam, why Cam ain't passing you the ball, or whatever the case may be. He was like, damn, I thought Cam would pass me the ball too. We both from Atlanta, whatever the case may be. Literally right after that, he caught 2 touchdowns. But I'm just so like, bro, this is so fire to me. And this is not my age demo. This ain't even made for me. So if this is fire to me, I can only imagine how fire this is to somebody else. And that kind of go originally back to the Kanye West thing, sitting here saying, oh, you should, whatever the case may be with hip hop, bro. Sometimes you just got to understand you old and this ain't meant for you no more. It's okay to sit here and say, I understand you grew up on this and you want to be able to love it forever and you want to feel young and you want to be hip, but you can't sit here and try to dictate what's going to be hot for the kids, because you ain't a kid, dog. You 20 years removed from probably what the hot thing is right now. Like, just think about it. Like, think about Kanye sitting here saying he's 47, and let's just sit here and say the most outside. Let's take out Future and Drake, and even cut off Lil Baby. Let's just sit here and say if we starting at that Lil Baby on down, all of them are 20 years old and younger. You're looking at somebody like DDG, Kai, and the I Show Speedy. Like, oh, bro, these young kids are young enough to be his kid. Why do you think hip hop and music is supposed to resonate with you, and you're some old enough to be some of these rappers' parent? Or if you may be a little bit younger and you're in your later 30s, you old enough to be these rappers' older brother or sister. So that's just my only thing where it's like, I hate when people give that criticism, and I even just kind of even tied it into Doechii when I seen people, oh, Doechii won this award, now she's going to change. And this is all men who say this. Oh, now she's going to change the landscape of rap for women. Y'all niggas ain't even women. This music ain't even made for you. So how in the world do you sit here and realistically sit here and say, oh, because Doechii won this award, now rap going to change? No, they are still literally all I seen all day long was going viral was videos of Sexy Red and Lotto twerking on the joint, Lotto having a moment with Cass and that, and I So Speedy doing a smell test. Like, bro, them girls sometimes it's not about music, because these people resonate with their audience through their personalities now, through the culture. And when we talk about personalities, of course, your personality is attached to the culture. It don't have nothing to do with your skill level of rap.
And shit, shout out to Doechii and narrating the Nike commercial with all the women in there.
Oh, that was her. That was her. I didn't even know that was her.
Like I said, everybody got their own lane, so I don't think you.
The only thing that kind of upset me a little bit with the Doechii situation is I listened to her new song Nosebleed, and I kind of felt bad for Nicki.
Why?
Because it sounded like Nicki Minaj, bro. The whole entire song sounded like Nicki Minaj. Like, this literally sounded like if I wouldn't have told you who this was and I just played it and like, tell me who this is, and you wasn't familiar with Doechii, you would have thought this was Nicki Minaj. Mm. Like, I'm talking about literally, you can literally go for anybody who haven't heard it. Go listen to Doechii new song that she put out called Nosebleed, and that junk literally sound like a Nicki Minaj song. And that's all I kept thinking about. But Nicki has already used all her crash outs, so you kind of can't crash out on this girl because you done used all your crash outs on Lotto and Meg and Cardi and all of them.
But can't you crash out? I mean, that's just somebody using that. That's a student of the game.
No, listen to what I'm telling you. If Nicki Minaj didn't already use all her good crash outs on Meg and all of them, I promise you, she could crash out on this Doechii thing, because Doechii is getting celebrated at such a high level for being literally a common copy of Nicki Minaj. Like, listen to what I'm saying. Like, sometimes, like, when we talking about for other female rappers, yeah, they make from the looks, like their poses they may have done on album covers or whatever the case may be. You can sit here and say, oh, Nicki took this from Lil Kim, or Cardi and Lotto and all of them was inspired by Nicki Minaj. Cool, visualize. We talking about visual, but I'm talking about actually listening to the song. I'm talking about how she changed her voices, the tone, tones, all of that. I'm like, bro, this is Nicki Minaj just reincarnated to a TDE artist. I'm telling you, if Nicki Minaj did not use, and nobody would be mad at Nicki. If you go listen to that Nosebleed song, I guarantee you'll listen to it and you'll be like, oh yeah, I get what Mikey's saying. I wouldn't be mad at Nicki if she just completely just spazzed out on Doechii one day. Like she just woke up and just went absolutely crazy. But she already used all her good crash outs on Cardi and Meg and Lotto and them for just them having cultural impact, cultural success. But we talking about just real live Grammy Awards and all of these other accolades of all these podcasters and radio hosts championing this girl. You are championing somebody for literally taking Nicki's whole entire swag. Like I can't, like, it's no way you can listen to that Joan and be like, damn, dog. Like I'm literally listening to that. And that's all I can real live really hear is like, this is really just a great knockoff of Nicki Minaj. And people going to champion it. So, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. My only thing for some people, I would say and say, if you are of a certain age, especially when you get older and you up in your 40s or in your late 30s, sometimes it's okay to sit here and be like, maybe I only could listen to rap music in the car or on my way to a turn up or in the gym or something, and maybe not try to listen to it all day, every day, because it may just not be for you. And if you not like, I can't relate to half of the stuff some of these youngers be talking about because that's just not my age, but I can still appreciate it. If the hook crank or the beat catchy enough or they saying something crazy enough that I may have heard before, cool, I'm gonna bang it, I'm gonna let it rock. Or if it got a fire TikTok dance to it 9 times out of 10, or I'm like, cool, this is fire, I'm gonna like it, whatever the case may be. So I mean, like I said, it's hard to kind of tell people because I understand how people grew up on hip hop and you don't want to let it go. But I do think realistically, we talking about just, especially if it's hard critiques like the one Kanye tried to give, I think it just got to be an age limit on that. Like if I heard a bunch of 20-year-olds saying what Kanye said, then cool, I get it. I can respect it a little bit more. But again, I can't respect it even like with my homegirl. I'm like, all right, you complain about Sexy Red, but you won't even give Doechii a chance. Like that to me, and that's the people that kind of like it throw me off a little bit. Like there's no way you can not like Sexy Red, or you hate. Let's say not you not like Sexy Red. Let's say if you got a disdain for Sexy Red, you can't sit here and be like, man, I hate Sexy Red. I hate everything Sexy Red stand for, but won't even give Doechii an honest listen. You're a part of the problem then, because you're engaged with Sexy Red enough to know what you don't like about her, but you won't engage with Doechii enough to even give her a fair chance. Like that to me, just like that kind of just don't make sense. But again, like I said, that to me, that's just hip hop. That's kind of just people in general in a nutshell, where how we're so hypocritical with just our takes and what we trying to like. People really don't even want to do their homework. And I kind of, while we just on music real quick, I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to people who are really Larry June fans. I can't do it though. Like I'm not gonna lie. 2 Chainz was rapping his ass off, and I'm just like, every time a Larry June verse come on, I'm like, bro, this shit too slow for me. Like his voice just drag out too much. It's just like, I'm cool. Like I listened to it enough to understand what 2 Chainz did. 2 Chainz understood the assignment. 2 Chainz came on there. He came on there to rap. Like 2 Chainz was barring it completely up. He was punchlining it to death. But dog, I'm cool. Like I just couldn't like that. Just that. Oh my! Every time, Larry, I'm talking about like, bro, it was not a pocket, not a verse that I was like, all right, cool. This was like I could tolerate. I couldn't, dog. I'm sorry. Like shout out to Larry June. Shout out to his fans who actually like that style of music. I kind of at this point when I was listening to it, I was like, damn, 2 Chainz. I would have kind of wished 2 Chainz would have did this. Like you could have did this with like Benny the Butcher, or you could have realistically, to be honest, you could have did this with some of the younger street rappers and kind of made all of them get into this bag with you. Like he could have did this same project with like an ESTG or a Lil Baby or something. Like I get it because Larry June isn't as popular. So like 2 Chainz reaching out to him and say, hey, I want to do a project with you. I understand that's probably easier to kind of lock in and get that done. But I was listening to it and I was just like, damn, who else wouldn't mind hearing 2 Chainz do this? Same exact beats, like the same exact. I'm talking about nothing had to change. But what other rapper would me personally prefer to hear 2 Chainz doing this with instead of Larry June? Okay, of course. Like if you really want to keep it in that underground pocket, cool. He could have did it with Benny the Butcher. I wouldn't have been mad at all. Like that to me would have probably been a perfect marriage for that one. Shit, or even if you would have wanted to do it with Dave East, cool. Because I feel like Dave East is one of them people where it's like hit or miss. Like, because he kind of one of the people who don't really know how, but he did. I forgot what was it, Joe. Davies got 2 projects that I really like of his, and I know I'm kind of all bouncing around all over the place. He got a joint. It's a purple cover, and it's like the cover is created like a redo of a Martin cover. It's that joint from him. I like that a lot, but that's a lot of soul samples and stuff like that where he really ain't coming up with the hook. So that's cool. Like I don't think some rappers, you just kind of got to know your strong suit and what you're weak at, and that's one of the reasons why I respect Fabulous, because he just know his strong point ain't making hooks. It's just, I can rap. I'm not a great hook man. Just let me bang out. So I'm gonna either put a sample right here or I'm gonna put an R&B person right here. And I respect people who understand their strong suits. Davies is one of them people. He really he fighting what's his strong suit. But he did that project and then he did a project with the white boy from Boston. I kind of really like that because that white boy from Boston really know how to make hooks and he can rap for real. So again, yeah, like I said, I know I'm all over the place. I'm bouncing around. What else? Where I kind of right here. What we talking about Kanye West and Kanye? I'm not gonna lie to you. Kanye is super out of pocket because I don't even know how he found this hoodie or knew what this hoodie was, but he's reselling the hoodie that Cassie wore when she got beat by Diddy in that video. Like for people who ain't seen it or you don't know what that is, like this is the junk. Like, bro, that's crazy to me. Like that level of trouble. And let's be clear, Kanye is super rich, so of course I'm sure he can just move around with a bunch of security guards. And when you are that level of rich, you can kind of almost damn near basically get off whatever you want because people never gonna be able to lay hands on you. But that to me is just like I can't respect nothing. Like, and let's be clear, Kanye and this is what I hate about people, even just like with him and Azalea Banks, both of them are exactly the same person. You will have a lot of good points you getting off, but then you will take it. So even like Charleston White, you can put him, because I see him even tweet something about Charleston White. You could put Kanye in that same box, but I feel like sometimes people feel like to really get people, and Charleston White kind of maybe have a point with that, but he got to say the extreme left to get people attention. But in the midst of, he could have been saying like an hour worth of like strong stuff that you're like, damn, he really spitting facts. But then he'll just say some white, super crazy, outlandish thing to be like, bro, why did you? Well, you didn't have to say this. Like, you literally was in pocket and you was rocking this speech or this interview to bed. Like, I'm really like on some like super like go Charleston White. And that's the same type of bag Kanye be in, but then he'll take an extreme left turn and be like, bro, why did you just take us here? Like, you didn't have to go this far left to make your point across. And now you kind of erased all the cool stuff because all the people who were highlight and champion when you was really in pocket. Because let's be clear, if Kanye would have found the clean way to really just get off that, his whole point of him saying something crazy and then bringing it back to, oh, but y'all ain't do nothing to Elon the week before this when he was at the Trump joint, he would have ate with that. If he would have found a way to just keep it clean with that and leave it at that, bro, I promise you, niggas would have treated him like he just re-put out Jesus Walk again. But he took it so far left where he just kind of like you kind of eliminated that fire point that you was making because now people gonna look at this like, I can't even really engage or champion you because you didn't took it completely left from making a valid point right here to everything else you saying is absolutely nuts now. And that be the same thing with Charleston White. Like, I be getting what he be saying and then he'll just take it left and be like, oh, F Nipsey Hussle, and niggas be like, come on, dog. Like, I hear what you're saying, and I get what you were saying, but you did not have to take it that extreme to make your point across. Because now, to the people that you really need to help put you up at because realistically, let's be clear, even for somebody like Charleston White, Say Cheese is cool, and Say Cheese got an audience, but Say Cheese wouldn't be as impactful if he could sit here and take it. He could have went on a Breakfast Club, but you say so much crazy shit that the Breakfast Club can't put you on it. But that would have took your voice to a whole different level. I don't care. Guess what? Or even if you would have went on Club Shay Shay. But my whole point is sometimes you get you feel like you got to go so left. Now it just kind of puts you in a box where you speaking in an echo chamber. Like you continuously, I'm just going on Say Cheese. And that's not no knock to Say Cheese, but Say Cheese ain't Club Shay Shay. Say Cheese ain't the Breakfast Club. And you kind of sometimes need to be able to get on those platforms to have your voice go to a completely different level. And I think sometimes people, just because you want to make yourself seem a little bit more authentic, let me say something crazy that I know for a fact nobody else ain't gonna say. But that sometimes ain't always gonna, it's like it kind of, it's like almost what they say, what's the little saying, you spite your nose to cut your face, or however that little saying go. It kind of just be like, all right, dog, you dragging. And that's felt like with Kanye, he had his moments where he said some shit that kind of would have been like, damn, he's spitting facts, but then you just dragged it. Like even just the F Virgil thing, we can get into that in a minute, even when we get to 50 Cent, because I do think, again, when we're talking about age appropriate stuff when it comes to hip hop, because I've seen somebody even trying to compare 50 Cent having to smoke for Irv Gotti to Lil Durk and him. 50 Cent is 50 years old, bro. You cannot, and that again, when we talk about millennials, have to understand age type of responsibilities. And I mean, of course, 50 probably may be too old to be a millennial, but for millennials who grew up on listening to 50 Cent, you can't compare what a 50-year-old man do to a 20-year-old. Like, that's like, it had like, bro, and I forgot, I wish, now this is when I really wish I remember people's, but I believe it's Mike Tyson or it was Muhammad Ali. One of them got a quote talking about, if you live 30 years and you haven't changed and you the same person, you just basically wasted 30 years of your life. And I think even sometimes with 50 Cent, I understand why people love 50, but it's certain things. Like I said, I don't want to rush through topics. Let's kind of stay right here with Kanye. And let's be clear, and you know how what's messed up? People actually buying his hoodies. How much is he selling this hoodie for? He's selling this hoodie for now I don't even know if these is real because this is off of his website, but he basically sitting here saying sales since quality. So he basically saying he sold 1,500 of these hoodies, the net worth quality item, and he's selling
price on like $20.
No, 30. It looked like he might be maybe $30. Because if he sold 1,500 and he made 30,000, yeah, maybe like $30. Because that'll be like, yeah, so probably like you might be right, it might be like 25, like either $30 or $25, one of them. But it's just like, and that's just, and you know what's so crazy, because we live in a world where everybody want to be so trolly. People gonna buy the hoodie just to feel like, oh, it's like how the gags on you, we supporting Diddy. Like, even realistically, even for him to have Sean John shirts up on his website, and then you got like whoever running Diddy's social media like thanking Kanye, and he's sitting here saying like, even just the mix, a perfect example, like you could have kept it. I mean, I guess if this is really your true feelings on how you really feel about Diddy, then cool. I'm not mad at you for that. Like, if you really feel like this was your hero, this was somebody you looked up to, and you kind of mad how nobody has stepped up for him, then cool. But I think just me realistically, if everybody has watched it, I think, let's be clear, if that Cassie video didn't happen, I think more people will probably still ride for Diddy. Because let's be clear, it's still people out here who kind of like backhandedly ride for R. Kelly. It's still people who will like put a butt or what if for Bill Cosby. I think realistically, if people didn't physically watch that video of Cassie, and of course you'll hear many people come on scene and say, well, that's not what Diddy on trial for. Cool, it don't matter if that's what he on trial for. We still seen it, and it's just like, it's almost just like, bro, you deserve whatever time you get. If you done something this wild, even if you're not on trial for this, even if they lock you up for something you didn't do, the same way they did OJ. Like, OJ beat the murder jump, but he realistically ended up getting locked up for something else, and he had to sit down, and nobody really didn't care because they know for a fact. It's just like, it's just, if you're a real criminal, you know, if you get off once, you can't. And most criminals even say, if you watch enough documentaries, most people or even interviews of ex-drug dealers or ex-street dudes, they always say 9 times out of 10, what you get locked up for ain't even the worst crime you ever really committed. So that's for some people where it's just like with the Diddy situation, it's like, yeah, they dragging in most of this stuff now that people, these stories that people are telling, they probably is a lie. But we all still seen that Cassie video. I can't erase that out of my head. But that again, why we live in a world of social media where there are so many trolls. People, and let's be clear, I'm sure if you wear that hoodie out 9 times out of 10 people, even if I'm talking about it today, if I see somebody with that hoodie on a month from now, I'm not even gonna know what that hoodie is. Like, I'm not gonna remember that. Like, I'm talking about it right now. Literally, I'm talking about it in February. If I see somebody with that hoodie on Easter, I'm not gonna know what that hoodie is. But it's just the fact that how he promoting it and people going to buy it right now just let you know how unserious it is via social media, because so many people just do stuff as a troll. Because you won't take that type of stuff serious. You won't take that Cassie video serious, especially if you don't got your own sister, you don't got your own mom, or whatever the case may be, or you feel like, well, that ain't never gonna happen to nobody. I don't got no daughter, so I don't care. And it's people who live like that. It's people the same way when you see people talk about the Tory and Meg stuff. Like, some people just can't. Some people can compartmentalize and put themselves in that situation and kind of be like, damn, what if this was my daughter, or what if this was somebody I love? And then there's a lot of people who can't do it. So they like, if I don't have no attachment to women, I don't care. I can't see it. I can't relate to it. Free Diddy. And listening to Kanye say that, it was kind of crazy. And it's just like, and I ain't mad at Diddy kids, because I even seen the joint, when I played a clip of Chopper from the band when he was talking about Justin Diddy, and it's so crazy because the nigga's so small, and it's just like, bro, Chopper is a big nigga. For people who don't know, I believe Chopper said he like 6'7", and Diddy kid's like 4 foot something. Like, bro, come on, let's be serious. Where is this Chopper jump? Damn, where's the auto dialogue? I thought I saved that jump. Hey, can you grab me a water real quick? I'm 30. My mouth dry as hell. Pause. No Diddy. Where is this jump of Chopper from the band? Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Justin, I heard he got in contact with you.
Yeah, he called me on Instagram. So I'm like, what is this? So I pick up. I'm like, what's up? He was like, man, I don't appreciate what you're doing to my daddy, bro. Fuck around. He was talking gangster to me. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I had to let him know I would beat the shit out of his ass. But at the end of the day, I seen Justin. He was a little boy, right? So I really ain't feel no way. I know at the end of the day he was hurt, but I had to let him know he was a little boy to me. And you are enjoying the fruits of your labor, and part of the fruits of your labor that your little sprout ass is enjoying is off the band as well. So, nigga, shut up. Like shut your ass up and just go some fucking well. Just shut up. That's just how I feel about that. Ain't no talking gangster to me. I don't play that shit. You dig? So I had to let him know I don't play that shit, little nigga. If you see me, I will punch you in your fucking face. You don't want that. Great. So how about this here? Mind your fucking business and don't call my Instagram. Get your ass over there, son. Get your ass, your fake tough ass over there. Little sucker. Little fucking sucker. Get your little duck ass over there, boy. Playing with me. But I'm 6'7". I would beat the shit out your ass talking tough to me. And recently they been known for doing that, yeah, trying to press niggas. Like, nigga, I'm sitting, nigga. I don't play that. I will beat the fuck out your ass. I am 6'7". I am not short, and I'm about this.
What? Diddy's son just.
You know, the crazy thing is, and I guess the funny thing is, I mean, of course, real quick, for Diddy sons, it's a little bit different because, of course, 9 times out of 10, they're still moving around with security because Diddy money is still long as train smoke. Let's be real. But just to be honest, like if that was just a regular, I don't know, and I think a lot of people, especially because of social media, has kind of destroyed people. And that's one of the things I love about going to the gym. And y'all know I talk about that a lot. Just because it's size. Like I'm a person, pause again, this gonna sound crazy. I'm just a size person. I am a person who, when I'm in person with people, I size people up from head to toe. And if you just living vicariously of social media, you never know how tall people are. So because if somebody normally making videos of like I'm sitting down, you're not gonna know, oh, I'm 6'3", or I'm 6'3", 240. You ain't gonna be able to know that from watching this video. But if you just real life, really outside looking at people, like you kind of look and be like, damn, this person to give me a long day. For 9, 10, again, pause with that one. That just kind of sound crazy. But just again, with somebody like Justin Combs or even whatever the other Diddy son named, the one who really looked like him, bro, y'all are so small. And like, I can't imagine somebody, like even let's just say they 5 foot even. I can't imagine somebody, and I'm not saying that it can't be, because I think Javante like 5 something. He probably could beat up the average 6 foot person. But somebody that's 6'7", 9 times out of 10, if you 5 feet tall, it's gonna be a long day for you. You're gonna have to have real hands, like your hands gonna have to really be able to move. Like you're gonna have to have hands like Carissa Shields for you to be able to beat somebody that got you literally by a foot and some change. Like it's not realistically gonna happen. But I do think realistically we live in the world, because social media, you never get to really eyeball another man and really just be like, damn, let me see if me and him had to really get it shaking right now, could I really take this person? And that's what I say. And that's why I always personally recommend for men to go to the gym, so you can kind of always make that eye contact. Like just as a man, you kind of just got to be able to be, it's like that's the closest thing you're gonna get to jail. You don't want to go to jail. I don't want to wish jail on nobody, but just as a man, I recommend men, and I'm not sitting here saying if you can't afford no other gym, then cool, go to Planet Fitness. You're not gonna get that same experience I'm talking about at a Planet Fitness. I'm talking about go to a Gold's Gym or go to a LA Fitness, or if you maybe live somewhere else and maybe a One Life Fitness, go to an actual one of them type of gyms and just take in some pause, again, some testosterone. I just recommend it because I do feel like a lot of people on via social media, because you just sit on the computer all day trolling people, you don't realistically know how many men out here just may just give you a long day, and you're gonna feel some type of way if that man press you out. And I do think realistically, if I had to put my money on a fight, if it was Justin Combs or whatever the other boy, if it was one of him versus Chopper, I'm taking Chopper in a fist fight. And realistically, I mean, that kind of is the point where it's at now. And I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't mad at them for feeling that way, because that's their father. But when we talk about just random men facts and crazy stories, I'm not gonna hold you. I did not. Shout outs to Jordan. When I say Jordan, I mean Michael Jordan. I mean Jordan, the Jordan brand. I'm not sure if everybody's been following or you've been seeing their campaign that they've been promoting and posting via social media. It's the band now. Basically, I guess it is what's this, the 30? Is that it's the 30 or the 40? The 40-year anniversary of. Yeah, it's the 40. So the 40-year anniversary. It was his first shoe. Yeah, his first shoe. So it's the 40-year anniversary of the Jordan ones. So they're marketing it. Even Jalen Hurts had a part of that. And so they blocking the shoes out. So like if you go on the Jordan website, all the shoes is covered up. It's basically called banned because, of course, Michael Jordan wearing the shoe originally, the shoe was banned. Like he wasn't supposed to wear it because the shoes had too many colors in it, whatever the case may be. So this realistically, for me personally, I don't know. I could be wrong because I haven't went out. I could not tell you the last time I've been outside, even thought about buying some shoes. But it's been people outside back in lines for shoes. I'm like, bro, it's no way in the hell I didn't even know this was a thing anymore. Matter of fact, let me I'm gonna get on TikTok. I want to say I thought I sent you the jump. I want to say it was somebody inside of a store and they were shooting. Did I send you the jump on TikTok? Nah, I did.
I don't think that was for the Jordans.
No, it was for the Jordans.
They
They was inside of it. They was in the store. And they was fighting, and the nigga started shooting off in the store. I thought I sent it to you, but I didn't. No, it was in the line for the Jordans. The girl was talking about they in here acting crazy for the Jordans. But again, so the retro fives came back out, and I'm sure. I mean, if you of a certain age, you probably already had the fives again. But I just haven't realistically seen that type of. Oh, matter of fact, I got it right here.
Oh my God, they are shoes. Man, buy some fucking shoes. They still shoe y'all. Oh my God, this don't make no sense. They is shoe y'all. They is shoe. They hip is in my row.
Damn, I ain't going.
They is shoe.
Shit, them niggas blowing.
Man, somebody dead out there. I don't give a fuck. Somebody dead.
Them niggas blowing.
They are dead outside.
I ain't gonna fake. They blowing.
They really is.
I'm steady in that bitch.
Y'all better not go outside back there. Y'all better stay y'all ass in here.
But just think about the times that we actually live in, that people real live is just recording somebody having, and that's how I know it ain't been a thing, because I mean, social media is at its peak right now. People can't stop recording, and I have not seen this level of lines for a pair of sneakers in God knows how long. And I think it's just, again, when it's
still be
like that. Nowhere in hell. What's the last pair? What's the last shoe? Screw Jordans. What's the last shoe you seen a line like that, like in different cities? Like I've seen videos in different cities. This one you can hear that would sound like somebody in the South. I seen videos of people in Baltimore. I seen endless videos of people in different areas waiting in line. I have not for what shoe? Tell me a shoe right now that you, because most people be online buying them or complaining about, oh damn, I couldn't buy them. Like when the last time you seen somebody in line?
A lot of them be in store still.
But when the last time you seen somebody in line for some shoes like this?
It was one of them Jordans that just came out recently. They've been out. People still go outside to get shoes.
I haven't seen it. This is the first time I've seen it. This is the first time
I've rolled past and actually seen a line outside.
I mean, maybe this is the first time I've heard it. This is the first time I've seen it. This is the first time it is came back via social media, where you seeing people like this. These videos remind me of back in the day, like you talking about early 2000s, like the mid 2000s. Like that's kind of what that video looked like. And every time I seen the video, I'm like, bro, I haven't seen nobody wait for Jordans like this in a long time. And that's why I kind of wanted to just give Jordan and Michael Jordan them some credit for just up in their game. Like it was just like randomly like, damn, all right, cool. Now Jordan started to promote his shoes again, because I don't think realistically they kind of don't. And you know what's the cool thing about Jordan, real quick? I will give Jordan some credit for it, especially because I know I kind of really indulge with the women's basketball. I'm not gonna lie to you, Jordan be really on deck with kind of locking down the women's shoe game like super fast, because I was kind of looking at it. And shout out to Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson is rolling out her very first sneaker, and it was the all pink silhouette of the what is it called, the A1s, and of course Bam Adebayo, her boyfriend from the Miami Heat, he was the first player to actually wear them. But I was talking to our younger brother, and I was like, damn, I wonder how Asia really gonna be able to get to promote these shoes, because of course in the NBA it's most of the athletes are Nike athletes, so it's easy for LeBron or for Sabrina. It's easier for in the NBA to get people to wear your shoes because most of them are already Nike athletes. But in the WNBA it's kind of like it ain't like that. A lot of them kind of already Jordan brand, and I was kind of thinking like, damn, like,
well, Bam is a Jordan brand too. So I mean, they probably allow it.
Oh, for real, he Jordan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's Jordan brand.
Damn, how that work?
That's why I'm saying they probably allowed it. He's Jordan brand.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
He might be the first person I ever seen do that. I ain't never seen nobody else do that.
But I mean, it's still under Nike.
Nah, Jordan brand is like Jordan brand.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how he got that over. I was shocked to see him. Like I said, he is Jordan brand. I know for sure he's Jordan brand.
Maybe he took the fan then. Or just reached out to
the fan. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was, dog, I'm gonna look out for you. Not going to hate. Now I get it. Like I said, if it was like a Adidas or somebody else, it's still Nike.
Yeah, I was just wondering how that was gonna work. So to see him be the first person to wear it, I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of fire. Like women, again, when we talking about early in the episode, when I was talking about how women will find certain things to champion, like he was getting like, nigga, he was like up and down Twitter threads and all that, nigga. Bam Adebayo was like, that was like, women was treating like this was like the greatest Valentine's Day gift you could ever give your woman. Like, oh my God, he the first person to wear his girl's shoes or whatever the case may be. Like I'm talking about, they was treating him like for people who, if you just really a social media person, remember how all the people were going crazy about Jalen Hurts chain, and they was kind of comparing it to all the rappers. That's how they was treating Bam, rocking them pink Asia Jones in the game. So I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout outs to Bam Adebayo. Again, shout outs to Asia Wilson. But again, like I said, we originally came into that conversation talking about Michael Jordan and just the long line for Jordans. I have not seen that type of line for a pair of sneakers in God knows how long. So I just respect that. However the hype got back up to him for those pair of Jordan 5s, I don't know how Jordan could continuously keep that hype up, because of course via social media there's gonna be a bunch of women on there hating on it and kind of trash. And I seen it originally before I seen the videos. I seen people's like, damn, I can't believe my timeline looking like it's 2010 and niggas is real live in line waiting for a pair of Jordans. I'm like, damn, what y'all talking about? Until I got on Twitter and I actually started to see the videos and I'm like, oh, okay, now I get what y'all talking about. Because I was just lost. I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? But then when you start to see the videos actually circling around, I'm like, okay, now this kind of makes sense. But of course, like I said, women want to never allow men. This was like literally like them trying to call y'all sassy, like you too grown for y'all be grown men waiting in line for sneakers. I was like, damn, niggas can't do nothing. Like, you can't do nothing in peace. I can't just wait in line for a pair of sneakers in peace. But like I said, they was dragging it to hell. So again, shout out to Jordan for just figuring out a way to actually get some hype back in a pair of shoes. What else was going on in the world? And I feel like we should have been talking about. I guess we can get into. Matter of fact, just before we get off of football, because this I ain't gonna lie to you, Snoop Dogg, and this is why I feel like
Boys was good.
He smoked this one.
Because I've been a football fan for a long time. I mean, I remember back when the Cowboys was good. I remember back when the Chiefs was bad. And I remember, what was it? Bill Belichick's girlfriend wasn't even born yet.
You know how ballsy and crazy that is to get that type of joke off, dog? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That type of joke was crazy. And the girl was sitting right there with Bill Belichick, dog. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was absolutely one of the craziest jokes I've ever heard. Shout out to Snoop Dogg, because that joke was hilarious, but it took a lot of balls because Bill Belichick and his young ass girlfriend was literally sitting right there. And he absolutely right. Like, that is how young she is. And it's fun, man. Damn, this is crazy. So shout out to Snoop. Anyway, like I said, in other news, we can kind of roll this one right into. We got to get into a little bit of mess for all the women who are already normally supporting and listening. We can get into the mess between Cardi B and Offset, and I'm going to tie this into LiAngelo Ball because I do feel like it's two type of baby fathers out here. It's some that's going to stand on business, and then there's some that's going to fold like a goddamn lawn chair.
No matter how much I hate a bitch, I never laugh when a op bitch gets cheated on. Never. Because, bitch, as soon as you start to giggle, that's when a nigga start embarrassing you right away. I wish y'all bitches died though, but I never laugh when a nigga play with y'all. Never. I actually be feeling for y'all. I get it, ho.
So again, like I said, it's two type of baby dads out here. It's ones like Offset who cannot sit here and stand to see his baby moms move on. He gonna get a tummy ache and everything. And because of course, I mean, sure, for most people, if you really in tune into hip hop culture, you know that Cardi B and Offset have been off and on for the last umpteen years. And then realistically, more recently, it was a rumor that Cardi B was getting her cheeks clapped by DMV's very own Stefon Diggs. And I'm not going to lie to you, Stefon Diggs. Right now, between you and your brother, y'all may be some of the greatest DMV celebrities of all times when we talk about just sniping down some of the baddies. And Stefon may be a little like Trayvon Diggs kind of moving under the radar with his Jones is not as like name wise. Like I think quality. We talking about quality. I still probably would take Trayvon Diggs' quality of women over Stefon, but name wise, Stefon kind of knocking it out of the park. For the Young Miami and the Cardi B, like that one is super messy, and then two is super A-list when you talking about female rappers. Like you talking about like you talking about top 10 female rappers 5 years ago. You didn't knock down two of them. So shout outs to Stefon Diggs. So again, Stefon Diggs and Cardi B was in New York City at a popular a club night out in New York City that's called Girls Love Karaoke. And Stefon Diggs and Cardi B was like literally face to face having a conversation to each other. And it wasn't one of them Jones like when you in the club and you just trying to whisper in somebody's ear. It's like we making eye contact. Her face is right here with a mic at, and I'm Stefon Diggs. This how close they was talking to each other, and they getting live caught on camera. And then, like I said, it's two type of baby dads. It's some that's gonna keep it P, like LiAngelo Ball. We're going to get to that one in a second. And then there's people like Offset. Offset let that video go viral, and that literally made Offset body jump, his entire soul jump out of his body. His stomach was literally in his feet. He could not stand to see, knowing for a fact that Cardi B didn't. And let's be clear, if I'm Offset, all you got to do, like the same way with Drake, just lay low for a minute, because Stefon Diggs' career is realistically on the decline. Like, I forgot. I was kind of like, damn, watching some of them Houston games, even during Christmas and all. I'm like, damn, does Stefon Diggs even still play for Houston? I don't know. But like I said, wait, all I'm just saying, realistically, Yeah, but let's keep it a bean. He already kind of on the fence. He wanted to get a payday. You tell your ACL when you on trying to get a payday over contract. We know how. I mean, look at Odell Beckham. We kind of know how that one will go. And Stefon Diggs ain't Odell Beckham, so I don't necessarily know how many chances he's gonna get. So if I'm Offset, you could just keep it P, because realistically, right now, Stefon Diggs is going to be. He is the moving on up for Cardi B, because Stefon Diggs is an elite wide receiver. He trying to get him a big payday, but realistically, he may not get it. Who cares? So if I'm Offset, just be quiet. But you seen the video and you get on your Twitter and you allow your emotions to get the best of your Twitter fingers. So he tweeted out and said, don't forget I had you last week. Just real quick for Offset, let me just tell you something. For most people who are single with no kids like myself, when we know that women got a half decent type of co-parents, and not even if they don't got a half decent type of co-parent, it don't matter. Even if they sit here, if you meet a woman and she complain and tell you how much she hate her baby father and tell you how toxic the relationship was and she couldn't wait to get out of it, most people, even women, feel the same way I feel. Oh, y'all still probably get, not saying all the time, but once in a blue moon, you allow them to clap them cheeks. And that's how we think. So for Offset feeling like that's not a flex. And I'm sure Stefon Diggs ain't taking it no type of way, because he probably already in the back of his mind feel like, bro, y'all got 3 brand new kids. I'm sure you still clapping the cheeks. I don't care. Like, that's not a gotcha moment. So when he tweeted that out, like, it was like, all right, bro, nobody who didn't think you probably could still clap the cheeks. Like, y'all got 3 kids, like 3 young kids. Like, none of y'all kids ain't even over 10. So nobody don't believe that you can't sit here and still tap down. Cool. That's cool. Nobody didn't believe it. And then you see him saying my new girl is better. Even let's just see and say physically if she is. Because like I said, even if you asking me, my personal preference, when I sit here and said Trayvon Diggs, if you asking me Cardi B or Joy Chavez, I'm going Joy over Cardi. Popularity wise, of course, everybody's going to take Cardi over Joy. But if I'm just talking about just pure natural looks, I'm going Joy over Cardi. If you going off of pure, hell yeah. Off of just pure looks.
Not the body.
Even if you thought, I'm talking about the body too. I'm not talking, we stripping them from the name. If I just bought these 2 women in here, butterball naked, or just in a bathing suit. If I bought both of them in here in a bathing suit, Joy and versus Cardi B, I'm taking Joy every day over Cardi.
I'm gonna take Cardi.
And then even if you want to go to, okay, let's go to other baby moms. The baby moms he shared with Christian Woods. What's the girl name? Yasmin, whatever. I'm gonna take her over Young Miami. I might be lying. I'm probably take Young Miami over her. But that girl, that Yasmin girl, every time I see a picture of her, I'd be like, I get why niggas won't put no rubber on with her. Like, every time I see a picture of her, I'd be like, I get it. I'm not judging you. I wouldn't care who I was Eskimos brothers with. I'm going to come clean. Every time I see that Yasmin girl come down the Twitter or Instagram timeline, I don't judge none of them for going bareback mountain to her. Because it's just like, I get it, dog. When it's some women, you get it, and you be like, cool, I wouldn't care if 100 other niggas already shot the club up. I'm going to go right behind them, and I'm going bareback mountain just right behind everybody else. And I'm just going to pray behind it. So, like I said, with all that being said, that's Offset. He crashed out over Cardi B. He went out like a cornball Jamal. And my only thing is, if you know you're going to be that butthurt, bro, just don't cheat and just stay faithful and just move on happy ever after. Like, if you know for a fact that you ain't mature enough to take this L on the chin and move around like a real P type of player, then just don't cheat. Love your wife, love the mother of your children, and just keep it P, dog. You know for a fact you're not built like that. You know your chest and your stomach gonna cave in anytime you see her. Because guess what she's never gonna do? She's never, because she know that she got to get the one leg up on you, and she know how social media gonna drag her, so she can't date down. Anytime you see Cardi B or you hear about Cardi B being attached to a man, I'm 100% positive it's going to always be a all-star at whatever sport he plays. It's going to be an NBA All-Star or it's going to be an NFL All-Star. And if it be one of them NBA All-Star players, it's going to hurt even 100 times worse. So you kind of got to be lucky that it's Stefon Diggs and it ain't LaMelo Ball. But again, like I said, moving on. Real quick, before we even get off of Cardi B and Partisan Fontaine put out a new song. I'm not going to lie to you. That song kind of, it's cheeks. I ain't going to hold you. Like, Cardi B snapped on that song. Like, that Cardi B verse went crazy, but the song is just cheeks. Like, that Cardi verse was hard as hell. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, even when that beat switched up and she came in with that little Remy pop, made you look whatever. What's that joint? Off the MOP joint. Whatever that little pot she took from Remy Ma off the MOP joint, like, that shit was hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That was fire, but that song was doo-doo, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. And the crazy thing is, and you know what'd be so funny? That I be laughing like when I'm listening to Joe and them and I'm hearing one of them sit here and just use one of my takes. And shout out to Academics real quick. I'm not listening to him saying I'm still Academics. I still can't give you no pass because you went crazy with the little boy shit. But I'm cool. I respect that he played one of my clips on one of his live streams last week. So I do respect him for that. I appreciate that. That was some real nigga shit. So shout out to Academics for that. But going back into just that little part right there. What I was about to say is, when I do agree, I mean, well, I already been saying this. Most rappers just got to stop taking breaks. If Cardi B if she stopped spacing these songs out so much, you could put out Bush and nobody would care. No, nobody would care. Like, you think it's certain rappers who put out, like, perfect example, NBA YoungBoy puts out so much music. If I'm a diehard NBA YoungBoy fan, I'm going to love every last one of them. But for the fan who's like, let's just say I'm a what do they be calling, a casual? I'm a casual NBA YoungBoy fan. You put out so much music, I'm never going to know what's bad or what's good. I'm just going to take whatever I'm going to listen to, some of the projects, and I'm going to take off what I like. And then I may stumble across a project that I like and be like, oh, cool. But he's the only person that kind of really honestly get it. And that's why he's the biggest rapper of that generation. That generation right under Lil Baby. That's why NBA YoungBoy is the biggest, because guess what he do? He put out music like Gucci Mane used to put out music when live mixtape was live mixtape. So many rappers be caught up on the numbers thing is when now people like you sitting here saying, there's a year, this is about a year or a year and a half span of you putting out a song per song. People are going to dissect and judge the hell out of that song. But if you constantly just like, damn, you put out another new project, it's hard for people to judge it because I'm still trying to digest the last project you did. So it's hard for somebody to be like, oh, that new, you rarely, and let's be clear, I'm sure because NBA YoungBoy got a cult-like following, it's rare you're going to ever hear people say NBA YoungBoy music is trash. But he put out so much music for older people, we don't even know where to start at off to tell you if it's good or it's bad. So you kind of got to respect what the kids say. The kids say it's low, he fired. You got to take it for what it is because he put out so much music. When are you going? You don't even know where to jump into, even try to judge his music. But Cardi B put out music once in a blue moon. You leave too much of a huge gap for me to be able to judge how you put out music. Like, it's just too easy for me to judge it because you ain't put nothing out. You literally giving me 6 months to digest the last song you put out. The last song you put out was what? That Enough or that Bongos? Whatever one of them songs was the last one. You talking about that was during the summertime. It's the wintertime, about to be spring again. You give too much of a break. At least even like for somebody like when we saying with Lotta, at least before she put out her album, her cycle of constantly just, I'm going to be featured on this song, I'm going to be featured on this song. You don't give people no room to sit here and say if anything bad because you constantly just keep putting stuff out. And I think sometimes that's what rappers should do, because that to me, that's the Atlanta formula. Like when Atlanta artists used to put out so much mixtapes, I'm talking about peak live mixtape, like when Future was Future, when Migos was the Migos, Rich Homie was Rich Homie, when Thug was Thug, all of them was putting out so much music. They was only trying to, all I need is one song. As a rapper, all you need is one song. So if I had to put out 16 to get to that one, who cares? If my whole entire mixtape was mid, but I put out I'm talking about a banger off of, if that nobody cares about, and I think I don't know, I think the numbers thing again has continuously made rappers put out music at a dumb pace. Like when I say dumb, I mean a slow, stupid pace. Like putting out music slow is the stupidest thing you can do as an artist. Just think about what I'm telling you. When we talk about peak, we talk about peak Rich Homie Quan, peak Migos, peak Future, peak Young. I'm talking about all of these artists at their pure prime time, whenever you feel like these was when their greatest songs, when they was putting out the most music. And they didn't care. All I needed was one song. Think about how big Fight Night was, or what else was on that project? Fight Night was on, like, and at that time, I don't even think Fight Night was the biggest song, but it ended up becoming the most commercial song because it ended up getting on the video games and all that other stuff. But at that time, they had like Emmett Smith on there. They had Birds. They had so much music, but they was putting out so much music. All I need is one hit to get off of this project. Same way with Future. Like, you just think about it, like, think about how big March Madness was. But at that time, he put out 3 mixtapes that year. All that one song has changed how people judge him for the rest of his whole life. Like niggas will sit here and argue that March Madness may be one of the top 10 greatest hip hop songs of all times. But in that process, he put out 56 Nights, he put out Beast Mode, and what was it? It was what was the other jump? It was one more, I can't remember what the third one was, but it was Beast Mode, it was 56 Nights, and I'm forgetting whatever the third one was in that process when he would put out all the mixtapes. But that one song changed his life. But listen, if you're a diehard Feature fan, you probably love Beast Mode. You probably feel like that Beast Mode was a better project than 56 Nights, but that one song off of 56 Night was a career-changing song for him. But that's my point. So many artists now be so, damn, I'm only going to put out a project once in a blue moon. So now what? Now your shooting percentage is going to be just like, it got to be damn near perfect, or if it's not perfect, niggas going to judge the hell out of it. So that would be my only thing to Cardi B is like, bro, tighten it up and just drop that music. But anyway, like I said, moving on to Baby Fathers is kind of really just rocking and rolling and absolutely doing whatever they want and standing on big bag of business is LiAngelo Ball. So LiAngelo Ball, I don't know if he got this other new girl pregnant, but it was a back and forth between I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know these. I know who Miss Nikki Baby is because I believe I don't know if Fat Trail got a baby by her, but I know she used to date Fat Trail. That's the only reason why I even know who Miss Nikki Baby is. But anyway, so he does have a kid. I want to say he might got 2 kids by her now. So they was having a back and forth, and she was seeing his son Leangelo Ball basically left her high and dry. He got 1 baby by her, and I believe she's pregnant by a new one. She's just had a younger baby with her, and he bounced. He started to smell himself when he got that hit record. And I mean, let's be clear. That's what happened. It's a huge age gap. I believe that age gap is like 10 years. She's like 10 years older than him. And I'm 100, and I'm not gonna lie to you. This would be my advice to any women seeing this type of situation where I would say be cautious too, because I'm not gonna sit here and say he had a midlife crisis, but he may had a career crisis, because let's be real, and I'm sure at that time she was his safe place when he was trying to, and that's kind of messed up. Let's be clear, as men, I wouldn't sit here and say, if we just being on some slime time, then cool. But if we being honest, I do think it's kind of foul what he did, because realistically, he probably, like, at that part, she was probably cool with, like, oh, I don't care that you the middle brother, and you realistically, like, you the poop-putt kid out of the 3 of y'all. Like, the younger brother is the mega star. The other brother kind of really, he's still really him too. He's still got it. He's still in the NBA. Matter of fact, shout out to Lonzo Ball. I don't even know how the hell and why the hell the Chicago Bulls just extended his contract and gave him some extra bread. They about to give him 20 M's a year. This nigga barely even play. But again, shout out to the Ball brothers. But again, like I said, at that point when he was beating that girl, that was like, realistically, that was his claim to fame. Oh, cool. He got him a little IG Joan pregnant. He hadn't, listen to what I'm saying. At that, and that's why I'm not mad at her for crashing out or feeling some type of way. Because at that time when she had that first baby with Leangelo Ball, he had no type of motion at all. His shit was frozen. He was absolutely could not figure it out. Couldn't even stay on a goddamn G League team. Literally, listen to what I'm telling y'all. He was literally, just think about it, before he caught this song, this last clip of it going viral before that song came out was him and his brother sitting on Angel Reese podcast and fucking Lonzo telling him, you should probably just go overseas. And he was just like, man, I'm gonna give it a couple more months. I'm waiting for the G to call me. Like, think about that was the conversation he was having. So it was like damn near like he was having a delusional hopes and dreams, because he was literally thinking about waiting for the G League to call him. So you got to imagine, I'm saying, I get it, for men, if you're going to keep the bro code, we're going to celebrate him getting over on her. But if we just having real, honest, human conversation, bro, that's kind of foul. And I ain't mad at her for crashing out, because if I was holding you down when you couldn't figure nothing out, like you absolutely, life was just on froze, and you probably were just surviving off the strength of, I'm the brother of these 2 superstars. And cool, and I was taking you for as you was. I don't necessarily, we don't know all their ins and out, but it wasn't, you never heard no domestic violence or nothing like that. So I'm sure she was his safe place for him. It was cool. Like, he was cool. He was, and in that interview, if you go back and watch that interview, you can hear Lonzo Ball's really kind of like, he too comfortable at home. He too comfortable with being in the house. And he made it seem like they, even in that interview, they made it seem like they started the podcast just so Jello will get out the house and do something. So I'm sure, hey, cool. That's why you got 2 kids by her. And these kids is super young. Like, I don't even think neither one of these kids is even over 5. So you sitting here saying, you in the house, you got some fresh box. And let's be clear, the girl, I'm not gonna make it sit and seem like the Miss Nikki Baby girl is ugly or something. She cool. Like, she one of them white Instagram Jones said, that's your bag, the tan Jones with some fake made and looked like a black woman, but she white. And then cool, knock yourself out. But again, leaning on to all of that, with all that being said, I get where she coming from. So I'm gonna play a clip of this little.
I wasn't even going to address this, but I'm tired of people playing victim on the internet. One, people move on, things change. Yes, it may not be updated or addressed to the internet because it's not for y'all. People have private lives. We have real lives out here. You don't know what's going on. So everybody coming for me and trying to slut shame me and woman shame me, and I'm so sick of that narrative. Like, y'all so quick to blame the woman. Y'all don't know what's going on. People love to play victim for the internet. Half the time, that lady don't even have her kids. Let's be clear. There is no abandonment over here. Number 2, the lady and her family are racist. I don't care what anybody says. She always got the N-word in her mouth. You are not black at all. No, surprise. Stop posting about me. Stop trying to throw shade. Like, just leave me alone. You claim you have them on the internet. I wasn't even.
I believe she got another.
I wasn't even going to address this, but I'm tired. Stop posting about me. Stop trying to throw shade. Like, just leave me alone. You claim you happy. You wanted to meet me.
So basically, anyway, the long story short, because I ain't gonna slow y'all down with this one. So basically, she had another video after this one, and she kind of posted while they was out on dinner, and of course, and I'm not gonna lie, and this is why I said you got two different type of baby fathers. Was of course her and LeAngelo Ball, they out on a date. She posts his hand, show his tattoos, whatever case may be. And you know how some women, oh, you can't post him though. So they took a picture in the bathroom, like I'm talking about a full body junk. He behind her, they booed up. It's a little black and white junk, whatever the case may be. She posted on her page, like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You think you having it up. She posts his picture so people eat that up. So he doubled down and he posted that same exact picture. And you know how dudes be. Niggas ain't trying to post no girl on their page. So for you to kind of really be like, oh, your baby moms and this girl going back and forth via social media, you basically chose sides like, yeah, eat a dick. I'm showing you who I'm riding with. Now, of course, I'm sure only time you can realistically, and that's why you kind of got to take some credence to what that girl is saying. It was like, she probably keeping it a buck because 9 times out of 10, especially if you got a hit record right now, you wouldn't play with somebody who really got majority custody of your kids. So I'm sure realistically, and of course, just if you have watched the Ball family, Joan, on Facebook, if you know how LeVar Ball is, 9 times out of 10, I'm sure, especially for Jello, because he was more of the one still staying close to home, I'm sure his moms and his father probably really doing the majority of the raising of the kid. And that's why she sitting here said he don't have the kids she don't got the kids most of the time, because I'm sure his parents is, but realistically probably the ones doing the majority of the raising of the kids. So I kind of get that's the only way you can play like that, because if she got majority and you just got this contract that everybody was sitting here bragging about and championing you for getting this, coming off this one hit wonder jump, and you signing this big contract, you ain't gonna play with somebody at that time and moment and knowing that headline is still fresh, because she can hurry up and run and take you to child support. But if you're the one who 9 times out of 10, majority of the time you got the kids, I'm sure cool, you could probably drag it in the court so you kind of know what you're doing, because you are playing with fire, because that still is the mother of your kids. So it's a little bit different. So like I said, some people just, it's a difference between LeAngelo Ball and a difference between Offset. And why we talking about LeAngelo Ball again, and I've said this a million times and I'll keep doubling down on this. This is why I believe that music should go back to being regional. And if you have heard any podcaster with you feel like a bigger platform say this, I'm 100% positive 9 times out of 10. I always hear all of these niggas say it after I already said it. Niggas be hearing shit, niggas be taking shit cool. I don't care. I'm just telling you where you heard it at first. This is why music should go back regional. This is the reason why, because I don't want to hear nobody from New York, New Jersey, or any type of the area to try to say, do not tell me about this Lil Wayne verse. This is prime Little fucking Wayne. Little Wayne, YEEZY, F, Anna, baby, absolutely lost his entire man. This boy went crazy on this goddamn song. Oh my God, Lil Wayne. I swear this was I ain't about to sit here and say this was the best Lil Wayne verse I heard in a long time, because Lil Wayne kind of just be blacking out, spanking shit all on the regular. But I promise you, if you are a Lil Wayne fan and you are a fan of Lil Wayne just blacking out, just doing him, bro, he just did him. And he just and if you know Louisiana slang, I mean, or shit, even if you don't know Louisiana slang, if you're a fan of Rob 49, his biggest song was Hand Baby, and Hand Baby, and Hand Baby. That, guess who's on that song? Lil Wayne. That is a New Orleans thing. He rhymed. He didn't even rhyme baby. He was rhyming tweaker, but he just kept ending every part with baby. Dog, Lil Wayne went so fucking crazy on that song, dog. And even when he sit here and said, I be in and out the pocket like Lamar, y'all know who he talking about, my favorite quarterback, the great black Lamar Jackson. I was just like, bro, man, Lil Wayne is chef's kiss on that Tweakers verse. That song is so like how you feel on it, but you may not respect because of course, let's be clear, because LeAngelo Ball verses in that song is just so you're not gonna respect how crazy Wayne went, because Wayne got on that song and actually was rapping his entire black ass off on that song. So you're not gonna appreciate a nigga getting on that song doing bars because you came here just to swerve on that corner. Whoa, you ain't come here to hear a nigga go crazy. And that's why, listen, just think about it. In 2025, and I heard niggas be like, man, I rather would have heard Juvenile on it. That's when I can't take niggas' music opinion serious, because you rather hear Juvenile on it, because Juvenile, no disrespect to Juvenile, but he was gonna get on it and do the same dumb shit that LeAngelo Ball already did. Lil Wayne got on there and made you squint your face up and be like, oh, this nigga, oh. The F stand for feature. And then, I was like, all right, dog, you got it, big homie. I ain't gonna hold you. That is why anywhere from Philadelphia on down, you ask people 30 and over, I'm not gonna say 30 and over, from probably the window from 35 to, I'm gonna say 35 to 45. If you ask anybody from the DMV on down who's the greatest rapper alive, I'm 100% positive it's gonna be hard for you to find somebody that's not gonna tell you it's Dwayne Michael Carter. And that's how I felt when I heard it. I had to call that man by his whole entire government name. When I heard that, Joe, I said, ooh. When he said the F stand for feature, I said, let me run this thing back. Then when he got out of that pocket and this in his man, I was like, all right, no, you got it. Like you, like that one of them Jones, like, yeah, you got it. And I understand. Listen to what I'm saying. If you live somewhere up north and you think Jadakiss is the greatest rapper you ever heard, that may not be your cup of tea. If you heard this and you might like, man, I like old Mason, Cameron, and all these other Nas and all this, that shit ain't for you. And it's okay to say that because them niggas ain't for me. Like that's not my cup of tea. I was never gonna be the nigga. I can't wait to run in here, wait for Mace to get on there and do the freestyles with Cam. I'm cool, dog. I ain't never looking for that. I ain't the nigga who gonna sit here and be like, oh, did you hear? I just talked about Davies. He put out a song with what's the New Jersey nigga, Ransom. That shit was trash, dog. I'm not looking for that type of shit. I ain't one of them type of niggas. I'm not one of them Lupe Fiasco type of niggas. I want to hear Weezy F Baby do what Weezy F Baby did. Excuse me. Shout out to Lil Wayne in that Tweaker song. I ain't gonna lie to you. He went absolutely crazy. In other news, I guess we might as well let's get to my girl Cash Doll. Cash Doll was having her one of those monumental She was having one of those type of weekends where she was getting all the smoke. She was literally, you going on Shannon Shop and you know Club Shay Shay, what Club Shay Shay gonna do. He gonna give you them moments. He gonna give you that space to be able to absolutely say something, and it's gonna get some real legs. It's gonna draw some real traction. Where is the? Oh, here we go.
Was doing that.
Oh, did you?
I had a woo.
Hey, so he drop you off, come pick you up?
Flat out. Not lying. He'll come drop me off and pick me up.
I've done that too.
You a real one. Whoa, you a real one. When your birthday?
June 26th. I'm a Cancer.
You a Cancer.
Yeah.
That's you a real one. I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Set that alarm about 3.
Yeah, I'm like, let me go pick up my girl. Okay, you go pick her up. I'm not mad at that at all. That says a lot about you.
They're about to kill us.
You're very confident.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're not. That says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That night, I made like $700.
First up the rip.
I made $700.
Oh yeah. So I know you went.
I feel like I'm rich as dog shit right now. You know what I'm saying? It was $781. Wow. I'm like, shit. That's one check for 2 weeks. And one day, I'm trapping. Yeah. I want all this money. You feel me? I'm in here. I'm never leaving it. I don't never want to go home. You feel me? But then it became days where it was like 300. But then it became days where it's like 7,000.
What?
I made $26,000 in one night and $13,000 at the door.
Low.
On the biggest night. So picture $26,000 in all singles, and then the dough still did $13,000. I'm rich. You can't tell me nothing. Shit, I'm rich. What? I was that girl, the richest exotic dancer.
And you know, real quick, shout out to Cash Doll. And the reason why I believe if you know anything about Cash Doll, if you have ever heard a Cash Doll, especially an older Cash Doll interview, you know this story is true because she has told this story to the T a million times. Like this story, and I mean, of course, because it's again when we talk about platforms, Shannon Shop, of course, Club Shay Shay is one of the biggest platforms. So I'm sure for most people, this story will be new to people, and then him putting on the I've done this before. And it's kind of crazy because Shannon Shop, I mean, 90% of his life he has been a professional athlete. So it's kind of like, damn, you was picking up a stripper at work. Because listen to me, I was a club promoter at the time. So I did it. I was in a relationship with a stripper and we only had one car. So that was, hey, I'm going to drop you off. I'm going to go pass out my flyers and I'm going to do whatever, promote my events I got coming up. And I'm back and come back and pick you up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And let's be clear, I'm sure for most promoters, and you someone in the end, those pickups will be like, especially if she have a good night, you happy because you know for a fact she gonna break bread with you. So for most, if you have lived that dating a stripper life, you understand that drop off, and you gotta realistically and to keep it clean. If you're a dirty nigga, you gonna eat that fresh box, smack off the stage. You don't care because she sit here and say, if you ain't made no money that day, and she come home and say she made 500, nigga, you gonna eat that box and she ain't even gotta get in the shower. So when Cash Doll told that story, I was like, I respect it because I understand it. I understand that story, and I know it's just a fact. If you ever dated a stripper, that's just how realistically how you kind of got to give it up. And to me, especially if you care about her safety, you don't. I mean, of course, especially back in that time, it wasn't no Ubers, there was no Lyfts, so you didn't have no way. You had to go you had to drop her off, and you had to pick her up. And them hours was probably some long. Like you drop her off at 10, pick her back up at 3 a.m. Like I said, if she had a good day, you gonna eat her clean. I ain't gonna hold you. So again, shout out to Cash Doll, shout out to Shannon Shop. But of course, the biggest story that really got dragged and really got some legs. she talked about her being the original doll. She said she was the original doll. And I mean, let's be clear. And even her saying she was the original doll. And that's again when I said Nicki Minaj used all her good crash outs. Because let's be clear, all of them called herself doll because of Nicki Minaj. Let's call a spade a spade. But again, like I said, Nicki has already used all her good crash outs. So she can't even sit here and get this shit off. Because if I'm Nicki, I'm chapped. If Nicki would have saved all her good crash outs, if she was not jealous of Cardi, Megan, Lotto, she could have used it. She could have chimed in because all of y'all called yourself doll because Nicki Minaj. And if just for my personal taste, I understand. Listen to what I'm saying. Because I've sit on social media and I date enough black women. I understand Asian doll and Cuban doll and Dream doll. None of them are going to win this fight via social media with Cash Doll. You're going to actually have to square up with Cash Doll and physically beat her because you're not going to beat her on the internet because black women love Cash Doll at an extreme level. And the crazy thing is, that love, and that's why I always say sometimes that's why you got to kind of give Joe Budden a lot of credit for knowing I may have a solid, crazy core fan base, but it's never going to oomph me up music-wise. And that's why I always come on here and say, Cash Doll should just do a podcast. She literally, I'm just telling you, it don't matter the platform she on, because she religiously, anytime she do a podcast, she's going to have moments that continuously always go viral. It don't matter, even if it's one of them jokes where they end up putting music behind it and she telling you some real life shit and trying to motivate you. I've seen all the different types of versions of Cash Doll going viral. So that's why I keep saying, bro, she should just say, fuck putting out music and just do a podcast. She should, I'm telling you, she started a podcast, that shit will be through the roof and people, I'm talking just talk about current shit. Like you can have your little moments and tell your stories, but if you do a lot of current day topics, you pick just maybe a comedian nigga to do one with or somebody, it don't matter. Just do a joint with just a random, a regular person. It don't have to be no super celebrity joint. I'm telling you, it'll be out through the window for Cash Doll. But anyway, like I said, going back into that conversation is, people love her on the social media. Like people support her, they love her, they champion her, but it doesn't kind of transition into music. And that was kind of like, because I seen people trying to drag Asian Doll and they was like, oh, you hating on Cash Doll, when the last time you had a song chart? And then Asian Doll clapback was, when the last time she had a song chart? Because realistically, it's not confusing because everybody, just to me, Cash Doll don't make good music. That's why I say I think she would be a great podcaster. She don't make great music because it is kind of crazy how people love her so much via social media, but it doesn't turn to her music career. Like people don't support her music at the same level as they support her via social media. She drop a video or picture, whatever, it's going to go crazy on the socials. It's going to go crazy on Shade Room. People going to show up. They're going to love. They're going to drop the comments. The picture going to go viral. But again, it don't never translate to music. So even for me personally, I'm somebody who listens to a bunch of female rappers. I listen to way more Asian Doll than I even think about listening to Cash Doll. I know way more Asian Doll songs than I do Cash Doll. So I get, but I understand, even for Cash Doll, her audience is way older. So Asian Doll ain't nothing they even thinking twice about. For most people, for the average person, you only know Asian Doll going viral or even know her name for being into some mess, trying to fight somebody else, going back and forth, or having whatever back and forth she didn't have with whoever it may be. Because that's kind of what his keep her name relevant is going on these other things. And then even Cash Doll had a clip where she was performing and she was like, I'm the only doll on tour. The rest of them, the only time you see them is when they trying to get on baddies or something. And of course, that was a jab at Asian Doll because I believe Asian Doll was on one of them Zeus Network baddies shows. But like I said, to me, it is one of those, like, I ain't gonna sit here and say it's corny because I mean, I think people felt that same way about Little. Like at one point in time, niggas was tired of rappers using their name Little. And just think about it, even for the older Littles, it was like Wayne was kind of the only one that survived the mid 2000 Littles and the early 2000 Littles. Wayne is kind of like the only survivor. And kind of, to be honest, for the younger Littles, Yachty kind of didn't drop the Little on his name, but it realistically is only kind of Lil Uzi, to be honest. Lil Uzi and Lil Baby. Like, but let's be clear, if you think about it, think about how many Littles it was when Wayne was Wayne, and then think about how many Littles it felt like it was coming again when Uzi was like Uzi. Because it was like the little Peeps and the little Zan and the little this, the little that. All of them kind of fell off, and it's still only Uzi. And in the older version, it's still only Wayne. So, I mean, it just kind of, I get where she coming from for the doll thing. I think it's just kind of like, I just feel, I hear what Cash Doll saying, but me personally, I don't think it never transitioned, honestly, to the music thing. And I think that's realistically why the beef came, because it was like, if you was kind of like super popping off the music, I don't necessarily know if this ever really becomes a thing, to be honest, because I don't think I mean, Asian Doll and Cuban Doll, all of them are still so local. Like they kind of even like for Cash Doll not to be as big when we talking about music wise, I feel like all of them are kind of even smaller than her. So for her to kind of really just bring attention to it and kind of help herself. Let me, matter of fact, here go.
See me at the baddies auditions, it was choked up. And now, when I see that, I'm smacking them. Oh, baby, y'all in it, go. Who the only dog y'all acknowledge? I ain't never said, hey, go put that Asian on. Never I'm dream dog, though. You know what, dog? My life's so good right now. My life's so good. I'm gonna just smack the out of her when I see her, and I'm gonna keep this.
Dog, Dream Dog, Cuban Dog. Damn, it is a lot of dogs.
Yeah, so let you see how you just said
Yeah.
that? So think about this. A person that works so hard that, you know, I did all this. And I come on the internet, every time I come on here, it's a list of who's the best doll, who's the cutest doll, who has the best
I
body
vote
out
for
of the
Cash
doll.
Dog. Cash Dog get my vote.
That's my people right there.
Yeah. Y'all ain't messing with Cash. Y'all can't mess with Cash.
No, so you see what I'm saying,
Yes.
though? And it's like you just put me in a box automatically.
Right.
Who's the best doll? Like, no, I want to be in that conversation.
Right.
Not in this one.
Right.
I've been did that. That's me. That's my way. That's my shit. It's my brand.
Okay.
So just picture all this time. I've been doing this all this time,
Mhm.
right? And then just a group of girls just come out. And now
Okay, just real quick, and then we can wrap this one up. I do kind of feel bad for her a little bit because realistically, age-wise, of course, she older than all of them. But I do understand what she probably in her mind, because she's been doing it for so long. You put me in the category with who's the best doll, is kind of like you really put me in the lowest category of female rappers. And I'm sure popularity-wise via social media, Cash Doll probably feel like I should be in the conversation with the Glows, the Lottos, the Sexy Reds, the Megs, and the Cardis. Of course, well, let's be clear. I don't even think skill-wise, popular, none of that. You shouldn't be in the conversation with them. But I'm sure you would feel some type of way because all of these girls still started under you. And then your comparison is to the girls that kind of never even get off the porch yet. And they super younger than you. So I do get how that would make you feel some type of way and kind of probably realistically be ready for you to crash out 90% of the time. So like I said, shout out to Cash Doll, but again, still my favorite doll will be Asian Doll, just because she just rap way more aggressive, and that's just kind of really my bag of female rap that I kind of really like. Well, I've been talking about women, and I to kind of mention Nicki Minaj a few times. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Perkins had to learn about the power of the bobs the hard way. And the crazy thing is, I'm sure 9 times out of 10, if there was not social media, Kendrick Lamar, I keep calling this man Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Perkins would have never had to bump into the bobs, because realistically, I'm sure the bobs ain't watching ESPN. So it's sometimes like, because let's be clear, I'm not saying all bobs don't watch ESPN, because obviously this is how we got some traction via social media. There is a bob who probably watched ESPN, really into basketball, and they seen this clip of Kendrick Perkins shading Nicki Minaj, and they dragged Kendrick Perkins to hell.
Was he wrong?
Warriors ceiling with Jimmy right now is a first round exit. Okay, listen. I was looking for the Warriors. I'm thinking that they're gonna go out there and go get a Beyonce or Taylor Swift. They end up getting a Nicki Minaj, and that's okay.
Whoa, you about to?
That's just.
Hey, listen.
But that's not.
Whoa.
But that's not. But that's
the Barbie's gonna get you, boy. The Barb's gonna get you, boy.
Ain't hard to find. Listen, the Warriors ceiling with Jimmy.
Nigga, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the ultimate. Like nah, dog. We ain't about to do it.
Right,
like that's disrespectful.
But that was
dog.
a great comparison, though.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
Why not?
You just no. Listen, listen to what I'm saying. Because you use Beyonce and Taylor Swift, I understand where you trying to put the bar at. Because and let's just be if we just go
right. You was expecting the Kevin Durant or somebody bigger, but you got Jimmy Butler, which right now is the drama. Or
no, listen to what I'm saying. No, listen to what I'm saying. All of that will be cool. Take it down a level. It's like you can't sit here and say I'm tripping, because I get what you're saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. On paper, and even when we talking about number sales. Let's be hold. If we talk, no. Listen to me. If we saying ticket sales, not album sales, because if we talking about album sales, Nicki Minaj and Beyonce kind of pretty close to each other.
On what?
First week album sales. Like they only off a couple thousand.
I don't know. I never seen that.
That last Nicki Minaj project compared to whatever the last two. If I'm comparing that last Nicki project compared to Cowboy Carter or the Renaissance Jones, Nicki, they in the same boat. Let's be clear. Beyonce still may be 100,000 over her, but it's not a disrespectful 100,000. So let's say if Nicki did 250 and Beyonce did 319. Like the first week, like that's why I'm just sitting here saying, like the way he said it, because you using Beyonce and Taylor Swift, I understand where you trying to put it, but that still made it seem like a crazy slight, like, oh, y'all got Jimmy Butler, like compare somebody else to Jimmy Butler, not Nicki Minaj. That's all. Even if he as a Nicki Minaj fan, I feel like that's a backhanded disrespect, though.
But how? It still is a good. I feel like it's still a good comparison when you look at it. We talking about the drama,
no, because nobody. Listen to what I'm saying. Go ahead.
The bark and all that. Like he's a Nicki Minaj right now.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I hear what you trying to say, but listen to what I'm telling you. Nobody would view Jimmy. If we talking about what's your rap, what's your sports, and your what's your a rapper compared to athlete. Like if I'm a rapper and I'm an athlete, Jimmy Butler on nobody is sitting here comparing Jimmy Butler to Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is one of the greatest rappers of all time. Jimmy Butler is not a top 50 greatest player of all time. That's why that compliment is wild disrespectful.
And that's my thing, because I was going to ask you this too. It's just like even when last week when you was talking about, what's name getting the money, Angel Reese getting that money being bigger than Asia Wilson. And that's I just wanted to know, like, because I saw a number that came up. I think in his career, he's 2 million behind Tom Brady and Jordan combined. Jimmy Butler.
What earning?
Yeah.
What that mean?
Like for you to sit here and say I'd rather have a Tom Brady career and
yeah, because I don't think, because for everybody, and I don't necessarily know for everybody it's the money thing. The Tom Brady thing is just, it's the respect thing. It's like, bro, it's Tom Brady.
But that's what I'm saying. But for both of them combined is pretty much your total.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it though. But both of them took a lot of pay cuts though, so that ain't a fair comparison. Because I can go pick a random nigga who done got paid more than Jimmy Butler.
Shit, I don't know. Ain't too many random got paid more than him.
Shit, what's nigga? What's my man named that still stealing money right now? Ben Simmons.
No, he ain't. Nigga, he just got paid $120 million for 2 years next year.
Who? Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
Well, man,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like when you look at them numbers and stuff like that, that's why I just
but you still can't compare that to Nicki Minaj though. Like Nicki Minaj is one of the greatest rappers of all time, though. And I mean, you listen to what I'm saying. I ain't saying woman. I'm saying one of the greatest rappers of all time. And Nicki Minaj still sell out arenas to capacity. Like Nicki Minaj, like listen, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't compare Jimmy Butler to Nicki Minaj, though. That's just disrespectful. I get what I understand when you trying to set the ball. Like you sitting here saying, okay, cool, to move the needle for Golden State because the Golden State Warriors is 11
right.
seed
like
now.
Think
yes,
Giannis
you need beyond.
Giannis or Kevin Durant is.
But this is what I'm saying. You didn't have nothing to give up to get back Beyonce or Taylor Swift, but still don't disrespect Nicki and compare her to Jimmy Butler, dog. Like them two names should never come up together, especially if they ain't dating. Those two names shouldn't be mentioned. Jimmy Butler is not at the level basketball wise to where Nicki Minaj is rap wise. Nicki Minaj is if people having honest conversation and we talking about impact on culture, we talking about album sales, tour sales, all of those things, and still we talking about verses. Nicki Minaj is a top 10 rapper of all times, man or woman. There ain't a lot of men who got that verse like Nicki Minaj had on that Monster song. That's what I'm saying. Niggas don't look at Jimmy Butler in. I don't give a fuck how much money he made off of playing basketball. Who killed? Wow, I don't care. You got a great fucking agent. You finesse the bag. So fucking what? But we talking about sitting here and so did fucking Kirk Cousins. That don't make Kirk Cousins the greatest quarterback ever because he done finessed a bunch of bags. What do that mean? Kirk Cousins, matter of fact, Kirk Cousins is absolutely that made more money than all of Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, all of them niggas combined. But that don't make him a better quarterback. So that's what I'm just saying. I get what Kendrick Perkins was trying to say, but that's disrespectful, dog. Like it ain't you can't know everybody gonna take that. That's why even though the people listen to me, if nobody didn't think it was disrespectful, the people at the table with him wouldn't say what? And that because everybody, when you saying it, niggas like, huh? What you mean? Like you can't come on, dog, stop. Like we ain't about to do that. That one was crazy. And just because you just bought that one in, we can kind of give my girl her flowers real quick.
Hey, Lise, what's in the bag? A barbecue bacon QPC from McDonald's.
Oh, you mean the injury special? I'll play you for it.
I've been waiting for you, OG. You waiting on me? And if I win, McDonald's on me. Ready? I'm down my game, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
All right, here we go.
To post-game burger at McDonald's, right? And you can't beat the Angel Reese special. All right, let's break it down. It's a quarter pounder with my favorite barbecue sauce, American cheese, crispy bacon, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun. Get the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. What are you waiting for? Like, we're gonna be here for a while.
Again, like I said, that I mean, and you know, it's so crazy because shout out to J-Bo, because J-Bo is a huge Angel Reese hater, but me and him had, he's like, bro, he said, you know that I'm a hater because he liked Caitlyn, and he was like, bro, I can't see it. And like all that Nike shit is cool, but that McDonald's shit, I mean, I think sometimes people just have to be honest with themselves. Bro, ain't too many. I don't give a fuck who we talking about. Ain't even too many athletes, period, got their own McDonald's, man. Like you could literally go into McDonald's right now and there's nothing but a bunch of Angel Reese stuff. You saw how many McDonald's it is in the world. You walk in a McDonald's and that's all you see. Yeah, y'all can knock yourself out. You can say whatever you want. You can try to draw that shit up however you want. Some shit you just should like, even if you feel like it's cool though. Like it's just certain shit. Some people just got it wrong. I listen to, sometimes it'd be like, cool. I didn't understand the vision, or I didn't see it. It's there, dog. It ain't too much else. I don't know how else to dress it up for you. And shout out to her because it was a young lady. I believe the young girl name is her last. I want to say her name is Angel Reese as well. I think it is. I can't remember. But it's a young lady who was a Chicago Sky fan and she was at a game. She had to sign. Her and Angel Reese met each other over the summertime. And Angel Reese put her in a McDonald's commercial. And that shit was fire. Like this is literally a little girl from Chicago. She literally put her, and she was a fan, had a jersey, whatever case may be. She met her at the game before and she literally put this little girl in the McDonald's commercial. That shit is hard though. It ain't no, I don't care what you say, however else y'all want to dress it. I watched this girl at this fucking flag football game with all these major rappers and streamers, and them kids was losing their absolute mind for this girl. Like, I hear what y'all saying. I get it. And again, that's why I told you, sometimes if you just go off of what Stephen A. Smith tell you, you will believe something completely opposite. That is one of the reasons why I stay on social media and I pay attention to how people behave and how people watch it, because I wouldn't be able to give you fair commentary if I only took my opinions from other people. You got to study. You got to do the homework. And I was just way ahead of this one. I mean, I don't want to, we already talked about that last week, but again, shout out to her. That's fire. For them to give you a commercial, especially in doing all this around Super Bowl time, like that's hard, though. Like ain't too much of a ways to talk about that one. Again, shout out to everybody who has been standing firm in their Target protests and boycotting Target. Target so far, after black people say they cool on Target, Target has reportedly lost $15 billion since they ended their DEI thing. So just realistically, for people who maybe just need I ain't even got to give you a backstory. If you don't know what's going on in this conversation, ain't for you. But again, shout out to people who are standing firm on that. And I've been following, I've been seeing people, tweets go viral who actually work at Target, and they've just been talking about how the stores have been extremely empty. And also people who, if you are into Wall Street or you into the stock market thing, people who are stock market holders or hold stock into Target, they are suing Target for the dramatic drop. Like they basically like, dog, y'all messing up the money. Like you literally, like we sit here, you know, people invest their money, they buy into the company, they buy into the stocks, and the stocks on Target have plummeted strong. And that's how come they know this exact number, because people been losing bread. And I mean, that's just, and I understand again, when I start talking about Tubi, I think sometimes black people don't give themselves enough credit, because in your mind, you feel like, man, nobody don't care about our opinion, or nobody don't really take us serious, or we not going to do this. Bro, if people put their mind to a lot of stuff, or start to not even just put your mind to stuff, but put your mind to something and also give yourself the credit for it, you will understand how important and how powerful our voices is. But most of us it's always going to be some people who are going to try to talk everybody out of it, like again with the Tabitha Brown thing. Well, not even just Tabitha Brown, cool, keep it off her. I seen other people on social media try to talk people out of it, like, oh, what we gonna do next, or why y'all boycotting, or why you this, that, and third. Bro, just shut up, chill out, and allow people to sit here and flex their power. And bro, $15 billion is a lot of money, and people probably don't think, look, dog, you go into Target, bro. If you are a Target shopper, like somebody like I have been, bro, you go in there for one thing, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna leave there with 5 other things. And that's why people were sitting here saying, no, don't keep sitting here saying, well, we're just going in and still support the black people. No, because realistically, you just know how Target is. You can't go in there just for one thing. Unless you rushing, like if you like, damn, I gotta hurry up and grab a birthday card. Yeah, those type of people, you probably can go in there and grab one thing and hurry up and rush and come right back out. But 9 times out of 10, for the average Target shopper, you cannot just go in there and pick up one thing. So stand firm, stand down, and don't go nowhere else. Like, bro, you can go somewhere else. You can go to other places. We talk about this on this show all the time, and I'm one of those people who love to be super transparent with my listeners. Y'all know I like to buy t-shirts from either Target or Walmart, whatever one got the cheapest. Guess what? This joint right here, cool 5 and below joint. You can go to 5 and I kind of wanted to keep this joint in the tuck because I like to be able to just run it 5 and below, and they got the graphic tees literally for $5. Them believe them joints is $5.56. And I'm like, shit, I'm only gonna win one time. I just needed to record and keep it moving. $5, sweet. Like I go in there at a time and get like 5 or 6, 7 of them jumps, so I ain't got to keep going back in there. And then just go to different ones. I'm just okay. I'm in VA this, and I ain't been to a 5 and below in VA. Let me see if they got some different jumps. And because 5 and below, if we talk about graphic tees, the bigger the company is, guess what that means? The bigger the license they gonna have. So guess what they're gonna have? Cooler graphic tees, because guess what they can afford to license more tees. You know why? Because they know they're gonna sell a bunch of them. Instead of me trying to crack niggas over the head for $45 like Urban Outfitters, let me sell it for $5. By the time Urban Outfitters sell 10 shirts, I done already sold 1,000 of these, because guess what? It was only $5. So I'm sure realistically 5 and below will always eat way more. So for people who are, if you are a person who just looking for graphic tees and you normally been somebody like myself that normally run to Walmart or Target, go to 5 and below. They literally way cheaper. Same t-shirt. Literally the same t-shirt. You was not about to buy a t-shirt from Target or Walmart and wear it a bunch of times. You 9 times out of 10 use going once or twice wear it. So who cares? Go to 5 and below, get the jump for $5, save yourself some money. So I just did you a favor anyway. Who else was we talking about? A mall in Georgia is shutting down because they can't afford to pay the electric bill. And you know what's so crazy just about this? It's realistically because I do think it's just, you know, so I could tie this into something personal, right? My younger cousin, she owns a club, and for people who just, and I kind of skipped this topic a million times, but for people, I'm sure you've seen it because it's been picked up on, of course, all the like the little ghetto blogs, like My Mixtape, Say Cheese, or whatever the case may be. A video of a young lady having a little Sunday brunch for kids and shit. So whatever the case may be, that people have seen that video. But anyway, she was calling me just for advice about just managing a club or running a club. And this is kind of, I'm gonna tie this into the mall thing, because I was telling her just about electricity when it comes to owning a club. And I'm just like, dog, if you know for a fact, it's no purpose of being open 7 days a week if you know you only got 4 strong days. If you got 4, because I mean, of course, even for the mall, I'm sure realistically, because I mean, and you know, it's so crazy, and I could tie this almost even into Donald Trump with the terrorist thing, and people realistically probably figure, I'm not gonna be able to order from like Shein or from any of these other places like that, which will be realistically, if you own a mall or you own a clothing brand in America, if you get your products made in America, this may be a little bit more beneficial to you, to be honest. Like if you own a t-shirt company right now, you may want to kind of really figure out how to hit your stride and start promoting your stuff again and keep it at a good price. Like if you can go back right now, if you're listening to me, and I know I'm all over the place, but I can tie all this in together. When we talk about the terrorists and people, whatever, I'm probably even using it wrong, but whatever the higher tax that fucking basically Donald Trump trying to put on China so they can't keep shipping stuff in and out. So that's going to kind of realistically mess up the Sheins, the Fashion Novas, the Team, all of those cheap clothing stuff where you get basically, they call it fast fashion or microwave fashion, where it makes it harder for realistically for your H&Ms and your Forever 21s, and those are 9 times out of 10 are all inside the mall. So if those businesses continuously pull out of the mall, now it's how, think about it. If not Fashion Nova, if Forever 21 or H&M pulls out of a mall, no local store can sit here, no local clothing brand can sit here and replace the size of an H&M. I won't need that much space if I'm just a local clothing line, because H&M is a corporation. So realistically, when those bigger stores pull out, then realistically, they got to still keep the electricity on in those buildings. You still heating up the mall, so that store is just space. Nobody ain't filling it up. So now guess what you're doing? You're losing out of money. So that's how. So even tying it back into the club situation, I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, all right, for your age group of people, your audience is a little bit more in their early 20s and early 30s. That's your audience. If realistically in the DMV area, the biggest night on Wednesdays, and this is just free promo that I shouldn't be giving niggas, but it's cool. So let's say Wednesdays is Saks. If you know for a fact Saks Wednesdays, that's where don't even compete with them. If you know your Wednesday is kind of up in the air and it's really not that, then it's no, for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there's no purpose of opening on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. No, malls can't do that. So realistically, I understand why a mall will close, but if you own a club, you can't afford to do it, because realistically, if you think about your expenses, is it going to cost you more money to pay this electricity bill because you got to run the heat, or you got to run the air, or if you got a kitchen, you got to run your kitchen, you got to the liquor, all of your expenses. If you only getting, let's say 50 people in there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, is it really worth it? If you ain't got 50 NBA or 50 NFL players coming in, it's not worth it for you to open those 3 days. So close those 3 days and focus more on promoting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, instead of sitting here trying to stretch yourself thin. Now you got to have staff, you got to have a DJ, or you got to have a bartender, you got to have a chef, you got to have these extra people. You still got to make sure these people get something in their pocket for them to keep coming. Eliminate those other 3 days. You don't need them. Come strong Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But again, the mall can't do that. But if you own a club, you can do that in a club. Or if you own a restaurant, you can cut down some of those days, and now it makes your club when you open on Thursday and make it a lot more important than you sitting here trying to already compete against something on a Wednesday that's already established that everybody already running to. Friday, Saturday, those are just like, okay, cool. If you're in a good area, people gonna come through and just flow regardless, especially if you're in a major city. So you kind of got that one. That's like almost a free day. But if you're a club owner, I told her, I was like, get you a good promoter on a Thursday and get you a good promoter on Sunday. You can keep Friday and Saturday to the face because you're in a good location. So you can make money just off of the strength of that. But Thursday and Sunday, you can lease that out to other promoters and have them really just focus. Like, get you a promoter that don't got a bunch of other parties, so they only got to focus on Thursday. Hey, if I'm a promoter and I only got one night to focus, that means I got 7 days to promote this one day. Don't get you a promoter that already got other days that's popping, because now he got to stretch how he gonna promote it. And he gonna stretch who he bring out on this night and that night. Nah, just get you somebody to focus on that. But like I said, again, tying it into the mall can't do that. So when the mall lose JCPenney's or lose Macy's, guess what? Now, who's going to come and replace that JCPenney's and Macy's? 9 times out of 10, it ain't nobody's going to be able to replace all that real estate. So realistically, guess what you're going to have to do? You're eventually going to have to close until, unless Donald Trump really stand firm on, hey, y'all gonna have to pay extra for this, because now if them Sheen, because realistically, we talked about Sheen on here before. I wouldn't pay for a Sheen shirt at $20. There's no way. I'm not buying nothing on Sheen for more than $10, because realistically, the quality of the shit ain't worth it. The same way I wouldn't buy this t-shirt if it was more than $5, because it's not worth it. It's just a regular graphic tee. I'm not spending more than $5 on this tee. This t-shirt couldn't be $25. So again, when you're sitting here saying how to kind of just fix your days to the right day to kind of benefit you, then you kind of got to figure it out and kind of play to your strong hand. And most of the time, the sad thing for malls is they can't. But if you pay attention to enough malls, you seen most of them used to stay open until 10. Most malls now close at like 8. Because they seen how, the same way when we complain about how Walmart cut down on their hours, like most Walmarts used to be 24 hours. Now they close at 12 o'clock or they close at 11, because they seen, oh, well, shit, people came in during the pandemic. We can kind of keep these hours to our benefit. And realistically, that don't benefit the people. It don't benefit the people. The store seeing, oh, we can be cheap with these hours. But guess what? That realistically for the store to say, now I don't got to pay these employees for these extra hours. It may be like sprinkled here and there, because I'm sure off the late night, yeah, we might still get some customers, but not as many customers as we did by the time we cut off at 11 or 12. So that's why they probably realistically did it. So I mean, that you kind of got to look at that same thing. So I do understand why that mall closed.
Thing to shoot. And we were chit-chatting. Everybody together as a group was all chit-chatting. And we started talking about this new show. A new show had come out. Okay? And as we started talking about the new show that come out, Issa started reading a review of the show out loud to the group. Okay? She's reading the show out loud to the group. So we're all sitting there listening, and we're all commenting and involved in the commentary and in the conversation. Everybody as a group is talking. And when I say everybody, I mean the cast members. We're all chit-chatting about it, okay? Together, all of us together. And she fell off from the conversation because she was reading the rest of the article to herself. So then I guess when she was done reading, she said, oh, yeah, it ends with da-da-da-da-da. And I asked, oh, well, did they mention da-da-da-da-da? And she said, why don't you just read it yourself? And that was the last day. Because I had taken so much stankness and weirdness for the past 5 seasons. And it was the last season. And I just said, you know what? I don't got to take this no more. I don't know who the fuck you talking to. I don't know why you're even addressing me this way. We're in a whole group of people together. We're all discussing this. I'm actually showing interest. And so that was the last day. And I have never spoken to her again. Because I'm always going to show you respect unless you play me, which I have one time got out of my face because I felt played. And then she then tried to act like she was going to fight me when we was on stage doing a read about a movie. And I was like, stop, because we're not about to fight. And then we were able to have a civil conversation after that. I listen, she got in her feelings. Fine. But Trying to sunning me in front of everybody is unacceptable for a number of reasons. One, I am your employee. I'm your employee. That's number one. You're sunning me for what? Like, it's not that I did anything wrong. It's not like you're correcting me in the work. Two, I am your peer, colleague. And three, I'm your elder. Boom, boom, boom. So that was the last day. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to keep putting up with this behavior. I'm not going to keep interacting with this. I'm not going to keep kowtowing. I'm not going to keep being the bigger person who comes and tries to soothe and smooth because you're the boss. I'm not going to do it.
You again, kind of going back into the conversation with Amanda Seales a few weeks ago. I think this is why it'll be hard for her to just go completely off of social media and go right behind the paywall. Because realistically, I don't think she understands. And let's be clear, I'm sure if you're an Amanda Seales fan, you're gonna just rock with her regardless. But I think we're talking about to the masses. Like Issa Rae is one of them people like you kind of can't go against, right? Like she's the darling, like she's the people that people just love. Like she's one of those people. They're so hard to hate on Issa Rae. Like and let's be clear, we none of us like this. Even just like when you talk about people who have like their situations or issues in a locker room. None of us are in the locker room, so we kind of can't go off of it. We kind of just really judge it off of the athlete that we may like. So realistically, this story she could be telling could be absolutely true, but to the masses, to the consumer, Issa Rae is just like this super lovable black person that everybody just loves. Like even even Black History Month, even during the Grammys, anytime any of these awards, even matter of fact, going into the Super Bowl, you start to see that Issa Rae meme start to fly around where she's saying, I'm voting for everybody black. Like it just continuously pulls up and you continuously see people just constantly just gonna always celebrate Issa Rae. So just you shooting at her, even if this is your honest truth and you telling a God honest true story, people not gonna care. Like I seen Issa Rae literally, because we were talking about Asia Wilson earlier for the rollout with Nike. They did it. It's on the Nike YouTube channel. Issa Rae did a one-on-one sit down with Asia Wilson. We're talking about the Nike shoe. Like she's just one of those people just love Issa Rae. Like they just gonna eat up whatever she do. So just even for Amanda Seales is like for you to sit here and kind of have this moment and then someone you about to go behind the paywall, like bro, you just making it hard on yourself. And that's one of the reasons, like, man, I mean, I feel you. Like if this is your truth, I can't tell somebody not to live their truth, but I could tell you it's never gonna go the way you want it to go because it's Issa Rae. Like she one of them people, if she really did something wrong to you, you should either just square up with her, get your fair one, beat her up, or fight her and get it out the way and get it over with, or just take it on the chin and just move along, because you're not gonna be able to get people to really just like unless you get caught with a real scandal, you're never gonna get people to kind of like choose you over Issa Rae. That shit just never gonna happen. Like, and that's kind of like that. The sad thing is, I mean, that's just the God honest truth. Let's get, I guess this week while we stand right here in just hip hop mess or just mess in black culture, I do want to give again, I spoke about her a little bit earlier in the episode, but I do want to give a huge shout outs to Clarissa Shields. Shout outs to Clarissa Shields, because if you didn't, what was this? I believe that was because we was recording on Sunday, so this fight happened probably while we was recording. So this video started to go viral Monday morning. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. And the woman she was fighting was like, I'm not gonna, and I don't mean this in no disrespect, but she was built like a dude. Like that woman she was fighting was like super dykey, super stalky. Like she looked like she was in a ring with a man, bro. And she put this girl down. She hit her with like the jump. It was like it was two different parts of the fight that was going viral. The one that I even used for the video was that one where she got that clean jump and she ducked and came right up into her jump, boom, and she put Slim down. As soon as she hit her, all I thought about is Remy Ma should absolutely delete every tweet she ever added Clarissa Shields in, because I get it. Everybody was using, joking, and saying, "Oh, Remy gonna get the gun. She gonna shoot you, bro." If Clarissa Shields hit Remy Ma, she may literally end Remy Ma's whole entire career. That's how hard she hit this woman. And that's why when I was trying to paint a picture of the woman that Clarissa Shields was fighting, I'm trying to explain to you, I think Clarissa Shields probably could beat up 75% of the men in America. That's how hard she hit that girl. Like, that's not no exaggeration. I know most men feel like this is what I'm telling you. If you are a man and you are not a professional boxer, I promise you, 9 times out of 10, I will put my money on Clarissa Shields. I don't care how tall, how big you are. Clarissa Shields hit you with that clean jump, she's going to put you down. She folded that girl up like a goddamn lawn chair, dog. Like that jump, she ducked into it, boom, and when she came up and hit it and that jump connect and boom, you literally seen this woman's legs leave her life. Like that shit just literally collapsed. Like I was just like, damn. But like again, like I said, talking about Clarissa Shields, I want to bring this one in because she was talking about papoose.
stuff like, well, I've heard a lot of good things, you know, and because I can read too, you know, but it's like some people say stuff like, oh, if I downgraded or if he downgraded or if he upgraded, and it's like that's not what love is about, you know, because I think we both feel like we both upgraded, you know, but it's like it's not about upgrading or downgrading. It's about being with somebody who you really care about, who you really love.
And let's be clear, because I know for a fact we had this conversation on here when these stories originally broke out 2 different times. And I'm not gonna lie, Papoose, it was an upgrade. When I'm watching these videos, if y'all seen the videos like I seen them via social media, Shade Room, or Neighborhood Talk, wherever you get your information from, you seen how Papoose was bringing her out. And let's be clear, not no shade to Papoose, but kind of even going back to when we was talking about Lil Wayne a few minutes ago. Again, why I think rap should go back to regional. I understand how people in the upper north, in the tri-state area, feel about Papoose. I understand. Shout outs to rest in peace to DJ K Slay. I understand that type of magic that they done made. I understand the work that Papoose put in on the mixtape circuit or going up to the radio stations in New York City and putting down freestyles. But listen to what I'm telling you. For people further outside of the New York tri-state area, we don't view Papoose the same way. Like our introduction to Papoose, realistically, honestly, is him being in a relationship with Remy Ma. If I'm calling a spade a spade, and then I listen to a bunch of rap music, so don't sit here and say, "Oh, you a casual rap fan?" Yeah, you can suck my casual dick. I'm cool. Listen to what I'm telling you. Most people we know Papoose is being Remy Ma's situation, but for her, this is a pay-per-view event for him to be able to pull up, show out for his girl, be able to walk her to an event compared to Remy Ma and Easy the Block Captain being on. And I don't want to call it because I mean, she still got a battle league. I can't sit here and say, but it ain't smack. And I mean, of course, you gotta build your own platform up to get it to be smack, but it is what it is. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Papoose landed the upgrade. She gonna help him be able to elevate and put him on a bigger platform, him to be able to walk around with arguably the greatest female boxer of all time, dog. Like this ain't like you can't like we gotta call a spade for even the way he's sitting here tying her like when she was doing the weigh-in, she wanted to come out with the Timbs, he lacing her boots up for him. Like he just looked like Papoose kind of showed you like you talking about like when players get traded to teams, like you get to see that Papoose was like the glue of that team when people was on that Black Love stuff. When they was doing all the Love and Hip Hop and all that, you can kind of tell Papoose was the like, hey, I'm cool. I can tuck my ego in. I'm one of those people that I'm okay with taking the backseat to my girl because guess what? She's still gonna go home and she gonna let me wear them cheeks out. And some men can't do it. Some men cannot do what Papoose do, and that's why you won't be able to get the type of love that Papoose do. So when I'm just looking at all that, I just put all that together. I paid attention, and I was, excuse me, I was like, shout outs to Papoose. Because he just showed you that he was the architect of that whole Black Love situation. He was the one who was tucking his pride in if you thought otherwise, because you got to see him. Like sometimes you know how some people be like, oh yeah, this shit could be a facade. Yeah, cool. Until you see somebody continuously show up is the same exact person every time you see them. Whatever you thought about Papoose when he was holding Remy Ma down, you know for a fact all of it was true because you got to see the way he rode for Carissa Shields in a brand new relationship. Shout outs to Papoose and shout outs to Carissa Shields. And like I said, I don't know too many people that can sit here and stand in front of one of them Carissa Shields punches. She looked like she'll literally make you touch earth. But while we still in New York news and we still talking hip hop, I do want to say rest in peace to Irv Gotti. And y'all, of course, saying rest in peace to Irv Gotti, 50 Cent is absolutely probably one of the pettiest people on planet Earth. And like literally didn't even let this man body get cold yet before he literally stepped his foot in a bunch of like the most pettiest stuff. And let's be clear, I do think realistically, I'm sure social media was kind of 50-50, no pun intended, split on the way they felt the way 50 Cent was, again, rest in peace to Irv Gotti, responding to the news of Irv Gotti passing, because realistically, they had real beef. They had real live street beef. If you're not familiar, I ain't trying to sit here and do no dissertation and do no goddamn homework for you. Go do your homework on 50 Cent versus Murder Inc. You can do, matter of fact, I want to say it's a YouTube documentary that you can go on YouTube and watch 50 Cent versus Irv Gotti or 50 Cent versus Murder Inc. Like all of this stuff is well documented. Like if you don't know the backstory on this, then you kind of like, I ain't here to be nobody goddamn substitute teacher and explain it to you. But they had real smoke. They had real live street beef, and Irv Gotti is attached and friendly with the people who realistically, allegedly got 50 Cent shot up 9 times. So I'm sure for most people, if you put yourself in that mind state of like, damn, if somebody was to clap me and get me hit up 9 times and then allegedly get me stabbed up in a studio too, Would I care if they died? 9 times out of 10 for most of us, we probably wouldn't. But realistically, if I'm being honest, at the big age of 50, yeah, it's cool. I don't have to, I could be happy as hell that you passed. But at 50 years old, don't mean I need to take it to social media. And that was my only critique. Like the having to smoke for him, cool, I get it. Like, bro, somebody get me clapped up 9 times, it's gonna be smoke forever. I wouldn't care. I would be if I probably would find out where your grave is and come and pee on it or whatever. Cool, I wouldn't care about none of that. But my whole thing of it is bringing it to social media is what makes it corny, especially when you're 50 years old. And I do think realistically, even for 50 Cent, the same way I'm talking about Amanda Seales, I think 50 Cent is going to eventually the same way a lot of people will champion the shit he doing with Big Meech and all this. But 50 got to be careful because after all of these shows, it looked like every show in the Power universe is coming to an end. This is the last season of BMF. Tariq Jones already over. I don't know. I mean, when Force coming back, but if you sit here saying all you're gonna have is Raising Kanan and that's it, then like I don't necessarily know how powerful you, because I feel like a lot of rappers and a lot of people tolerate what 50 got going on because you kind of almost look at it like the Tyler, like, okay, 50 is the gangster version of Tyler Perry. So you don't you try to be in TVs and movies, you kind of want to keep that open door policy and be on the friendship side of 50 Cent. But if after those doors is closed and let's just sit here and say, all right, cool, him and Stars don't have no more relationship, is 50 Cent still going to be as desirable to have a friendship with? I think 50 is overplaying that. I don't think 50, like, I don't necessarily know if he understands people only tolerate what he got going on because people want to be on TV, people want to be in the Power universe. But after those shows are completely done, if you sit here saying you only probably got a year, by the end of 2025, you may not have no more shows, are people going to sit here and kind of still be kissing 50 ass? Are people still going to be kiki laughing in the comment section? I doubt it. Like, I
think so.
How?
I mean, because I think it's still. I mean, like I said, he didn't have them shows for what? How long now?
You talking about over 10 years?
Yeah, right. And he ain't been right. I still think he's still.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. The shows is what kept him relevant. The shows is what kept people in pocket with him. But if you don't have the shows no more,
I still think people. I mean, like even if he's still doing the trolling and all that type of stuff, I still think like I said, I think right now you waiting on for whatever your little what's name to finish building up. Your lot and all that.
But even with that part, if you paid attention, he started complaining about that because they were sitting here saying that I think they were trying to raise the taxes on whatever he had going on there. So I don't necessarily know if that's still going to, I don't know how that's still going to play out. Now, that's what I'm just saying. That's why I say I'm not listening for the 50 and the whole Murder Inc. thing. I listen to what I'm saying. I'm never going to tell somebody, if somebody tried to get me smoke, I ain't never telling you to be okay and cool with them. Ain't no kumbaya or nothing. But my only thing of it is again, when we talk about when niggas like Kanye going on that rant. No, when people like Kanye, you sitting here at 47 going on a rant saying, oh, hip hop is this, that, and the third. Yeah, don't talk to the youngins. Talk to somebody closer to your age and your peer, which is 50 Cent. What 50 Cent, and this is why I hate. This is the only reason, the thing that I hate the most about just hip-hop media. Fans like me, I consider myself as a fan. Fans will complain about it. But if you listen to the Breakfast Club and you listen to Joe Budden or any of these other people wwho realistically 9 out of 10 may have to bump into 50 Cent, and my only thing is, why skip it and teeter around and tap dance this conversation? Y'all don't even big up his shows. Because if I'm 50 Cent, nigga, I give a fuck more about you praising my shows than you sitting here judging the way I move on social media. Y'all don't promote my shows. Y'all don't show my shows no love. So, nigga, I don't even necessarily know why y'all tap dancing around. I may not fuck with y'all anyway. And that's why I always go and do Gilly and Wallow podcast and don't do nobody else shit. I mean, of course, he still do the Breakfast Club because it's the Breakfast Club, but he don't do Joe Budden Jones. So that's why even when I listen to some of these niggas, I'm like, bro, why y'all pussyfooting around these conversations? The shit he did is corny, dog. Like, you can't sit here. Like I said, I'm not. Again, I'm personally, if that was me, I feel where 50 coming from. But still, at 50 years old, I'm not getting on social media sitting here saying I'm smoking on nobody. Like, that's corny to me. And you talking about you smoking on somebody? This was a natural cause. It ain't like one of your men spit. Like, I would probably listen.
I think that's more.
I would probably be honestly, I would maybe respect it more if this wasn't if this man ain't died from natural cause. Like, if one of your youngins just ran up and seen Irv Gotti somewhere and crushed him and crushed Ja Rule, one of them cases, I would respect that 100 times more than you sitting here saying I'm smoking on Irv Gotti pack and he died of natural causes, bro. That's corny. Like, this ain't like somebody real life came in and poked them up or somebody smoked them. Like, that's different. I can respect that. Like, if you was real life really getting your lick back on some gangster timing, then cool. But not sitting here waiting for a man to die from health causes. And then again, y'all know one of my favorite kicks on here, bro. Take care of yourself. Like, it don't matter how much money, you cannot spend that money if you got bad health. And I think that is one of the biggest fucking lies that we tell people in the black community. It's so heavy. Go get that bag, keep hustling. I don't care how much money you get. If you don't make no time for your health, you are not going to be able to reap the fruits of your labor. I don't care how much money you get, because guess what somebody else is going to do? Somebody else is going to end up spending that money, whatever money that you do accumulate with, and you die and leave it. And that's God, and that's only God willing if you got some good health insurance and some good life insurance. But if you ain't got no life insurance or no health insurance, you can run up all the money in the world to, if your family want to give you a proper burial, guess what? That money that you then hustled up for, they gonna take that money and to just send you away. And guess what? You gonna leave nobody with nothing. You just had to get buried. And hospital bills or whatever else the case may be. So all I'm just saying here saying is, please, as much as you want to get some money, make sure you make time for your health, because you do not want to be broke. 54 is young. I'm 40. You talking more than 14 years. I want to be able to live longer than that. When you get the older you get and you get to hearing some of them time frames that these people are dying, you be like, bro, that's not old. Like, and that's why, again, when I say go to the gym, bro, that is one of the reasons why I love going to the gym, especially if you can go early in the morning some days. Bro, it's people in the gym to be like 70 and 80 years old. They may be in that motherfucker moving slow as hell, but they in there. That is the goal. I don't care about sitting here saying, imagine you sitting here saying, Irv Gotti literally just, and again, rest in peace to him, he literally just sold his music catalog for what I'm going to say, it was like, what was it, like 200 million, something crazy. It was a couple hundred millions. He just sold his catalog, his Murder Inc. catalog for. Bro, he ain't even get the lead to spend it. He literally just sold this joint like maybe 2 years ago. He's been having health concerns for like the last 2 years. So he ain't even got the reach. Soon he got to get on social media and say, hey, I sold my such and such, I got this bag, whatever the case may be. And his health has been declining the entire time. He didn't even get to spend none of that money. And you know what's the worst thing? And this is why you got to be careful on how you treat people. And shout out to Ashanti, because Ashanti,
I was about to say, what did she say?
She showed him compassion and showed him love. And that to me she is the bigger person than even with the 50 Cent shit, because her shit was more recent. His back and forth with her and his disrespect to her and her name was literally just like last year on Drink Champs. Oh, if it wasn't last year, because Diddy been locked up for a minute. So right before the Diddy stuff, it was the Irv Gotti stuff. Because I remember I seen, like, you know how sometimes TikTok show you, this was literally, I ain't been on TikTok for longer than like 2 years or so. So this literally been in the last 2 years. With him and this Ashanti stuff. So even for her, she was like, damn, it's kind of messed up, but I always pray for you, whatever the case may be. So that's my whole point. Even still, let's just see and say, in a 2 to 3 year span, you got all of this money for selling your catalog, but you didn't even get you didn't get to spend that money. You didn't get to spend that money. You didn't get to do nothing with that bread. It's just like whoever you leave, whoever your kids, your wife, or whatever the case may be, they gonna get to spend it, but you ain't gonna get to spend it. And I'm just talking to all the men. Imagine you sitting here making 200 million off of a lick or whatever the case may be, and then you pass. And now and no disrespect, but let's be honest. I don't know how old his wife is or his baby moms or whoever. I'm sure. Give it a year or two. They gonna eventually they want to get all that money you got. Now I can go get my body done. I can go get some nice clothes. I can get my shit done, laid up, and a nigga gonna be clapping them cheeks, weighing that motherfucking rich pussy out. That's all I'm just telling men. Take care of yourself. I'm talking to men right now. Take care of your health, dog. Stop sitting here. I get it. I know nobody don't want to be broke, but I'd rather be broke and be alive than be rich and dead. Because guess what you ain't gonna be able to do? You ain't gonna be able to spend that money. All you gonna do is you done sit here and got all this bread, left it to your widow, and now she getting her ass cracked out by the fucking personal trainer. Because she gonna now, because guess what? Your health scared, your health passing, all you're gonna do is scare her. She gonna get her health in. She gonna get her health together. She gonna get her a nice personal trainer. And she gonna be able to pay a good personal trainer because she got that bread you just left her. So that nigga with that 6-pack, you dead in the grave, she gonna be getting her shit welled out by that nigga with that 8-pack looking like The Rock. And he is gonna be burning her a hole and getting paid. So that's all I'm just saying here telling y'all. But again, while we still at 50 Cent news, and this is I guess this kind of made, I think that was the Irv Gotti stuff was the icing on the cake. Because to me, the most pettiest and corny stuff was the Rick Ross back and forth. I mean, not even Rick Ross, but of course Rick Ross, Lil Meech, Big Meech, that whole back and forth with 50 Cent. And this was the one of the things I've seen so many people online like, oh, for the people who sit here don't think Big Meech don't owe 50 Cent nothing, y'all need to stay away from me. Real quick, I'm going to play this clip of Rick Ross and I'm going to tell all of y'all can eat a dick.
Oh, look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big. I can feel it.
So of course people was trolling Rick Ross. People were sitting here saying 50 Cent doing the fake version of BMF, but Rick Ross ain't even the real Rick Ross. That was a funny jump. But just real quick, back to the people who was sitting here felt like Big Meech owed 50 Cent something. Let's be clear. I do think this is kind of a little bit of Big Meech's karma because if I'm keeping it a buck, which I do think realistically Big Meech probably he should have honestly never gave it to 50 Cent because I remember that interview. It was T.I. and Jeezy. They was on the Breakfast Club and they was telling Charlamagne, they were like, "Yeah, man, we would love to do the BMF story, whatever the case may be." And this was like right at the beginning when Jeezy and 50 started not to see eye and eye. Because I mean, of course, for most people, if you like myself, most people were introduced to BMF through Young Jeezy. Most people are familiar with the whole BMF, who Big Meech was through, and that was Rick Ross and that was Rick Ross. Rick Ross and Jeezy original beef when Rick Ross had that song, I think I'm Big Meech, I'm Larry Hoover, and Rick Ross ended up not getting Jeezy on it, and he had Styles P on it. Do you know how crazy that was probably to everybody in the South? Like, nigga, why do you got Styles P on this song and not Young Jeezy? And that realistically, I mean, of course, Rick Ross and Jeezy are cool now, but that started the beef. So for most people, I can't sit here like, well, I don't know why 50 Cent, because let's be clear, 50 at one point in time, 50 was trying to sit here and kind of figure out a way he can get that song from Rick Ross on the jump, and Rick Ross is just kind of being stubborn, like, I'm cool, I'm not leasing this song to 50 Cent, screw this. And that's why 50 Cent had to come up with the whatever the name of that, however the intro of that song come in with Moneybagg Yo on it. So it's just my whole thing of when I'm sitting here saying is that when people say Little Meech may owe some loyalty to 50 Cent, but Big Meech don't. Though you can go listen. Let me tell you, I understand a lot of y'all don't like Vlad. You can go on Vlad YouTube channel, put in BMF. There is not anybody who is affiliated with BMF. Vlad and BMF almost damn near is close to 1 million with any, I don't care who, though he has interviewed so many miscellaneous, these people that have not even came up on this TV show, and he's interviewed them, and every last one of these interviews damn near at 1 million, if they not at 1 million plus. Big Meech could sell his story to anybody and niggas is going to buy it and we're going to watch it. And I'm going to tell you how you know that for a fact. Because guess what people still do? Netflix just dropped the O.J. Simpson jump. People are still watching that. So for people, if you in your mind, listen to what I'm saying. If in your mind you think Big Meech, not talking about Lil Meech, we talking about Big Meech. If you think Big Meech owes 50 Cent any type of loyalty, stay your square ass in the house and stay on social media and stay out of street business because you just fucking retarded. Like, it's just no other way to sit here and explain this to you. Like, listen to what I'm telling you. There is not a person on planet Earth, if you make content, TVs or movies, that you were not going to willing to drop a bag off to Big Meech to have the rights to his story. Like, let's be serious, dog. And that's my whole point of people like, Big Meech, Little Meech and Big Meech are two different people. And that is why that text message that Lil Meech sent to 50 Cent was basically sitting here saying, bro, why you put me in between you and my father stuff, whatever the case may be. Like, bro, you know how me and you rock. So why you even sitting here acting weird to me? I don't have nothing to do with it. My father's a grown man. My father needed some money. Him and Rick Ross cool. And I'm sure, like, again, I'm sure Rick Ross probably felt like he owed Big Meech some bread because realistically, his Rick Ross biggest song today still is BMF. So I'm sure Rick Ross probably was like, oh yeah, I owe Big Meech some bread. I made a lot of money off of using his name. Look out for him. He come home, throw him some bread. He got him when we talked about the Big Meech concert. Fucking Rick Ross was the second name on it. It was Lil Baby and then it was Rick Ross. I think people have to be realistic. But again, like I said, most people don't know. You don't know nothing. So and that's why you live in a world where people think that Big Meech owe 50 Cent some type, bro. He don't owe that man nothing. Listen to what I'm telling you. Anybody, Tyler Perry, whoever, fucking, what's the nigga who do Blackish? Anybody can do a BMF. Niggas is going to watch it every time. The same way, anytime you see an O.J. Simpson, people gonna click it. The same way, dog, they got, dog, Diddy ain't, listen to it, think about this. And this is just because we live in America, dog, Diddy ain't even been on trial yet. Think about how many different networks already got Diddy documentaries. No, and all of them is still the same exact story. They just the peak and the graphic to the story is the Cassie case. You'll find some miscellaneous. And again, when we're talking about just with how the world we live in and why people don't owe Big Meech don't owe 50 Cent. Bro, look at even when we're talking about the art of dialogue. With anybody who got any type of pull and can grab one of these old bad boy artists, guess what they'll do? This is why I just played a couple of minutes ago when I played whatever Chopper from the band. Now the Day 26 niggas, like anybody affiliated with Diddy, guess what people gonna do? Give them a platform and let them come on there and tell their stories. I ain't even watched the interview, but I seen the clip going viral of one of the Day 26 niggas sitting on Vlad start crying. Bro, listen. Guess what? But people gonna continuously click it. People gonna watch it because people just like salacious shit. So you are absolutely square from Delaware. If you think that Big Meech could not sell his story to someone else, they could have break that shit down. His mom could sell a story to one person. He could sell one. Terry could sell one. They could break, man. Stop, dog. Y'all gotta be serious.
The beef between 50 Cent and Big Meech is officially on. Snitch accusations, corrupt federal officers, murder charges. You would think it was a movie, but it's not. When Big Meech appeared in a video with 50 Cent's longtime rival Rick Ross, the internet knew 50 wouldn't hesitate to respond. The same way he did when Southwest T, co-founder of BMF, did the same exact thing not too long ago. And because of this, 50 is looking to do more than respond. It seems like he's looking to end the name and credibility of Big Meech and possibly all of BMF. 50 Cent decided to respond with an Instagram post hinting at the idea of a documentary focusing on a woman named Tammy Cohen's. You may not know who Tammy Cohen's is, but she's definitely an important figure in all of this. She's CEO of BMF Entertainment, Big Meech's company. She had power of attorney for Big Meech when he was in jail, and she's one of the executive producers of the BMF series on Star. So here's where it gets crazy, because Tammy has been accused of working with Big Meech to set up other members of BMF to get his sentence reduced. So it seems to me that 50 Cent is setting up to do an expose documentary on how Big Meech set up other members of BMF to get out of jail early. But how is that possible? Because technically, Big Meech served his entire sentence. Well, let me explain. There's a man named BIANCA CENSORI. He's the former head of the St. Louis chapter of BMF and a crucial member of the team. He's currently serving a 27-year sentence for 2 murders and drug trafficking. He claims that Big Meech is the reason he's behind bars. Cuffy and Meech's relationship go back to the 90s. At one point, Cuffy paid $250,000 for rights to the BMF entertainment arm. That's movies, that's television, and all of that. That's when Cuffy and 50 Cent's relationship started. So the question is, where did everything go wrong? Well, Cuffy claims Meech introduced him to Tammy Cohen's, who eventually convinced him to buy 100 kilos of cocaine from a source that Meech recommended. Yeah, Meech was still moving coke while he was locked up. He alleges that Tammy was an informant and Meech was aware of this, and the deal went south and he was eventually arrested. He alleges that this deal would have got Meech out of jail several years ago, but the evidence from this arrest became inadmissible in court because Tammy was having an affair with the DEA agent Keith Cromer handling the investigation. So the evidence was thrown out. And if that's true, it means that Big Meech set up his brother and didn't even get out of jail for it. Side note, Rick Ross is definitely a chess player. Even after 50 Cent made millions for Lil Meech and his family, and he set them up for a career in TV and film, Rick Ross was still able to slide in and make his presence known. We don't understand the ins and outs of exactly why it played out like this, but I can assure you money is at the heart of it.
So again, like I said, just for people, man, like I said, I don't think, again, well, I guess realistically, my biggest takeaway from all of this is Big Meech was fucking his money up, because even for him to have to sell his rights or give his rights to this woman, it just seemed like Big Meech was out here balling out of control. When and this happens to most people. I ain't sitting here like turning my nose up to Meech, but I'm realistically 90% of the world ain't never seen the type of money Big Meech seen. So for him to have to sit here and eventually even sell his rights and to do all this other extra stuff, he was just bad with his money. He was out here blowing money fast, realistically, and that's not even no pun intended. Like, that's just what he was doing. And that's why you get to the point when you gotta, it's almost just literally realistically, it's like you sit here kind of, you know, one of those things that was that interview with Master P had on the Breakfast Club. He was like, all these niggas be talking about they being drug dealers, but they be so quick and run to go get a record deal. And that thing to me was what Big Meech probably realistically did. You ran through your money, you blew all your bread. So now you looking, what else could I sell? So I could sell, I'm sure if I'm in jail, you thinking I'm at that time, 2020, because getting out in 2025 probably seems so far away from when you get locked up in 2020. What he got locked up in 2006 or 2005. So you talking about 20 years ago, that shit probably seems so far away. And of course, realistically, it don't matter if you was up millions. If your money stops and you still trying to live a certain type of lifestyle, realistically, those millions will eventually run out. But just my thing to that would be, that's just still bad money management. For anybody to be able to get any type of rights into Lil Meech or Big Meech's stuff is just realistically, it's just bad money management. Like you was just geeking, you was trying to get some bread, trying to keep some money flowing, and you sold your rights. That to me is some crackhead shit. And I mean, again, like I said, I'm not mad because I mean, I guess you probably never thought that day was gonna happen. But realistically, if you are somebody young and you're listening to my voice right now and you feel like you do got some motion in the streets, bro, put some money up. The same way I'm sitting here saying go to the gym, same way you got to save some money, because as fast as that money can come, realistically, it can go. And you got to think about it. That his is just, okay, you got locked up. But think about how many dudes get caught in the back door. Somebody rob you because you got all your money in the house. You boom, boom. Like, that's just realistically what it was. Like, that's it. You got locked up. You probably thought this money was going to come forever. You never was going to get it. Even, let's just sit here and say, I'm sure realistically, you talking about 20 years. Shit, let's say Big Meech had 10 million saved up. I'm sure realistically everybody used to living a certain type of lifestyle, from his baby moms to his mother, his sister, whatever the case may be. So if everybody is not willing to just hurry up and run and downsize, or you kind of don't know how this play out and you trying to pay for lawyer fees, and let's be clear, them lawyer fees is crazy. Trust and believe, when Young Thug really feel like he get a body of work flowing, trust and believe, after Young Thug drop his first project the same way Gunna did, Young Thug is going to hurry up and start touring again, because those lawyer fees get crazy. And the longer you stay on trial, and that was one of the reasons why people was like, damn, if I was A$AP Rocky, I just would have took the jump, because the longer you stay on trial, the more money you got to pay these lawyers. So for somebody like Big Meech, I'm sure that trial took a brick. You were sitting here paying for that lawyer for a long time. Shit, even shout out, so again, YMW Melly, bro, he been in jail for 6 years. That means he been paying for a lawyer for 6 years. How are you going to, where's his money still continuously coming from? Probably for somebody like YMW Melly, I'm sure he's still signed to a record label, so they probably still see it's keeping him even in trial and people still playing his music, whatever the case may be. It's cool. We want to still figure out some way to stay in bed with him instead of just allowing him to just dry out of money. But realistically, for somebody like Meech, I'm sure you just dried out of money. But that just showed you sell it to this woman, Tammy. Like, that just to me is it's just weird. It's crazy. But like I said, it's just a rough situation. But I do think 50 Cent is corny for the way he treating it. And I think 50 is he beating his chest right now. But I do, like I said, I mean, I'm not going to count 50 out, because I mean, he did create all of these shows that everybody loved. But I do realistically, I want to see how people feel about 50 after all of these shows are gone. Like, after all of these shows are completely gone, because let's be clear, 50 has done other stuff before he got this run. So even just like when it was the show, and I told you I like the other show he had. What was the joint on ABC? The joint when the jail dude was a lawyer. It was a cool joint, but it still wasn't Power. So I don't necessarily know if after all of this Power stuff is completely done, I don't know if 50 Cent will still have that same allure to him. I don't know if people will still be running to get in bed with 50. But I think what he did to Lil Meech, that to me is corny, because Lil Meech didn't do what his father did. His father, like, you just sit here basically saying, screw Lil Meech because his dad like took a picture with Rick Ross or took some money from Rick Ross. Like, that to me is corny. Like, that's foul, though. I don't care what y'all say. Ain't no way in hell I'm championing that. I ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be okay with that one. That one to me, that's just out of pocket. What else I wanted to play? It was this joke of earlier. Should have been played it.
One positive thing that your the father of your child contributed to you to make you a better person. So for example, like I said, I was married.
My son.
Your son, that's it.
That's it.
Nothing else good came from being with him. I'll give you an example. So when I told you I was married, she taught me how to drive a manual car. So now I know how to drive stick. So that opened the door to so many different cars I can drive. My last relationship I was in, just a regular girlfriend, she was a big advocate for politics. So I actually voted for the first time this past election. I was big on not believing in voting anything, but that was one main thing for her that she wouldn't go for.
Well, that's good to know you're flexible, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like, we don't have a bad relationship or anything like that, but my son is absolutely the best
blessing.
thing.
It's the best thing, for sure, for sure. I'm sorry.
Okay, and why did you pop her balloon?
I feel like you didn't have really anything positive to say about the father of your son. And that's very, I don't know if it's shallow or not. You had a very good reason. And I just feel like if you're in any relationship with the person and you're willing to procreate with them and have a baby with them, at least there should be something good that they did to make you a better person.
I agree with you.
But it's not.
It should be.
Yeah. But
Everybody
shit happens.
have
What
a
they say. Yeah.
fairy tale.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
Oh, so real quick, I guess my question for you is, do you agree with what he was saying, or do you feel like her answer was fair? Do you think every relationship you've ever been in, especially if you have a relationship with good, he said even good or bad, do you feel like you should, especially if you had kids with somebody, should you be able to sit here and say, I took something away from that relationship that I learned, either good or bad?
Yeah.
So you agree with him popping her balloon for her saying she didn't learn nothing besides I had a kid?
That's not true. Learn something. You learn how to be a mother.
Damn, that's a good answer. I ain't even thinking about that. I mean, you're right. I agree with what he was saying, but I just kind of wanted to get your take on it. Just because,
like some people, I get it. You don't want to give people credit, but you did. Like I said, regardless of how they might have treated you or whatever the case may be, you became a better person than what you went in as. Even if they tore you down, you learned, you know what I'm saying? You learned something, whether it was good or bad.
You know, for sure. And I do think sometimes, again, that's why I said when it comes to, and that's what, Grin, while we talking about just with the popping balloon, any of those, especially because it's not the same. Of course, it's not the same one as the normal girl, the one that I normally play on here. But I do think that just that interaction, that face-to-face conversation and trying to kind of be on your toes with your response, like right there live on person, I do think it's a lot harder, but I do think most people aren't ready kind of just to mentally take it. Like women love to see and say, oh, men ain't mentally intelligent or whatever, they not in touch with their feelings enough or whatever the case may be. But when you hear like those type of things, I do think sometimes people's conversation piece be so just first level basis where you kind of really don't know how to take the conversation nowhere, or you kind of already on defense. And even for her, it was just like, I ain't learned nothing from this nigga, I just had a kid, it's cool. And it was just like she was a half decent looking woman, like she wasn't a bad looking woman, she had some nice boobs, nice little jump. So it was kind of like he was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she couldn't even get out of whatever bitterness or that bitter taste her baby father left in her mouth, that she couldn't realistically even get over the hump with that one. But I do want to give a lot of love to Drewski, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a Drewski hater off the rip. Like I'm not, slowly but surely, it'd be like every week it'd be a clip and I'd be like, damn, this nigga cold, dog. Like he is just, and when I say this nigga, he just funny, dog. Like even for that clip from last week that we played on here, the BB Hell jump, like bro, they didn't turn that shit into a TikTok now. And that's just, but again, that's why I never will understand if you create content or you got a podcast or you get on YouTube and you don't understand how important TikTok is, I promise you just gonna be forever behind the 8-ball. Because bro, that way TikTok just flipped that jump was so funny. Oh my God, because this was such a unserious video that was already funny on its own, but for them to put a New Orleans bounce behind the jump and them to turn it into a whole TikTok challenge, bro, like that's why TikTok is so great. Like it don't matter how stupid you think the song is, but it's just like that shit is hilarious.
Okay,
dog.
so my question for that, right?
Mhm.
Would that dude get any like any money? I mean, what do he get? You know, the dude who actually raps
I mean, shit, he could probably just reach out to whoever made the beat. Like whoever made the beat for the TikTok jump, because I mean, of course, his sound is the original sound, so he could just reach out to whoever made the beat, and I'm sure he could send them some paperwork and be like, "Hey, I want to put this joint up on my Apple Music page or whatever the case may be." I don't even necessarily know if that dude even was actually a real rapper. He just wasn't going on there just trolling. He might have just been going on there trolling, but
that's
even,
what I was thinking.
but that's what I'm saying.
So
But
now that it's a hit, would you be trying to get like, damn, all right, I need a
maybe or maybe not. Like I probably would just try to get lit on social media. Like going back from that conversation we had, what was that, a couple of weeks ago, when somebody in the chat was like, some people just want to go viral. Like I don't think you should realistically be trying to chase this and make it into a song. Like just let it stay on TikTok, let it do. And you could just, me personally, you could try to figure out, now that people come to my page, how can I turn it into something else? But I can't, like that. It can't be a real serious song.
So do you got to post it? So you post that?
He posted it. The very first video was him.
It.
Wait, it's a dude in the video, the one that you sent when you seen the joint on the shade room. The very first dude in the red sweatsuit with the crackheads and stuff around him. That was the dude. That was the same original dude who from the Drewski. So he was the one who turned it into a challenge on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he did. Okay.
Yeah. So he did. I don't know who made the beat for him, but he's the first person on the jump.
That's what I'm just saying. Like, would you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hate for, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that go viral. Then now everybody else is
everybody else reaping the benefits. I mean, but that's how it go. I mean, shit, for songs, realistically, I mean, of course, if it's your song and then you eventually like the young niggas from Philly who got the jump. Like it's now that song is on Apple Music. But what made me, because I forgot about it because it was just on TikTok for so long and it wasn't on Apple Music. But the jump, you got me tripping, and they got the little dance to it. Sierra did a dance with Baby Future. It was her, all the kids, and Baby Future. But every, of course, you know, because it's Baby Future, he in it, everybody gonna make a big deal about it. But he like was swaggy with his Joe, so that made the video go even more viral. And I was like, damn, this song it got to be out now. And then when I clicked it, because and that's the cool thing about TikTok now. For some of those songs, if it go viral, it can be attached to Apple Music. So you literally, it'll go from TikTok straight to Apple Music. So like you, even if you download it, like let's say if that song I'm talking about, the little tripping jump from the Philly dudes, if I press add from TikTok, it will add a TikTok playlist to my Apple Music. So like it's literally up under TikTok. So that's kind of fire how they kind of got all that attached to it. But again, like I said, shout out to Drewski. I do want to play this clip because he got this show. And I gotta play the clip from the dude on the Erica Mena jump because one of the so I'm gonna play the Drewski jump first, but that's again how crazy the world we live in, dog. Because the Erica Mena jump is absolutely out of pocket. But let me play the Drewski jump first and give him some love real quick. Because Drewski do got a new show called For the Love of Drewski, bro, and this shit is hilarious.
This season on Could Have Been Love.
Drewski and Ruby Rose are apparently in a real relationship.
Their relationship wasn't real at all. She is now claiming Drewski paid her.
Ruby is too rich for you to do that.
Drewski doesn't need to pay Ruby Rose to fucking date him.
Oh, shit!
It don't seem like he her type. She said he was funny and a nice guy. That says everything that I need to know.
Some people say money can't buy love. $50,000 can.
The hottest women in the world, all competing for the love of one man.
Come to Papa.
My man, where's my man?
Drewski said he like him seasoned, baby. I'm the Barbie that you can't play with.
Let's give him one fight.
That's 6 that night. If I want it, he gonna eat it.
I'm here for $50,000.
See me in there.
These other women ain't got shit on me. Drewski know that.
Eat titty stud. Somebody gonna get slapped tonight.
Cause I'm really like that. I'm used to having a strap with me.
Respectful, classy, elegant women.
A man building an empire cannot do it with a hood rat.
Shut the fuck up! Get out of my room!
Now I got money now. Fuck, I gotta deal with this shit, both, man. Hey, ride, dick, ride. Okay. Oh! Compete for my heart. I ain't say fight for it. God damn! This is a show about love. Put them in the mud. We're gonna see who wants to squabble. Oh! I ain't doing no kissing yet. Ah! They just always say they want a country boy. They don't know what come with it.
I'm gonna suck your dick from the back and make your ass out clap.
Have fun in that swamp.
No,
Hey!
I don't want to get in the middle of some freaky business that you got going on with all these girls.
I'm gonna bring you another rose later. There's no freaky.
Drew, I'm not into that.
Hold up. Like that. Hold it for 3 seconds.
As soon as I boarded the bus, I could tell the girl smelled hot.
I ain't gonna lie, it smelled like bounce that ass.
Yeah, it's like a swamp in that motherfucker, man. God damn. You say you a man, be a man now. Man up.
I think you need to continue looking.
I would agree with Nana.
If a gun was to your head, you gonna take the bullet?
Yes.
Stop thirsting for the white vagina.
Hey, there's some good white pink coochie out here, man. I'm trying to convince you on it.
I need you to deal with the consciousness, Drewski. Stay with me.
I don't want to have sex with anybody at all.
I'm cool with a little creamer in my coffee.
Then you left, I'ma fuck you up.
Don't fucking play with me, bitch. Coulda, woulda, what we coulda been.
Turn around. She got like 2 meatballs in the back of her ass. Feel me?
My uncle, he taught me everything I know.
Do what the fuck I said, do it. Shut the fuck up.
Get that fucking camera in my face, nigga.
Who will win Drewski's heart and $50,000?
Oh, shit! It felt like love. I tell you that. It felt like love.
This shit about to just be on YouTube. There's no way nobody that stupid. Let's be clear. If this is just on YouTube, dog, I swear to God, all these goddamn TV and streaming services are idiots, bro. There's no way you allow him. After I seen this clip, I don't care if I own Netflix or any of it. I'm giving him the biggest bag, period.
But I'm pretty sure he already got a deal with YouTube, right? Where's most of his stuff be coming on?
I be catching the clips on social media, so I really don't know. It probably is YouTube though.
Yeah, if you're already in bed with him, I don't see how you would go somewhere else.
If I'm
you don't know, because you like he got a younger audience, right? So you wouldn't go to, like, I'm not gonna go to Netflix and think everybody's just gonna go, hey, I'm gonna watch it on.
I'm just me personally. If I was Netflix, if I worked at Netflix, if I was in
easier for a younger audience to find you on.
I don't
YouTube.
think I don't necessarily know if this is just a young people junk. Like this would be something that I want to sit here and literally watch. Like if he
I'm just saying his audience in general are more of a younger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but when you say younger, I don't think we're not talking about 15. You talking about in their 20s younger.
Yeah, that's younger.
Yeah, I think that audience still is on Netflix. And I think Netflix kind of thrive on that audience because if you're talking about, just think about all the, I mean, of course, we don't never talk about them. We don't watch them, but them dating shows on Netflix be going crazy. And they be going crazier for an older audience. Like that, what is it? The Love is Blind, Joan, and it's Love is Blind, and it's one other, I can't remember the other one. Angel Reese just had two people that was on one of them other shows on there recently. I can't remember the name of it, but I know Love is Blind is one of the most popular ones, and then they got another one. And then what's the Netflix got a couple of them little dating shows. So if I was somebody at Netflix, if his Joan on YouTube ain't like a crazy, like if it's something that I can buy away, if I'm Netflix, I'm buying this from Drewski to put it on Netflix. Cause I already know it's gonna be a hit. Just because all the people, bro, you got Dr. Umar and you got what's the crazy white boy? What's my man name this from what is his name from Boss Stew? I forgot this nigga name because I don't even fuck with Boss Stew, but I know this one. Theo Von. You got Dr. Umar and Theo Von, bro. You can get Netflix just need to go ahead and cash him some bread. Because I know he spent some money to record this. Like this shit look like something that you would see on Zeus Network or one of these other networks or VH1. But if I'm Netflix, I'm buying this. Like if I want to, especially if you, again, because even if I agree with, hey, majority of his audience is in his 20s, well, cool. I know how to already get the older people. I got the older people on Netflix. Now, how do I transition to grab some younger people if I'm Netflix? I'm getting this Drewski joint and I'm putting it on my streaming platform because I know for a fact people are going to watch it. So, I mean, again, like I said, shout outs to Drewski. But like I said, before we got into the Drewski joint, I did sit here and say I want to talk about Erica Mena. Erica Mena has a new show that is being premiered on Zeus, and it's a dating show. It's literally damn near just like the Drewski joint. It's for the love of Erica Mena. So I want to play this clip, and it's the dude, and y'all probably remember this dude from I want to say, he was the plumber. I want to say he was a plumber on the Pop the Balloon show, and I believe he lost his job whatever he was the maintenance company he was working for, whatever apartment building he was there. I believe he lost his job for something he said on the Pop the Balloon show. So now he's on this Erica Mena dating show, and I believe he tried to kiss a man, and it went left.
Queen.
Hey man, you better watch how you talking to me, man. For real.
Did you care about that when you were trying to kiss me?
Man,
Aaron.
Keep it in 100, bro. What you want to do, buddy?
Hey, Queen.
Bro, you gotta listen.
Because it was another clip where they showed them actually like, in front of each other.
It was so hold on. The other John, I played that one. That was the one they was straight got to the fighting. But the other clip, what was the other one? It was a longer clip. It was a longer clip, and basically it was another dude when he was sitting here saying he was better for Erica Mena because one of the dudes like to sleep around with a bunch of women and oh man, damn, where's this Erica Mena shit at? Yeah, but anyway, this dude, just real quick, long story short. So the dude literally just. He obviously when he sat down and there was a woman in front of him that was, I mean, I guess I apologize. I don't know how to say it, but it was a man it was a woman who used to be a man. So they was in front of each other. And again, she was talking to the plumber dude. He sit down. And when they sit down, the woman who used to be a man was like, called the plumber dude, hey, queen. So the nigga was like, what are you talking to? So the woman, it was like, you wasn't mad or what I was calling you when you was trying to kiss me. So and the crazy thing is when they literally got into a real live rumble. Like they was really throwing blows. Like I'm talking about punching. Like the dude, the woman or the dude, whatever. She was literally throwing hands like a real live nigga. She was throwing them hands. So you knew that was still a man. Like she wasn't on no. She was squaring up, throwing them Jones. So when his wig came off, you see the voice change and everything from that high pitched voice to a deeper voice. So you kind of was like, oh, that's crazy. And that's what sent the nigga left, because he probably really was like, damn, all right, you caught me loafing type of situation. But now you putting it out to the air. Of course, realistically, most men, if you a man with any type of ego and pride, you're gonna be embarrassed that you try to kiss a fucking man, and so that shit was crazy. Again, shout out to Eric. I'm never gonna pay for Zeus Network, but those, if you are a Zeus Network type of person and you take in the Zeus Network content, I can pretty much imagine that's gonna be the shit that's gonna get you there.
Hey, what the fuck's going on? Hey, baby. What the fuck is going on?
Bitches don't know how to keep their hands to themselves.
What happened? Wait, what happened?
I told her not to touch me. She touched me 5 times. And I snapped. And
what do you mean? Touch you? Why?
Because she's trying to claim this fucking bed. I said, no, it's my fucking bed. I laid on it twice.
We have 2 of the baddest bitches in the group that are fighting over a bed that honestly is big enough for both of them.
Yeah. First of all, let me tell y'all one thing. If y'all not hearing from me, I'm telling you right now, you fucking go.
I'm here for you.
I don't have time for this extra
Ain't nobody
shit.
disrespecting me.
At the end, yes, at the same time, but you not respecting my house is disrespecting me. I can't have this.
Y'all is stressing my girlfriend out. Like, what the fuck?
Like, man, one shout out to Zeus Network. Though, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how he find these people. I don't know what the payout is for this stuff. I don't know how this stuff works, but people still watch it. People watch it. People get intrigued. And the sad thing is, I get intrigued.
Zeus, I mean, Floyd, ain't Floyd
what? Putting money up on it?
I thought he owned it or something like that, right?
Nah, he don't own it. To do what's my man name? Leon something, whatever his name is. He owned the jump. But that's just the times we live. Hold on, let me play this clip from the plumber dude.
I'm out here recording. Y'all been out here filming. I went 2-on-1 on the show. I got into a good little squabble. They about to paint me out in the worst way. They about to try to paint this narrative that I'm a transphobe. I was slapped by Erica Mena on set. She is in fact racist towards black men and women. And I left the show. I never got eliminated. I left. I got exploited. And I'm going to the police station right now to file charges on Erica Mena for assaulting me. And I don't care if I get sued, bro. I got exploited. Period, point blank. I got lied to. They told me this woman came on the show looking for love. She wasn't looking for no love. She been disrespecting and degrading black men this whole time.
So that was the plumber dude again. Like I said, shout out to Zeus. I don't know how they do it, and I don't necessarily know what's the real science between why, as black people, we love to watch those shows. But I mean, people watch them. People keep watching them, and they post it on the right Jones. They put it on the Neighborhood Talk. They put it on Hollywood Unlocked, the Shade Room, and people who engage on those platforms on the regular are always going to eat these type of shows up. And the crazy thing is, and the shout out to Zeus, because they always kept their price cheap. It's $5. So for somebody who really like that messy mess, bro, $5 a month ain't nothing to you. It's not gonna harm you. You're gonna spend that $5. You're gonna indulge in the mess. And if realistically, if you kind of one of those people that's on the fence, shit like those little clips, like them clips be so perfect. Like those clips know how to get people hooked and want people to watch more. So again, like I said, shout out to Zeus Network. I ain't gonna hate on it because certain things you just can't hate on, and because it's not for me. That's the same way when I told you about the Kanye West stuff at 47 with the hip hop shit. I know for a fact Zeus Network ain't for me. I'm not their target audience, so I'm never going to hate on that product. I'm just going to talk about it and I'm going to keep it moving. And when I talk about it, I ain't going to talk about it and tell you not to watch it because I know for a fact it ain't made for me. It's not made for me, so I can't. The only thing I can do is watch a clip and give you opinion. And my opinion on that one was this nigga went toe to toe with a trans, and that motherfucker was throwing hands on his ass. And that's what he get for being a horny nigga. You kissed him, and you got mad that he put you on blast. But again, when we talk about social media and how you can't control, and when we talking about TikTok, how TikTok can make anything viral or make anything famous. We talked about this lady last week, and I kind of just we talked about it, and I was like, oh, she may be mentally ill, and I just moved on. Now, throughout the week, y'all made this woman famous. Y'all made her famous, and then every girl I watched them say, all the niggas in my DM, I need this.
My dear
Listen, I'm from Pakistan. Respect to the law, respect for the law, respect to her law, and respect to God. Do you hear me?
तो ये मतलब कह रही है कि भाई मुझे आप पाकिस्तानी कहें. Yes, my Pakistani sister. Okay, sister? It's not okay?
I hope we saying the right things, okay? Like I said, Pakistan needs to be reconstructed the right way. Do you hear me, guys? Make sure y'all get this on y'all camera. I'm married to Nidel Hamed. I'm Onaija Hamed. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're going to have our baby in Dubai. Listen.
Bro, listen to what I'm telling you. I've literally seen this woman on every page nonstop. That's my point. And this will piss you off just about. And I understand, like, sometimes I hate when I see people tweet this, but I be like, this is why I unfollowed and I blocked the shade room. I can't follow them. I hate that type of toxicity. I hate when people, like, you don't have to sit here and come to another platform and tell everybody how you block the shade room and you stop following them. It's like you better than everybody else. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I understand it, because it just be like, bro, why are y'all making this woman famous? Like, she is real live really slow, and y'all are real live making a slow person famous. And while we talking about just making wild stuff famous, bro, the fat lady, dog, is about to be on the Breakfast Club. By the time y'all hear this, that fat lady already got an interview on the Breakfast Club, bro. This is what I'm telling you. I get it. I love black culture because we can make anything cool. But I swear to God, sometimes I hate the shit that we make cool. Like, sometimes I be like, bro, come on, what are we doing? I respect it because we can make anything cool. You can make absolutely anything cool, but dog, sometimes we just gotta relax. Like, there's no reason why this lady has literally became one of the most seen and recognizable face. I don't want to call her famous, but one of the most recognizable faces via social media. Because, bro, she was playing with that fire for real. Like, them Pakistani men was being very nice to her, and they might have enjoyed the little bit of fame that came with it via social media too, because they probably feel like, hey, cool, we on social media. Because I even seen the Shade Room interview one of them niggas. Like, that's how, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. There's the times, man. Matter of fact, let me play this shit because if I had to sit here and deal with this shit, I want y'all to hear this same bullshit that I had to listen to. Come on,
dog. Catfished, or did she catfish somebody?
No, she catfished him. She was talking to the guy with a Nicki Minaj filter, and she was using a Nicki Minaj filter with blonde hair, and the guy. It is so insane. God. And she's apparently 33 years old and the guy is 18. But I believe they were still happy. Something happened in the end of January, and I'm trying to fill in the blanks what happened. And yeah, she catfished him. But now that she's here and like her lovers left her, there's a long line of suitors over here. It's become the Bachelorette over here. Everyone in the neighborhood wants to get married to her, and she's like, "Nah, man, I don't have time for all of y'all."
Not I need to fly to Pakistan. They got husbands over there lined up.
Oh, and she has demands. She has demands like now like random our policewomen, the women of our city that are here to defend her. We're doing her hair, we're doing her eyebrows, whatever there is of them, and and like she demanded now after my hair's done, I need a bonnet for my hair. I've never seen that bonnet in Pakistan, but they got that arranged for her. They had it arranged for her. she
bro, this is just what I'm telling you, and they just make like, I hate us, dog. I love us, but I hate us at the same time. Like, bro, why? Just explain to me why the hell is this lady fucking famous now? And I don't mean famous. She just, again, like I said, social media popular. Again, when we was talking about saving money real quick, I should have played this clip of DMX ex-wife earlier in the episode when I was talking about Irv Gotti, when we was talking about saving money, when we was talking about Big Meech. I apologize for forgetting to play this clip because I forgot that I had it. But I do want to play this one because realistically, those two stories kind of go hand in hand. Again, rest in peace to DMX, rest in peace to Irv Gotti. But I do want to play a clip from his ex-wife.
He wasn't paying child support. And that's why
she was just talking about how much money he had and how he kind of became broke. And that's, again, when we talk about sometimes just people not saving their money or not doing what they supposed to because you kind of think you're going to go on one of these phenomenal runs and they will last forever. And then after we do this, we can kind of talk about Drake and PartyNextDoor getting ready to drop an album this Friday. And I do want to talk about women with Valentine's Day. I'm not going to, matter of fact, real quick, no disrespect, but screw that real quick. I do want to talk about Valentine's Day. Is it, am I saying it right? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. But Valentine's, what is it? I said Valentine's. Whatever the Lord Day is, the women celebrate Valentine's Day with all their homegirls. And then to me, I'm not gonna lie, I almost wanted to say it kind of seemed a little bit desperate, but then I be seeing the younger, like the women who's like right there in their late 20s, early 30s, they really be turning it into like some Freaky Friday type of shit. Like they be getting them jumps off on their close friends and they be going super crazy. Like some of the older women, it may be just like y'all just sad and you single with your homegirls and y'all kind of just trying to do whatever and dress it up. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. That whole little Valentine's Day thing is like one of the probably the most smart and most freaky things that women have created so they can kind of just do little gay shit to each other. Some of them, like, let's be clear, like I said, some of the older women it's a little bit more dressed up. They may go to like a restaurant or something, but some of the younger girls, they coming in their lingerie, half naked, and you just in front of a bunch of other women twerking and just wilding out, kissing on each other, getting super drunk. Like I said, allowing your best lesbian self to come out and end up most of the nights probably out and kissed each other, sucked a little coochie, ate a little box, whatever the case may be. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, matter of fact, where my girl at? I'm gonna come in with this. Sometimes I be having so many clips, I be forgetting to play them in the proper order how they should go. But this one is for her, and then we can get into the Valentine's Day.
There's some women right now sleeping with dudes that next week you're about to get ghosted. He is about to go missing on you. Like he might go missing right after Super Bowl, right? But you ain't gonna hear from him until after Valentine's Day. You know why? Because he don't want to get you no gift. He don't want to get you no gift, and he don't want to make the situation awkward. Therefore, he has to go ahead and ghost you now in advance. And then after Valentine's Day, he'll pop up like, "What's up? What's good? What you been up to?" Right? Like nothing happened. But this is all just to avoid the awkwardness of not getting you a gift or having to have a conversation with you about not getting you a gift, right? See, because in his mind, y'all is just a situationship, so it doesn't make sense for him to get you a gift. So y'all are just sleeping around. You're not his actual girlfriend. So why would he get you a gift? He wouldn't, right? But in your mind, you thinking that he would simply because of the fact that y'all sleeping together, but he don't see it like that. He don't see it like that, and he's about to go missing on you. And this is one of the reasons why situationships don't make sense and is setting you up to hurt your own feelings, because technically he not wrong, right? Because you're not his girlfriend. There is no reason for him to get you nothing. But because you're sleeping with him and investing feelings into him, you feel like you are owed something. And again, this is why you set yourself up for failure when you accept situationships when you know you want a relationship. So let this be a wake-up call for you when he go ghost on you and come back after Valentine's Day acting like nothing happened, that you're not really wanting a situationship. You want a relationship. So stop.
So just real quick, this is probably a warning to most men. If you were somebody like me, especially the older you get, I feel like days kind of fly by. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't realize it was February. Because even when you sit here saying like Happy Black History Month, we talking about the Super Bowl, talking about All-Star Game, like we talking about all of those things, and in my brain, it still didn't click and register that it was Valentine's Day until I literally went to the grocery store on Saturday, and I'm like, oh damn. Because like, and I think for most, and what she said is probably some real shit. And the sad thing is, if you are somebody cheap, y'all know me, I stand firm on you shouldn't start dating and shooting your shot until after February 17th. Like if you make it to the summertime, I say this every year on here. If you make it through the summer and you single, and if you make it through homecoming, don't try to get in no relationship after homecoming. You got from right now. So now, right now, it's about to be the Valentine's Day about to come up this Friday. And again, like I said, we talk about Drake and Party about to drop a project this Friday. We'll talk about that in a second. So if you can make it till next Monday and you've been synced, so cool. So then starting next Monday, you can start shooting your shot starting next Monday. Next Monday will be, what is next Monday? Next Monday is, what is that? President's Day, President's Day, February 17th. So start next Monday, you can start shooting your shot again. Start shooting your shot now. So listen to what I'm saying. If you for all my cheap niggas, you can get away with dating just free as possible. Whatever dates you're gonna do, you do your thing. But I'm talking about no major holidays come up now for the next 7th month. Like then it ain't gonna be no major holidays until Halloween for real. Like we don't count 4th of July, Memorial Day, and all. I'm talking about holidays where you gotta actually spend money. So this is the best time to start shooting your shot, because you got to be careful. Like if you was getting some cheeks like January, you got to be, because like if you're not paying attention, damn, if you been you can't. I'm telling you, you can, but I wouldn't recommend, because you kind of go into the slime category if you was just cracking a junk last week and then you kind of just try to pull back this Friday and like for the next couple of days. Like you can just buy some flowers or a balloon or something. But just going into the grocery store, I was just like, damn, America is so vicious at how they sell their holidays, though. I'm talking about literally in the grocery store, it is nothing but balloons, teddy bears, cars, and all that thing. And I just literally in this joint like, damn, thank God I ain't gotta sit here and buy none of this stuff. Like it just because you it's that pressure of you gotta buy something. But again, like I said, shout out to all the women who just link up with their homegirls, y'all get drunk and y'all bump coochies. And the sad thing is, shout out to all the women who link up with their homegirls, get drunk, bump coochies, and you actually got a nigga at home. Or you actually been giving your box up to somebody and you know that you ain't about to get nothing for Valentine's Day, bro. That is some of the craziest stuff. Like I be judging, like them guys, like I said, I judge Valentine's Day because the way how it's just performed. Like if it's like I said, if it's literally just one of the drunk girls half naked and they just bumping coochies out, cool. I'm sure most of y'all probably still get something for Valentine's Day because y'all so super freaks. So some type of nigga gonna want to get that Valentine's Day box. I understand that. But the ones who kind of like it's almost feel like a goddamn old lady's home. Like it just seems super. Like you can know the difference. Like if you follow enough women on social media, you know the difference between the young and turnt Jones that link up with all their homegirls and they just getting drunk, doing some freaky shit, listening to Sexy Red and Glorilla, and then you know the women who just real live on their Wait Until Exhale. It's a bunch of old women just kind of like, as long as I got my girlfriends, whatever. It's one of them type of jokes. Like it's literally two different groups of women. It's the group of women who gonna bump them coochies to Sexy Red and Glorilla and get drunk and maybe lick a boob or something. And then it's the group of old women who literally like, if I don't got nobody else in the world, I got my girlfriends. I swear to God, is those when you're talking about the Valentine's Day thing, those are those two different groups of women. And I'm not gonna lie to you. As a man, I watch, I pay attention, you do your homework, you take your notes, and you do what you please with them notes in your homework. That's all I'm just saying, telling you. Fellas, keep your head up, pay attention, play close to the game. Like I said, hold it down. If you already went this long, you can wait another Monday, and then that's when you start shooting your shot. And then really shoot your shot at all the women who posting all the disrespectful stuff, all the hating stuff on Valentine's Day. Pay attention. From Thursday on till Sunday, pay attention to all the women that you have been lusting over. Pay attention to their behavior via social media because they will allow to let you know if somebody did them good for Valentine's Day or they just been a lonely Becky and they've been sitting here ready to crash out. They hating on everybody else. They throwing shade. They sitting here telling you how they don't need no man. They love themselves. Like, pay attention to all of that. Take notes and figure out how you really want to shoot your shot the proper way come next Monday. Oh, that's my TED talking. Like I said, the first version to see if Drake can come back after this Kendrick Lamar situation will be this Friday. Him and PartyNextDoor are putting out a project. I want to play this clip of Academics. Academics was breaking down how he was breaking down how this new project was supposed to come out. Where is this Academics thing? Do I got this on Twitter or do I got it on? I think I got it on Twitter and Instagram. Academics. Oh God, I hate when
summarized. This is not from Drake. So Drake has announced, and we're going to play the clip in a second, that he's dropping the album February 13th. From what I've heard from some Universal people, I'll tell you the truth. Drake name not even going to be on it. Drake's a feature on all the PartyNextDoor songs. This not. So what happens? Let me give you some example. So what happens when two artists of two different labels drop a project? The best example is Future and Metro. Metro's on Drake's label, Republic. Future is on Sony, which is basically their biggest label is Epic for hip hop. Epic ran the whole shit. Why? Future's a bigger artist than Metro. Drake's a bigger artist than everybody. Now, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. From what I got told, this is Party's project, and Drake is featured on every song. But is it Drake and Party? Why? Drake ain't been engaging Universal like that. They've only been talking in court. He ain't talking to them about releasing his next project. Now he does have to release the next project. I'm giving y'all details here, bro. Again, I'm giving y'all details. This is separate. Drake gonna hit me over this. I guarantee it. Hi, Drake. We're gonna talk. What I heard, this project finna come out on Sony Music Entertainment. It's gonna be a party project, but Drake is gonna be featured on damn near every track. And
all right, cool. Cool. And I'm not gonna lie to you real quick before we get into that. No, I ain't gonna lie. Thoughts and prayers to DJ Khaled. I ain't gonna lie. DJ Khaled probably had one of the greatest. Oh man, did they delete that shit off of Man, DJ Khaled may have had one of the greatest rollouts ever for a goddamn album. Like this shit was like almost like a mini movie. He had Mark Wahlberg in his rollout to his jump, and it was almost like they was trying to kidnap him for his 2 Drake songs. He's like, this is the joint that got the 2 Drakes on it. Like he did a great promotion on that. And after all that was said, and then I guess and somebody in the Drake commented on the comment section of this video and said it must be Drake Bill. And then DJ Khaled ended up deleting it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't necessarily know. I don't know the backstory. I don't know the history on that. All I'm just sitting here saying is literally DJ Khaled had the greatest rollout for an album. Literally lasted less than 24 hours. Like that shit may have lasted less than 6 hours. Like that rollout came and went, and I know he spent some real bread on it. Why? Because he got Marky Mark on it. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I'm that old that I remember Mark Wahlberg as Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I remember being in elementary school watching this white nigga do dances and push-ups in a black and white video with no fucking shirt on. Marky Mark and the fucking Funky Bunch, bro. That's how old I am. But anyway, Drake and PartyNextDoor putting out a project this Friday. I do wonder how much fire does it have to be? And then I wonder, will the original Drake fans and Drake fans only be able to push him back to the forefront? Because even if you don't have no real push from Universal Music, or if all the people, like even like myself, who kind of was like, I really became a Drake fan when Drake kind of started to rap a little bit tougher and it was less singing, will you still be able to win that crowd over? Because I mean, of course, when we talk about music and we talk about the mood, you putting out a project on Valentine's Day. Hey, if I don't got no Valentine's Friday, will I really be in the mood to want? I mean, of course, it's Drake, so people still gonna listen because people want to see how is he gonna come back? Can he come back? Because everybody love an underdog story. Let's be clear. Even when we talk about sports, people rally around. People don't like the Chiefs. Like people didn't like the Chiefs because they became the winners. They were the dynasty. They was the dynasty in the making. So everybody loves to see the underdog win. Especially in the black community, we love an underdog story. That's why if I don't necessarily know how many of y'all watch those 24 the 24 hours, or when Showtime used to do them. I think they was called 24 hours when Showtime was doing them with Floyd Mayweather, but YouTube do them now for a lot of Javante fights. But when they do them, they always go back to like with whoever Javante fighting, they'll like, let's say for some poor Mexican dude, they'll go back and tell you how strong and how hard his upbringing back. Even when they talk about Javante didn't been famous and popping for so long, but they'll always go back to, man, remember when Javante first started? He started off in this small shelter in Baltimore and this, that, and the third. Because everybody loves to see the poor person end up becoming famous. Like, and that's realistically, if we keep it in a buck, even if you tie back into, and that was one of the reasons why I always tell y'all, even with the Angel Reese shit is a little bit different, because it's just like, that little poor story is going to always eventually, like for right now, after you get past the trolling shit and the Caitlin Clark shit, eventually that story is going to be, because that story sell more. Nobody cares about the fucking person who had life given to him in a red spoon. That's why nobody care about Michael Jordan's son. And I don't even want to play that clip later. That's why people champion Marcus Jordan every time he get locked up. Like people just be like, ha, look at Michael, and they always say here, look at Michael, y'all complaining about Bronny, but look at Michael Jordan's son snorting coke, getting pulled over, because that's just how America is. Like we are more wired to see the person that come from the humble beginnings become rich and famous, and not the person that comes from like the suburbs, or somebody comes from a 2-parent household and their parent, like people don't like that shit. Like it only kind of worked for certain people. Like it worked for the Ball brothers, but it don't work for everybody else. Like niggas don't champion that all the time. Like people like to see people get it out of the mud. So just with all that being said, I do think that some people will still kind of want to see if now can Drake get it out the mud. Because most people will sit here, if you're a Drake hater or you're a Drake doubter, you kind of will sit here and say, well, Drake came in through under Wayne, and you kind of at that time, Wayne was scorching hot. And that's kind of realistically why Tiger was super hot at that time. That's why Nicki was super hot. That's how, like, anything Wayne at that time kind of put his hands on. And it's a little bit hard to kind of deny that, because all of them realistically had the same run. I think Tiger shit just kind of got a little bit wiped out a little bit more, because maybe he just wasn't, I think the dating shit kind of messed Tiger up. But shit, look at Nicki and Drake. They both kind of realistically had the same long amount of run. Only difference is that Drake is more industry friendly, so he got more features than Nicki. He done more collaboration projects, but they both been out for the same line. They both still kind of been running terror. So this now, especially after this Super Bowl thing, And I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of ballsy for Drake to even announce that the album was coming out right after Kendrick did he did the Grammys. At the Grammy Award, literally right after the Grammys, Kendrick win his 5 Jones. Everybody going crazy over the Canadian tuxedo. Then Drake hit to the Instagram and posted it. Him and Party got a drop in the project this Friday. So it's cool. It's like, damn, even at the end of the Super Bowl commercial, Kendrick Lamar had the lights in the stands and it said game over. So it was just like, even for Drake to kind of be ready, like, all right, cool, I'm gonna weather the storm. Now I'm ready to come back. I want to see how hard Paul's No Diddy he gonna come on this project on Friday, because you're going to listen just because that. Even if it's just straight love music and you don't got nobody to make love to on Valentine's Day, you still going to at least listen to it once. You may not listen to it the whole weekend because you may not be in the mood, but you will give it that listen to see, hey, damn, can the underdog make it back on top? Because right now, Drake is the underdog now. Like, he is the person that everybody kind of like, damn, it's over, dog. Like, niggas is literally like, he almost like a steak. Like, people is putting their hot sauce, their A1 sauce on it, cutting them up, ready to put the fork and say he's done. It's over. Like, niggas is really real live, ready to sit here and say it's over for him. So now it's to kind of see, will it be the verse what happened to Meek? Because like Meek is a cold baddie right now. Like Meek is literally like what's the name of that show on HBO, The Walking Dead? Like that's what Meek is right now. Like Meek is alive. Meek still be out. He was in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. Meek still look like he getting money, but career wise, Meek is The Walking Dead. Like he outside, but he ain't. His career is ice cold. And that's kind of how people feeling about Drake right now. So this is starting Friday. We will see, can he be Rocky Balboa? Can you come back and beat Drago? Or is it over? Or you gonna be Meek? That's kind of just like, that's where people at. And I think people always will love the underdog story. And I think that's why so many people was happy to even root for Kendrick. Because niggas like the underdog. Like I'm telling you, this is just it's almost, it's like that's just what it is. Like I can give you so many different examples of the underdog why people love him. Steph Curry. Until Kevin Durant got there, niggas loved it. Oh, this is small. He going up against LeBron. He's dethroning the GOAT. Like, just think about how people champion them. And that's just and realistically, that's just how it worked. That's why people now, you so happy to see the Warriors suck ass. But then even the kind of, again, like niggas was happy when it was like, okay, US against the world. You was happy to cheer for Steph and LeBron and them. And then, like I said, we could tie this and we could talk about some of the NBA real quick. Some of the trades that got finalized. What happened with Jimmy Butler making it to the Warriors. The Lakers sending off Dalton Connect. And I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Again, I said this last week, bro. The Lakers have some of the most craziest fans that I know don't watch games. Most of y'all niggas got to go to work.
Send them off.
Who?
He back?
No, he's back now, but he was gone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But so would you play?
Who? If I'm Dalton Connect, you ain't got no choice. You on a rookie contract. You was the 19th pick. You ain't got no choice but to keep playing. I ain't saying that you ain't gonna come to, you gonna come to work now like everybody else who go to regular work. You're gonna be just as bitter and salty as a regular person working a 9 to 5. But I mean, it is what it is. You got to still play. You still got to try to figure it out. You don't want to sit here and pull a Jimmy Butler because you ain't Jimmy Butler. But again, like I said, I do think again for most like I said, most Lakers fans, I can't believe just how people treating Anthony Davis. Like that's my biggest beef, and that's been my biggest back and forth with Lakers fan all week. It's like, bro, y'all so disrespectful to Anthony Davis. Like y'all disrespecting Anthony Davis and Max Christie. Let me know y'all don't really watch Lakers games. And if you live on the East Coast, though, I know most of y'all niggas not staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning to watch these games. That's why I don't be wanting to argue with y'all. Y'all niggas gotta go to work in the morning. I don't. So I know for a fact y'all not watching all these Lakers games, and I can tell by the way you was disrespecting Anthony Davis and Max Christie. Bro, Anthony Davis' last 2 Lakers games, one was 43-20, the other one was 36-15. That was his last 2 games as a Laker. 43 points and 20 rebounds, 36 points and fucking 16 rebounds was his last 2 Lakers games. And y'all acting like y'all sit here and got rid of George Miroslav. Max Christie first 2 games at the Mavs, he's been balling, dog. He cooked the Boston Celtics the other night, and he sit here and torched fucking the Houston Rockets. They beat 2 official teams. Anthony Davis first game back. Of course, he did pull an Anthony Davis move, and he did end up getting injured during that game. But bro, this nigga had 24 points in the first half. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to. That's why, like I said, I be having my picks who I will go back and forth with via social media when it comes to sports. And then sometimes I be like, it's cool, bro. I know you don't like. I get niggas be wanting to lie, act like I know y'all don't. Y'all got too many. I don't have no other responsibilities. I don't have no kids. I don't have to do none of the shit y'all do. Y'all be trying to lie and act like you don't. It's not enough time on the day. I know you ain't watching. You got to get up too early in the morning, dog. Like, stop. Stop lying to yourself. Like, argue with somebody else. You ain't gonna argue with me because I know you lying. That's why, again, I was like, come on, Max Christie. Max Christie made me look like I really I know what I'm talking about, bro. Max Christie was balling. So again, I do think realistically the story is gonna kind of write itself. For some reason, I got a feeling that NBA Western Conference Finals will be the Mavs versus the Lakers, and then that's gonna be when it's gonna really get spicy. Because it's gonna be can Luka get his lick back on them on the Mavs or whatever case? Because I ain't gonna lie, the Mavs owner kind of put out some crazy statement about him yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to you, like that was kind of like, oh god damn, that was disrespectful. He was basically sitting here saying he felt like Luka wasn't a winner. Luka didn't have what it takes. Luka didn't have the work ethic to become a winner. He has the skill level, but he doesn't have the work ethic, and that's why they got rid of him.
Seen that in the finals.
And then, like I said, just Lakers fans, the way they treat Anthony Davis, even the Mavs fans, they just treat Anthony Davis like they just got some bum. But like I said,
because I think it's just the concept of he's 25 and Anthony Davis is 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what you're looking at. Like, but in reality, Luka probably been playing longer than Anthony Davis because you think he was playing professional overseas at the age of 16.
Of course.
So I mean, I get it. I think that's where it looks crazy because you got to look at Luka being 25 and Anthony Davis being older than him.
Yeah, and I just think if you can get the best out of either one of them, I think I caught myself a woman was sitting here because I sit here and said and this was kind of like some
because I definitely, like I said, for Dallas, I love that for him because now you have a big that can actually score,
of course,
and can play defense,
of course,
on anybody.
Of course.
So now it's like, but you still got Kyrie.
And you still got Klay Thomas.
Yeah.
Klay just the other night against Boston had 20-something.
Yeah. No,
nigga, they beat the brakes off of Boston without Anthony Davis.
That's why I think it was now. For the Lakers, I don't know. I ain't
gonna lie to you. I don't know what the hell. Like, I mean, you're so mad because I'm like, you almost be wanting to have a gotcha moment. I had it like, now listen, if in real time, I had one back and forth when it was the Lakers versus the Warriors because the Lakers was up by 26 and blew a 26-point lead. The Warriors was literally down by 5, and the referee missed an 8-second call. If they would have got that 8-second call, the Warriors probably would have won that game. And that's my point of what I'm telling people. I'm like, bro, y'all watch. This is why I hate arguing with people because y'all watch just for scoring. The Lakers suck ass on defense, though. It's no way in hell you blow a 26-point lead and LeBron James had to play damn near 39 minutes. Matter of fact, LeBron played 38 and Austin Reeves played 39. There's no way you want a 40-year-old player to have to sit here and play 38. LeBron James at 40 years old had to score 43 points to beat the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors is the 11th seed. When LeBron James got to play them type of minutes, bro, it's no way you could sit here and feel, damn, this is a championship contender team. No, it's not because they don't play no defense. And if LeBron get tired, he go. And of course, when Luka come back, it may be a little bit different. But like I said, we're gonna see how it play out. I do think my predictions will be the Western Conference will be the Lakers versus the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. I think it makes for a great storyline. I think everybody will tune in. It'll give people the eyeballs that the NBA are looking forward to watch. And then, of course, like I said, Jimmy Butler ended up going to the Golden State Warriors because at that time when we was recording last week, he wasn't on the team yet. So he is now official Golden State Warrior. They end up giving up Andrew Wiggins. What's the crazy light-skinned nigga from he played with Minnesota last year? Kyle Anderson and Dennis Schroeder. And then they gave up some draft picks. I think the Warriors gave up too much, but I do understand that Andrew Wiggins is he hasn't been consistent for the Warriors. I mean, of course, he was a huge part on that championship team, him and Jordan Poole. And that's kind of just wild how you look at it, where it's like sometimes even just like it's just names. Like you kept Draymond Green for what reason now? Like it's kind of like he ain't done nothing. Like, and he kind of just realistically, honestly, he messed up y'all extra leg or run what you thought you could have had with a different championship team from punching Jordan Poole in the face. So it's kind of like, and you just stuck with Draymond because of the name. So it's kind of just like, all right, whatever. And then shout out to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma got traded from the Wizards to the Milwaukee Bucks, and I told y'all the same way I told people before about Kristaps Porzingis because I know niggas don't watch Wizards games, and I knew when people was like, "Oh, that was like they." I remember when people were sitting here trying to argue with me like that. Kristaps wasn't sitting here to do a good thing for them, and then guess what they did? They won a championship, and Porzingis was a huge part of the reason why they won a championship. Like I said, because niggas don't watch Wizards games, and Kyle Kuzma been here. He been hooping. The Wizards, the team is just pure doodle. But Kyle Kuzma is one of those players that Lakers fans kept wishing, like, damn, I hope we can find a way to get Kuzma back and Brandon Ingram back because those two niggas, realistically, if you watch them play play, they really be hooping. And I'm telling you, the Kyle Kuzma is going to be a huge pickup for the Milwaukee Bucks, especially in them times when well, damn, now fucking, I don't know about the Greek Freak, he fucking injured, but I do think he a person who can get his own bucket. He can kind of, I mean, of course, I ain't saying he's super consistent, but I do think realistically, when he is somebody who can and has proven he can go get you 30 or 40 points, and he can still play some defense, and he got a nice size body. Pause. He don't mind banging. So I mean, cool. He's Kyle Kuzma, 6'9". Like, he ain't no little dude. I think he either 6'9" or he's 6'10". But like I said, I ain't gonna wrap y'all up with sports because I mean this has been a heavy week in sports. And then of course, if you are listening to this on Tuesday, this weekend is All-Star weekend. I don't even know who in the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, or none of that shit. You said nobody?
Not in the dunk contest. The white boy back in it again, but nobody the rookie from San Antonio, and I forgot who the other. It ain't no stars in the dunk contest. But now in the 3-point contest, I
feel like it's everybody in there. I know I seen Dame Leonard.
I'm kind of surprised Steph didn't get in it.
Clay in it, right?
No.
Oh, because
they was in it.
Who? Because they in the ain't they in the they doing the ain't Clay and Steph doing the joint with Sabrina?
No. I don't think they're doing it.
Oh, so yeah.
Unless they're gonna wait to announce it, but no, I don't think they're doing it.
Oh yeah, then I don't know what it is then.
Because they are the hosting city. That's why I was just kind of surprised that Steph ain't do the 3-point contest.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like whatever else we missed is cool. Like we started late today, and my brain kind of still all over the place about the Super Bowl again. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to all the Eagles fans. Like, share, and subscribe. Did Jalen Hurts was the one who won the MVP?
Yeah.
He won Super Bowl MVP. And shout out to Jalen Hurts again. Like I said, fly Eagles, fly. Yeah, that's it. I'll holler at y'all next Tuesday. And if you're watching this, of course, on YouTube, holler at y'all next Sunday.